Alrighty. Double just check the direction on that one. Welcome to Nycos D&D
Woohoo!
Winds of the West, episode 4, or rather chapter 4. Abandoned are the misty shores. Echoes provided by Little Leo. All right. So, to introduce those of you that may or not yet be familiar with the cast, and also to blatantly buy time for other people to join us on the stream, let's go around the table. We're going to go to my right first and go around in a circle. Give your name, class, race, and how you expect to leave this world.
Wait, what?
Wait, leave
what?
this world?
Define leave this world.
I'm not going to. Go with what you think that means.
Alright. My name is Alex Drake. I play Leo Sunborn, who is a 12-year-old human sorcerer. And I hope to leave this world in my bed. Warm and tucked in. Surrounded by those I love.
I am Micah, and I play Luna Blackheart. She is an elf druid, and I plan to leave this world with a bang.
That can literally mean anything.
You're up, Kriv.
Already sweating bullets. We haven't even started. God damn. I am Jeremy Bedoni. I play Crib Circuit, a human wizard. Hope to leave this world a little bit better than when I found it.
Aww.
Just a little bit, not too much.
Just excited.
I do leave work for everyone else.
Okay, alright, fair enough.
I can't solve everyone's problems.
Hello, my name is Zolder Earthshaker. I am a humanoid pachyderm, which is we call a Pac-Man. I'm a paladin. And I think I'll leave the world in a very big coffin.
That's a good one.
You're not wrong.
I am Milanis. I am the Undran elf paladin. I hope to leave this world standing on my own 2 feet, protecting those that that can't protect themselves.
Very nice.
I am Callisto. I'm a non-binary dragonborn fighter, and I hope to leave this world with people I care about, or like not alone rather, and fighting for what I believe is right. Realistically, I will die by stupid memes.
Hello, my character is Bathra. He is a lizardfolk predator. I'm also a ranger, and wow, I hope to leave this world with a lot of children.
Ah, there we go. Progeny. And I am the Guru. I've been doing this for 40 years or so we have a lot of story to tell. And I hope to leave this world in shards.
God damn.
I didn't know.
You're in charge.
Evil, manipulative.
There's more to that.
I forgot to plug something in.
Oh, my camera's not working.
Give it a second. We'll be right back.
Good, we don't need
All right, you were able to see me from distance. Now you get to see me close up. Now, isn't that frightening? Ah!
And with us, all our viewers.
Yes, and there we go, all our viewers.
Up
running for the door.
10% just gone.
All right.
What do you mean that's not normal?
Push it this way a little bit.
That's fine. That's fine.
Cool. Carry on.
Alrighty. So now we have to go to the what I call the fun part of the story, which is our story so far. I need somebody to recap, generally speaking, what happened last week before we actually have our convening kitchen meeting the next morning.
Alright. Leo's log, chapter 43. Alon, this is really stupid. Last we left on her, she's in prison. Get it? No, I'm kidding. Alright, no. So,
Watch your words, boys.
Am I wrong? So last we left off, Leaf has returned from her absence, except now she's in immortal form. There are now stars in the sky. When we woke her up, she said, and I quote, "You brought me back. You should have brought me forward." And she tells us of a crystal that has appeared after the destruction and the terrorism that happened at the festival. We went to go investigate the festival, and during this time, Kriv was sleeping and spooning with Larry. And we
These are
learned...
facts. Lying.
We learned that because of the terrorist attack, 167 people died. And there's now a huge crater in the middle of the festival where this very big crystal is now placed and kind of guarded by, natural means. Through a series of Mission Impossible heists, we actually successfully got the
Scrooge
crystal.
wasn't there.
The crystal told Zolder that you should take the crystal to the White Temple and have it purified. We attempted that, but as we did, the crystal disappeared. Kriv claims he knows why, but he doesn't. Also, we learned from Bashra and Noka that Leo's father is apparently on the Eye Catcher, which has set sail with Raynor. Let's see what else. Because of the crystal's disappearance, we actually had 2 papers that were given to us with a mysterious poem that we have yet to decipher. Let's see. We tamed the stone. It actually told us info about the dragons that went missing, and we learned that once a day, we can actually touch it and ask it 3 questions while making wisdom saving throws. And last and not least, we actually learned that the ships have taken off. They have taken Raynor with them, and we need to decide whether or not we want to stay in the city and investigate, or go follow Raynor and the people who are responsible for the terrorist attack at the festival. And that's where we are today. Did I miss
Thank
anything?
you, Leo.
That was very good.
Now for some errata or corrections in the story. Literally, only for a short period of time, while you were transiting the object from its origin point at the festival to the White Veil Island, were the stars in the sky. Once you deposited it safely onto the island, in whatever way you accomplished that, the clouds went back to, the skies went back to their standard mauve, and there are no stars in the sky currently.
Okay.
So it was literally only for about a 2.5 hour period. Those that are capturing our Friday video, it timed out to about the same amount of time that the other stone in the Fellstone Chronicles was not in a safe zone. Let's just put it that way.
Yes, Mothra.
I remember last week some of our memories got erased for like 24 hours.
Oh, that's true. Some of us don't remember
that,
how we
like-
used it.
It
Yes.
was you 2.
Yeah, the two of you
yeah.
lost the memories of that time frame specifically because of things that happened in the day.
That's right.
So the things that you had done
But we
are
did tell.
gone. Yeah, you told
Yeah.
you told them what they had done, but they did not
Yeah.
recall having done them. So they don't have actual memory. They only have the
Yeah.
memory of what you told them.
And Callisto's pissed that her horse is missing.
And Leif is like the same way, right? Because once she came back,
Okay, so Leif is not the same in a lot of ways. She's physically here, which she wasn't before. She's incredibly old for even an Eldrin. And she's not in good physical condition because whatever the torments or situations she was in after her death and before her arrival here now caused her great concern. And she noted something that was very telling in that she said that you brought her back. You didn't bring her forward.
You should have brought her forward.
Also, Larry is also back to his normal form. He's no longer a skeleton.
That's true. He's now a fleshy little lizard, which makes him not quite the horrible cuddle buddy you might expect from a skeletal.
He is cold-blooded.
I'm still mulling over that. Brought her back with my
Yes, you should be working on that. So we are the next morning, and you hear a lot of cussing and screaming in Eldrin, crashing and banging of pots and pans, because apparently somebody hasn't cooked in physical form for a really long time and forgot how hot pans get when you leave them on the stove. And since she's not in incorporeal form, when she goes to pick up the pans, she's burning herself and such like. So
Zolder, we need to cure wounds!
So guys, when you walk in the morning, fortunately the breakfast is prepared, and there is a heaping pile of extra entrails laying next to the door for you
Is the
to keep the rats from getting into
is
it.
the breakfast palatable or?
Oh, it's better than palatable. It's particularly good fare for I mean, it's not as magical as her previous dishes, and she's not spent absolutely no time baking at this point. She just simply is frustrated with the other cooking problems. She didn't realize, for example, that you have to actually turn the eggs, so a couple of them are a little scorched on one side.
You know what? I'm just gonna go for coffee and find a cat. Be right back.
Gonna go clear the neighborhood of cats.
Keep your pets
I grab her. No.
Okay, guys, breakfast meeting.
Yeah, I can see you walking around going hashtag no spay and neuter, right?
I'll
Breakfast
keep
meeting.
shopping. No adopting.
First of all, Leaves, how are you
Walking
feeling?
around the club.
How am I feeling? You see these cuts, burns, abrasions? That's from the rack itself. Who knew the rack got hot?
You need
What's...
healing. I can heal you.
Yes, please.
Wow, those are.
I
amateur
lay hands
things.
on you and I heal you for whatever you need.
I heard that, little Leo. It's a good thing you have to go to school. So help me. You'd be
So,
cleaning the scullery again.
You're healed. I hope that helps. I'm sorry you're in this state, but we'll find. We'll get everything back to normal. Don't you worry.
Yeah, okay. I'll try to hold out hope.
You trust me, right?
Famous last words.
He can show you the way.
All right. So
Instead of a cell.
we need to have a big discussion right now. How are we going to proceed?
What are our options? I mean, Rainer's gone.
So is
Rainer's gone.
Alanis. Thank
Your
God.
dad is on that ship.
Did
Okay,
anyone bother to
we
ask
don't
if
know
we're
that.
able to investigate the manor?
All I've heard up to now is that you're looking for your dad.
Yes.
Yeah, and a lot of things have happened. Crib, you had something to say.
I already
You guys
answered.
go ahead. You guys go ahead.
Go. Yeah.
And then,
I
Crib.
thought
No, you guys go ahead. I'll talk with the
Okay,
team
stop
leader.
being petty.
Get the-
All right, that's my job.
Get the proper information.
Oh wow. Thanks. You flatter
Crib,
me.
Yes.
what's on your mind?
You should probably go investigate the manor.
That's.
We did. We went and they said he was gone.
But like break in.
Let's investigate the manor. Oh, he's not home. Okay, guys.
Let's
to
go
the
home.
shop.
That's illegal.
So.
They
When
gave
has
us
that
free
ever
reign.
stopped us?
He's a paladin.
No, there was guards outside.
no,
Couldn't come in.
no, because because he's part of the Blue Veil, he could probably get like their permission or something like
Rainer
that.
told us we can enter and exit as we wish, right?
Yes,
true.
but when you went up there were guards. The guards stopped you because they did not you did not identify yourselves as being Rainer's particular
Okay,
friends. So there's a lot of things that didn't happen that would have allowed
Okay,
for
that's a good point.
more easy access.
Let's go back and try to see if the guards will let us in.
So that's thing one. Is that all you want to talk
No,
about?
no, no. There's
I still have the paper saying that we can actually enter because I know Rainer gave us a parchment of permission, like his words or something.
Okay, so we got that. Okay.
Are we still looking for like those stones? The stone that I'm carrying. That's
Oh, okay.
So,
So I have a
couple
feeling.
stones.
I have a feeling that Mir is going to come knocking and asking for that.
Oh yeah, it's like in 2 days, so we would have got like one more
One
day,
day.
right?
Speaking of which, can I have that stone? Just for a
No.
minute.
Before you touch it, I cast. Hold on.
I already know how to handle it.
Well, just
Okay,
get a
don't waste your spell
glove.
slots.
Yeah.
So what?
Don't waste your spell slots.
But don't you need to like make a wisdom saving throw every time you use it?
We got it.
No,
We got-
we,
I know how to handle
we
this.
already solved
All
the
right,
issue.
give it to him.
Okay.
All right.
Use chopsticks.
All
It's-
I have is just my loincloth.
It's in the bag, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on the back.
Just hand it to me in the bag.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, there.
Galore, pulling the stone out.
Speak.
Is the vault north of this inn?
Obviously.
It's underground. Does Daisy know the vault's location?
If she does, it's nobody's fault.
Does no? Is the vault under Neverember Manor?
Not directly.
So
Don't ask me more questions. Save them.
That was
No,
his
he
three.
has three.
That was his
You
three.
get 3 a day.
You already wasted on the first part of the day, and
Yep.
everyone else
Okay,
else
okay,
gonna
but those
come.
are-
You
Okay,
dumb.
here you go.
Those are,
Aren't
but they
there
were
like
good
more
questions.
stones and stuff? Because I know this is like galore, and then there's like more of them, right? Or
Okay, so-
No,
That's
no,
this is-
galore was just turned into a stone.
Allow me a quick moment here. When Mir comes looking for the stone, what are we gonna tell him?
Nothing would kill him.
We don't have the stone. We'll give him a lead.
If we don't give him the stone, at the end of the day,
Did he ask for the stone specifically, or did he want information regarding
he wanted the
what
stone
was?
specifically.
He hired you to get the stone.
Here's an idea. He
Well,
probably
we got
doesn't
the
even know
end of
what
this
it looks
period.
like, so let's just like make like a replica of it.
Okay, let's
And
pre-
just-
Here's a potato. I mean stone.
Yeah. You just get a rock, just like carve it like that,
Wait, does anyone have minor illusion?
and then
I
just give
do,
it to him like
but
that.
it's only a minute long.
Because he either wants a stone or he wants Zolder. And I don't want to end up like a stuffed head over his fireplace.
He's not going to take his over.
What if we
No.
destroy the stone and then say we know the info?
Nah,
Or-
because he tried to do that like last week, and
No.
he tried to do that.
Because if we get as much information from
Yeah,
the stone
I
that
tried
we
to
can,
I tried to break that stone. So
Is it 3 questions per day or 3 questions per person per day?
Per day.
Per day.
You wasted it at 8 in the morning.
All right.
Yeah.
So there's that.
It's probably-
So, can you talk about the elephant in the room? Not you.
What other elephant in the room?
We're missing a teammate.
Ooh.
no.
Aren't you gone?
Oh yeah.
Who's next?
Oh, yes.
So, are we like. just
There's an
gonna leave
empty
him
chair,
there,
pile of
or-
food.
No.
What
Yeah,
happened to
she's,
our friend?
she was
Remind me,
arrested.
how did she end up in jail?
Nobody.
We don't know.
I
Yeah.
admit,
Actually,
you're
minor
dumbass.
illusion of Alana's sitting in the chair.
There you go.
You're there, it's
It's
fine.
fine. Did she not destroy public property?
We don't know where she is. We haven't got anyone.
No one even knows how she got in jail.
Oh, really?
Oh,
We don't.
no.
Do we even know she's in jail?
Wait, we don't
I
know?
think-
I thought we were there.
listen,
No,
she's
somebody
missing.
came to and told. Oh, okay, maybe I'm.
So as far as we know,
No, I'm not challenging you. Who told you?
No, I have. No.
I thought
don't
we
think
were
I don't
there.
think
We
they-
all
I
go like
confused
Greenbelt
No,
forever.
she went on a date with Daisy, pissed Daisy off, and then went and like destroyed a belt
Oh,
so
so
Daisy
we
wouldn't.
don't know. Okay, so let me rephrase
Yeah.
my comment. What happened to Alanis?
I probably would know. Ever since I lost my 1 point in insanity, like unfortunately, I have been. Well, my character have been like excessively thinking about your guys' safety. I think
Aw.
maybe
That's
maybe
insane.
he'll like sense something's wrong with Alanis.
Well,
I can go and ask a few questions, see if anybody's seen her.
while you guys are all talking back and forth, Grace has been sitting on the sidelines. She's still in ghost form, still pissed off that she hasn't been sent home yet. Apparently, this new physical form doesn't remember how to dispatch Grandma.
Oh, jeez.
Are you sure we can't dispatch you, Grace?
So, Grace, you're welcome to settle in and
No one can separate themselves from the Grace.
listen, Grace, you're welcome to settle in into a room upstairs.
Stop looking at me.
You can settle in a room upstairs and wait it out if you want.
Well, you guys aren't paying attention anymore. Otherwise, you'd have noticed the notice on the front of the building.
Now what?
I run and
Oh, she goes, "Don't bother." She hands it to you.
what is it?
It's a reassessment penalty. They're going to be recondemning the property if you do not get the inspection done within 3 days.
Oh my god.
Are we done with the renovations?
Nobody's done any
No, no one-
innovations.
You guys keep holding
we
back
had,
on
I thought we had them
money.
working on it.
Yeah,
then there was an
yeah,
explosion.
No, you have been holding back on all the money because you guys said, "Wait, let's hold on."
No,
Wait, let's hold
We
on.
had people working on
Yeah,
it.
we did.
Oh yeah, we paid
Who-
for insurance.
Who?
We paid a group of people to work on it. I forget who though.
It starts with a B. Barth.
Wasn't it Growlers or something like that?
No.
Growlers? I think.
No,
People
but we
in
did.
charge of the
That's what we-
Hawks. I mean, the Griffins.
Yeah. The Balavantras.
The Balavantras?
Yeah.
Yeah, they had people working on the.
We had like signed insurance.
Okay.
And everything.
But you still haven't had the halfling back in to reinspect.
Okay.
But all right, are they done?
Let's assume that they are, because I don't recall you guys actually giving. You gave me part of the plans. Did you finish the plans on all different parts of the house that you wanted?
That we agreed on. Yeah, enough to make it an inn. You know, I made the
Okay. As long as you got that, then we can go from there.
Okay.
So,
So-
you'll still have to have the inspector in.
Let's schedule an inspection for today.
That's
Get out of the way.
top priority. That
Get
needs
out
to
of
be
the
done
way.
now.
Okay.
I don't want to lose this house, guys.
I don't mind
Um,
sleeping outside.
So here's
Oh my god.
here's the plan of action.
I have played.
Okay, let's focus. We're gonna go. I'm gonna stop by the. We're gonna stop by the assessment office and try to schedule it for today.
Okay.
On the way there, then we'll go.
Going to schedule it for today.
Yes. And then we'll go to Neverender Manor and do a full investigation there. Based on what we find, we decide whether we go after Raynar.
Is that a good plan, Chris?
Do we have time for all that?
To go
Okay.
after Raynar, how do you think you're going to do that?
Oh, we can rent a ship, maybe. We have money.
I'm a darn good swimmer.
Weren't you hinting that you had a ship or something?
Oh yeah, you said something about that. What is he like a little rowboat or something?
Oh my god.
A little rowboat.
I don't know.
A little rowboat.
Grace says, I don't know.
No, don't walk out. You
Grace
stay.
would say she may be an Eldrin, but she also might be a little dingy.
Careful, if you have a rowboat, Alanis might have stabbed it.
No, I mean, do you have a boat or?
You didn't know that.
Do you know the reason why I've never told any of you my last name?
Because you're trying to be
Hard to
mysterious.
pronounce?
Neither of those.
Kriv is slyly moving away out of
Listen, we all
firing
have
range.
say.
I see the fuse.
We all have
My
silly names.
name.
It's okay. Mine's bullshit. Look at it. Reek? What does that mean?
My name is Luna Blackheart.
Oh crap!
Dun dun dun!
Yes,
My mother
yes, your heart is black, we know.
is Captain Blackheart, the feared pirate.
You?
I ain't heard of her.
You know that's illegal, right?
Yes. It is also illegal to launder money and run a brothel and pub at the age of 13. So we don't ask questions.
I think it's illegal to be in a pub at 13.
Exactly.
Sorry,
Who's
Luna.
that?
I,
Mr. Lawful
Who's
Paladin,
the
she's been
Black
drinking
family?
for how long now?
Yeah,
No, I
he's
know.
going. I'm from the woods. What
Yeah,
is this?
close, I never heard of
I'm
it.
from the city. What is this Blackheart of which you speak?
I know this is supposed to be some big reveal, but I have no idea who that is.
What have done on Leo?
She's
So, like-
basically,
Is it like
Blackbeard.
So like she's like very important.
Without the whiskers
Yes.
and
Pirate.
much more physically
Hello.
attractive.
You're a pirate?
You a pirate?
Yes. My mother is a feared pirate.
Dun dun
Holy
dun.
crap.
So she's a bad guy.
Yes. Well,
Play the He's a
two
Pirate theme
others.
song.
So,
Yeah, exactly. Dun dun dun
God, you're
dun
supposed to be
dun
on
dun
that.
dun 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 dun.
anyways. So yes, I do have a ship that can man 127 men.
Wow.
The Borealis. So if any of you need a ship, I just need a way to contact my mother.
Can I be your cabin boy?
No, I
I'm
already
not
have
going
a
on
I
a
already
ship.
have a cabin boy.
You should watch Cabin Boy. It's hilarious. Did you ever see that?
Yeah.
Crib, care to
I just imagine Chris is right.
Hi.
He's turned away,
You
looking in
guys
his
can go
books.
play Little Sailor Boat. I'm staying right here. Costa does not do water.
I just imagine
We'll
Cribs
be
right
fine.
there at the basement door, just like trying to get away from all this.
So if worst comes to worst and we do need a ship, I have one. But I'm in charge, again, leader, captain too. And there's a couple things I'll need to teach you. But I think we should do what we need to do here first and then decide whether or not we're going to go. I would love to get back to sea, but
I see your point.
The day I was born.
Sorry, I'm allergic to that jokes.
Have anybody seen Alanis? I haven't seen her like.
I already said that.
I thought these things were kind of peaceful.
That, you know what? You
We're
should
all
take
wondering what's going on.
for that. You should take some acetaminophen.
Last time I saw him, he was with
That was the saltiest joke
Daisy.
I've ever heard.
I'm about to be the saltiest man alive if you keep going.
Sounds like
All
you
right.
need to have some words to
So
secure that.
does that sound like a good plan of action? Oh, and I guess on the way we could ask about Alanis.
Yeah.
If it's convenient. If it's
Oh.
absolutely
You pretty much know where the two places in town to look for missing persons.
only if it's on the way.
I
So I-
cannot do that. I can't leave without Alanis.
Well, about this
didn't
time,
say that.
you were released at dawn with a nice set of 13 whacks for your miscreant behavior. And, so you got
flashes.
yeah.
Yay.
Eee.
So you have marks on your back.
Okay, so like she
Healing
walks into the
hand.
door.
Doesn't get rid of the scars
Alanis, what happened to you?
because they were administered by Red Veil. They make sure they leave marks.
What happened to you, Alanis?
You know what? I don't want to know what happened. to
What,
her.
what
Hey, A, she still has on her clothes. That's
Oh,
an
hey!
improvement.
Stepping up in the world.
B, she doesn't have doesn't have a full on hangover because she didn't get completely inebriated. And C, she's got bruises on her back, so she walks funny.
What happened with all those bruises?
So big night
man?
with
Did you get jumped?
Daisy, huh?
Damn, girl, get him.
She is quiet and just walks up to her room.
Straight to
All
her.
right. So the
Yep.
plan for today is.
Question.
Yeah.
I want to go with you to Never Under Remember because
course.
I'm really stealthy and good at lying.
Why don't we
Okay.
take him?
He can also come with us because we need stealthy people.
Or we
Just
walk
today,
into the
can I
front
miss
door.
school and go with you guys? Just today, I will. Just for today.
Don't look
'cause
at me. He's
This
the.
seems really important.
I'll write you a note.
Yes.
What's
Whoa,
that?
letting it break the
I'll write him a
rules. Yikes.
No.
You're gonna write
it's
him
an
a note?
excuse.
What are you gonna do for Kriv? Kriv's got to go to
I
school
don't care
too.
about Chris.
Good luck.
No, you're in college, aren't you?
Like, I could just straight up skip class, no?
Sure. There's that. What that does is that will imbue a 5% failure of any spell you cast that you learned from the class, until such time as you make up that class.
Don't forget you have a midterm paper.
Okay, how about we put off going to Neverember until I can be in attendance?
Oh my gosh.
So this
Well,
evening, the
I
advantage would be putting you at
kind
the house
of
in the dark.
agree.
So
Well,
I should
no,
go to
I-
school.
No, you should go to school.
You both should go to school.
Okay, go.
You actually have an advantage. Today they're teaching classical dueling.
Oh, that's good.
Before
But
I go,
wow.
I would like to purchase a long sword.
How much is
There's
the
plenty,
long
there's
sword?
plenty of common stores.
Yeah,
Yeah.
on the
How much is the long sword?
It was like 50.
Anyways, while they're at school,
15.
we need to go ask.
Take out of the
Well,
paperwork.
we still got. So we'll do that stuff.
Make
to
the
do.
appointment, but also I need to figure out, in case we do get the ship, I need to figure out a way to contact my mother, because
Well,
She
I
has
know
my
that the
shit.
Blue
Okay,
Temple
no,
probably has an
clarification.
ATV on her.
Because of the abrupt nature with which we started your story, your vessel came into port. We came looking for these people, finding a place to get employment here, but you didn't understand the protocols, and they've impounded it.
We'll take care of that too. So you guys, yeah, we'll take care of that.
Is your mom like in city?
No,
No.
she's upon the high seas, safe from the long arm of the blue or red veils.
Do they have like some kind of
We can find
email
out
or
back
text
down.
message and like?
Okay,
A
just
raven.
back down, wearing your normal clothing, your adventure
Chainmail
clothing.
on.
a raven or
Going
a
to a battle?
dragon.
If I see Daisy again, I'm killing her.
All right, let's not.
Did you
go
just tell us that
far.
you're the one that pissed her off?
Kind of.
I never told you anything.
Oh, never mind.
No.
That's just Alex.
No.
Never mind.
All right. We got things to do.
And break.
So we're gonna
We
go.
can, if I need to contact my mother for funds to get a certain vessel out of impound, perhaps.
Don't they have mages that
Depending on
have
the-
sending
depending
as
on
a
the
spell
price
that we
of
can
it.
pay
Oh,
off?
hey Leo, I might need a
That's
little bit
what
of
I'm saying.
spending cash
It may be
to help
better
her
for
out.
us to
How much?
purchase it outright.
Maybe just give me $100 just to.
That's what I'm saying.
Hopefully, I won't have to spend it at all.
But
instead.
I need to figure out a way to send a letter to my mother that's quick and fast.
Will Yellow
So
Pages
what
do
do
it?
you suggest I do, Lee?
Well,
Don't they have
oh,
crows?
I don't have any mystical powers anymore. I'm
Don't-
back to being an elf.
Well,
Don't they have birds?
Let's go find.
Birds?
There are no birds in Nycos.
Yeah.
What if we
Numbers in
found
there.
somebody who who has a sending spell?
Not
We can
here.
Pay them to send a
Oh.
message.
Yes.
Kind of like a telegram.
No, yeah, okay. Yellow Pages can only take you as far as messages here on the ground. You'd have to contact the nation of gnomes.
Okay.
I
The
don't
nation of
know the
gnomes
nation
have
of
the
gnomes,
capability of
no.
carrying information. Now, the nation actually operates under its old name because they are still in committee about what they're going to call their new name. For basically the last 125 years, they've been in constant committee fighting over the names. So they're still going under their old name, which is E, spelled I-H. So yes, that means once you use them, you are using email.
Oh my gosh.
Why are you like this?
Because I've always been like
Do they
this.
have an office on in Eldersor?
There are offices here, but they actually have to work through
Can't wait for you to
local
implement
administrators.
FedEx into this.
What's that?
So I can't wait for you to implement FedEx into this or something.
No, that's what you call when you use regurgitated dragon food victims as a military force. They become your FedEx.
So wait, these are gnomes that are doing that kind of.
Or rather, I should say the ex-Fed.
Their
ready
their
for
biggest
You
competitor
said gnomes
is
do that
G.
mail stuff.
Yeah.
So wouldn't it be Gmail for no mail?
No, Nation of E. IH.
Their biggest competitors are
Okay.
Gmail for Goblin Mail.
Let's go see. So we got 3 things to do. We're gonna go see how much the impound fee on your ship is.
Well, we need to make the appointment first for today.
Make the appointment.
See the fee.
See the
and
fee,
Go down. Well, we have to go down to the docks to check on the fee, and maybe we'll find something there.
Okay.
I bet it's
You guys
for a
coming with, or you guys? What are you guys
montage.
doing? Please
What's
come with.
what's
So wait, where are you guys going again?
We're gonna go schedule the appointment for the what do you call him? The inspector. The
Put it
halfling.
in.
Is it halfling or?
It was a halfling.
Who's
It's a
that? Who's
halfling.
that? Who's that? Who's
The
that?
halfling, and then we're gonna go see about getting the Borealis out of
Impound.
Impound.
impound. Alanis, it would be a great help if you stayed here, in case anybody comes. Also, I think
Maybe
you
we
could-
should split that duty.
Maybe.
Like, I go to Borealis, you go to the get a
Well, she has
contract
to go see
signed.
the Borealis because it's her ship. So if you guys want to go, that's fine.
Wait,
Or-
that's a ship? Never mind.
Borealis is a ship.
Borealis is my ship,
Absolutely
darling.
not. I'm not touching that thing.
Why?
Do you see what kind of dragon I am? Do you know what I do?
You're a cute dragon.
Me and water do not mix well, and I get
Don't-
seasick.
Don't get in the water then.
I'm not touching. I'm not going nowhere close to it. Oh, I get very seasick.
me?
So
and
nope, I ain't touching
Can
that
you
real
not
soon.
swim?
Wait a minute. Did we establish that
Of course I can
Borealis is an
swim.
airship or a sea ship?
Well, from her knowledge of it, it's operated only at sea.
Okay. So,
What?
Never mind. I'll go with you. Let's
What?
go. Let's go find that goat.
all right.
What do you? I don't
Eat
care
it?
what you guys want me to do. Like,
You just go with us.
What goat? We're not fighting a goat.
You mind? Is it cool if you
We're going
mind
to
staying
Daisy
home? Or?
Halfling. No.
She's.
We're trying to schedule an
She's
appointment.
upset,
Eat
and
that guy?
what seems to be
That's
going
real good.
on?
If he says
Okay.
no, that our inn isn't. Well, isn't.
So, did you hear about all the things we were doing today?
Yeah, I heard
I
you.
just-
She heard you rambling while she was getting dressed upstairs.
Okay.
She was having difficulty though pulling the armor on over her wounds.
Okay.
Even though they were healed, she still feels the
So we have a couple errands to do before we go to
Marks.
Neverender Manor. Just minor stuff. But I'm afraid somebody might come to the door and we miss them like we did last time. Could you please?
Fine, just go.
Excellent.
Boys off to school.
She's upset.
I was say she's snippy.
We didn't have to pack. We didn't have to pack a proper lunch, so I'm gonna
Let's go.
pack a Lunchables for you.
Do I get something?
Thanks,
You're
Dad.
You're
a
in
grown
college.
man.
Cup of coffee and a
That
joint.
sounded like that thing. That sounded like it's from Ant-Man. We got fruit
Yeah,
snacks.
hold
Do you
on,
really
hold
have
on.
those?
You forgot to put the Irish in that coffee. It is.
Thanks, Dad.
All right.
Did you just call him dad? I had a whole conversation.
No.
So
Father figure.
the Fellowship of Innkeepers, which where you're gonna go for your inspection.
Yes.
And I gave you 100 gold, and I give you 15 gold.
Okay.
For your sword.
So when you come
and,
down there,
your
it's
sword.
that over exuberant halfling sitting at the table with the long feathered
I
pin,
remember.
and he's basically denying everybody's claims as they come up the line. And he's very enthusiastic. He's cheerful enough that they walk away smiling, even as they know they have to do more work. So he goes walking. You come walking up. He goes, "Oh, didn't know we were working on a packed house."
Hello.
We were
Hey,
hoping it'll be a
friend.
packed house soon, sir.
Waka, waka.
Here to reschedule the inspection of our inn.
Oh yes, yes. You're the one that turned away my gnome investigator not a week ago.
Well, we weren't quite ready for him then, but we are ready now.
Really? From what I understand, there was actually a criminal activity either on or adjacent to your property in the last week, including considerable structural damage and loss of life.
Oh, it was very unfortunate.
Okay, so have you gotten your police clearance from the red and blue veils?
The red and blue veils have come. They investigated.
Forthwith with the documentation, then.
Did they give us? They didn't give us anything.
They didn't give you anything yet.
So we need to bring that to you.
Absolutely. I mean, I can't clear the property if there's a criminal lien against it for violence that was visited upon people. I mean, there is a potential claim for the lives of those that died if the property is found to be partly responsible.
Okay, so we'll go see the sergeant, the police, the
City guard,
city guard.
or yeah.
Is there anything else we need?
Oh, you do need to pay the rescheduling fee, which is only 15 copper pieces.
Okay, that's fine.
And oh, did I tell you that little Timothy is ill again? He clinks a little cup on his desk.
Little Timothy's.
Yes, I have 9 children, and you know have no idea how difficult that is. Difficult that is to deal with on a mere civil servant's fees. And he taps the cup again. It would be so much easier if I had some way to know that I had assistance with childcare.
I give him a gold piece.
Yes, sir. That will be ready this afternoon. Do bring me by the documentation because I have to have that check mark.
Okay. So I'm gonna go to the city guard and see the sergeant.
And then to the port.
Now we're learning how to bribe people.
No, I did that in full belief that there was a little Timmy. I did not
Oh no, there
participate.
totally is a little Timmy.
Yeah.
This
I
guy.
did-
It actually says right here he has 9 children. He's more concerned with their safety than with anything else.
So I did not participate in bribery. I was helping little Timmy.
That's right.
So
You did charity the way you're supposed to do charity.
Yeah.
So does he give him the paper so? Or
No, I said he
You
got
have
wait.
to go get the
You have to go
Okay,
bring the
that's
red and blue
what I
paper.
So can we go to the city
Well, you had to go to the
guard?
red. Well, no, you already found her. So, what was the second thing you were doing? Oh, look for the
Borealis.
impound. To find out about Borealis, you'd have to go down to the dock quarter.
Okay, Borealis or city guard? What do you mean?
City guard's closer, so.
Okay, let's go to city guard real quick.
That's alright.
Okay, and you find that the charges were under the. As far as the property, there is an indemnity placed against your property in the sum of 150 gold pieces
Oh my goodness.
for the burial of little Edmund.
You know, that seems appropriate. A child should have a proper burial.
But we have insurance. Shouldn't the insurance pay for
The
that?
insurance kicks in only if your property was being utilized for its business properties, which you can't trigger until you actually get the licensing.
Would it be okay if I made a partial payment and received that?
Certainly, it really is a matter of your reflection of your generosity, given the fact that it was part of your building's facade that fell and crushed
Can
into
they
it.
give you 75 gold now? And
75 gold would be adequate, and we'll go ahead and pencil that out as a secondary ranking. He won't be able to be. He'll be in the city of the dead, but he won't be in the North Quarter.
Okay. And can I get that documentation?
Oh, certainly.
Okay. Got that. Okay.
Once again, finding out how to play the game. Yeah.
The judicial system.
But it's. I'm sticking
Yeah,
to
No, no,
Better
it's
works
legit.
now.
It's legit.
Yeah, it's legit.
They always are. Lawful good systems are always legit. Somebody gets hurt in them, but they're lawfully
Yeah.
good. All right.
Okay, so we had that.
Shall we drop it off and then go to the port?
Okay,
I could really use your money right now.
Yeah, me too.
let's go back to the port. Let's go back to the
Office.
office of innkeepers.
Okay. As you come walking up, he actually puts his pen away, takes your documentation, puts it in the phone, and says, "Let's go."
Now?
Why not?
Okay. Let's go.
You paid him a flippin' gold piece for his kid. I mean,
Yeah.
that was way above and beyond what he expected.
So we go back to Lift Me Island,
Sure.
and I open it up, and please proceed.
He goes, "Oh, before I enter, are there any rooms that I should not enter? Because you have a stipulation for up to 10 rooms that can be check marked as private, and I won't enter
Oh,
those."
the top rooms with our.
Actually, the penthouse was ready. So the penthouse looks beautiful. We can go there.
Okay, yeah, no, it's fine. Everything.
Basement.
Oh, the basement.
How about no? How about every room that has a portal in it?
Yeah, those two.
There's 25 of those.
Yeah, hands off.
Can we hand him another
You know,
gold
I-
piece?
So I go over to Zolder.
Can I hand him another
Let me
gold
handle
piece?
this.
You
No.
I clean the whole house. I know
Luna,
exactly
can
which
you-
rooms are safe, and I know every
but you only have 10 that you can keep her out of.
Luna, can you-
exactly. I know
can you
exactly
talk-
the rooms to go into.
Pick the 10 most dangerous rooms across town.
You were saying something.
I said, can we hand him another gold piece? Make it.
You
Okay.
can.
If you walk over and for no reason and just slide it into his pocket and just say, you were there with him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you heard it. So it's like, I understand. This is for Timmy's college fund.
I understand. This is for Timmy's college fund. I want him to grow.
Okay,
to be
that
a
would
smart
give
boy.
you 20 rooms.
All right. Well then, that's 20 rooms. And
Leah.
25.
5 more.
Leah.
Leo's
I'm
not
at
here.
school. I'm at school.
He's
So
at
just
school.
give him another
Crap.
gold coin.
You know, once Leo
What
gets through
is-
his college, he's gonna need a car.
Leo's a what?
I'm sorry,
Timmy.
not Leo, Timmy.
A what?
Timmy's
Carriage.
gonna need
Courage.
Why would he want a carriage?
Horse.
A horse.
Why would a halfling want a horse?
New clothes.
Here's for your other children.
Yes, we wouldn't want any favoritism on Timmy's
Keep
plate.
going, just keep going.
Guy, as he takes that one from me, he goes, "This isn't a bribe, is it?"
Honestly,
it's
very
not.
much.
Oh, good. Just want to make sure.
You're questioning a paladin's
So you
honor?
get 30 rooms that you can hold in the other,
All right.
and therefore you're able to avoid having to show him where any of the portal rooms are.
I take him and I show him the safest.
So that gives you,
rooms.
what did we decide, 65 rooms then?
Yeah,
Without
that
the
Leo
25?
designed himself. So
Oh. Wow. I
Yeah.
didn't say that sarcastically.
In
I
crayon.
was actually being like, wow. Fancy.
Yeah.
That
They
sounded
did,
really sarcastic.
they did ask why there were all the pinups in every room, but that's a it's a 12-year-old. What can you expect?
on like like on the archway of every door,
Exactly.
he like burned in like the sunboard insignia. Just to leave it there.
All right. So, what do you think? Does it look up stuff?
So we are going only for the inn. We're not going for the tavern.
The tavern was ready too, actually.
Oh, can
I
we?
showed you.
No.
Oh, right.
But on the
'cause you're
documentation.
You're the
No. I can take care of both of them. But the issue with going through the tavern is I'd also have to be able to test your samples that you'd be using for food supplies. And I don't anticipate you're ready for operation yet.
No, we're probably not. So
We don't have
just
any
the inn for
supplies.
now.
So I can approve you for hotel stays only.
Okay.
Not my
Which
friend.
means you cannot sell any food properties
Yeah.
through this, just clarifying, no food properties through this facility until that the inn and tavern addition is, rider is placed on this.
That's fine.
That's alright.
All right. So yeah. You have the Fair Kettle seal of approval, 2 thumbs up from the guild, and there is, just so you know, in a week or so there will be a miners convention coming to town,
Oh.
and so they'll be needing specific rooms, and so. With your permission, I'll be using some of the funds that we put together for the other children to put up some posters on your behalf.
Oh, thank you.
So
Thank you.
Yeah, very generous.
What's the catch?
no catch.
Only it's for the children.
So,
It's for the children.
when can we start doing business?
Better let me down.
Well, we have to wait for this ink to dry, and then I have to run it up and get it signed
Yeah,
off by Jaren, the revealed lord. But once that's done, you should be able to operate. So expect your copy to come back within 6 months or so. No, I'm just kidding. I have to
my
say that.
How many children do you have?
Not again! Not again.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, it'll be here within a week.
Put on a rubber, man. Seriously.
All right.
The woman a break.
Thank you. Thank you, good
Thank
sir.
you very much. Thank
We'll
you.
walk you out the door.
Okay,
Now,
The
can I
docks.
see my ship?
You only have 25 gold pieces.
I do. What time? Leo's still in school, right?
Yeah, you got time to run. Still got to
We
go down to
can. We still need to find out how much. We don't have to pay for it
Okay.
right then,
We'll go. Okay.
and we still need to find out how I can. If
Call your
it's
mom.
send a letter to
Okay.
my mother.
Let's go find. Let's go to the docks.
Well, so any yellow page could tell you how to service an email. So,
Okay. Let's go to the docks first, then, and see find that.
okay. So as you're heading down towards the docks, the first thing you find is that it's a very busy place. You've never made it down this close to the water, other than in that one spy mission, and that was at night. So that by day the place is ultra busy. You hear the roar of beasts, the stamping of hooves of herds of cattle being moved around, people lifting bales and toting barges and all of that kind of
It's
nonsense.
just a glorious time to be here.
Yeah, it's great.
And at this point, you hear this ungodly screech from a building off to your right. Just sounds like something is getting its head ripped
Oh
off.
dear
What,
God.
can I do
What
a
are
quick
we-
investigation?
Well, you see a person in a purple turban stuffing something down inside a bag that is fighting very vehemently. And when he finally gets it into the bag, he pulls the bag into a twist and then beats the bag on the outside with a wooden bat till it finally
Go
stops
get it.
squawking.
What are you doing? What is that?
He goes, "It's no concern of yours."
Oh crap!
Hand it back over, bud. It's mine.
Have a good day.
No! Bad. No. got this. I can grab it from him. Back off, pal. It's not yours.
And I didn't say it was no concern of mine. I said it was no concern of yours.
Too freaking bad. Whatever's in his bag is mine now.
Can we see
No,
what? Can
okay.
we?
You'll have to pay for that if
Can
you
we-
injure it.
Can we see what is in the bag?
Sure, 25 coppers.
Okay, that's fine. That's fair.
We're broke. We can't do that.
25 coppers is nothing.
Okay, so you paid 25 coppers.
Okay, fine.
It's nothing, right?
It's like $2, Evan.
Okay.
Still.
Okay, when you look in, you see purple and red. Kind of a bloody mess.
Aw.
What do you do to it? You.
Not only that, the inside of the bag is covered with a purple powder, so it literally was beating the dust off of whatever it was that was in there.
What was that?
You're like
It
reaching
was,
there.
it's a nuisance. It comes from from a distant land called Colt. We capture them, we bring them here, we put them in boxes, they ship them inland.
I
You're a
know
monster.
exactly what that is.
What?
Uh oh.
So you're gonna reach in the bag.
I'm gonna reach in the bag.
Okay, as you do, you feel little claws click into your scales of your arm, and when you do, you hear a mewling sound.
Is there a crab?
Okay, pull it up and see what it is.
It is an absolutely battered fairy dragon. It's got beautiful purple butterfly wings. The person has beaten it to the point where the wings are broken in several different places.
How could you?
If I ever see another dragon get hurt in his premise, I will kill you.
I thought it was a
You
snake.
got
you
it!
animal.
You shut
Can you
up.
fix it? Can we fix her?
Yeah, of course I know.
How big is it?
I lay hands on it.
It's about this long.
It's about that
About
long.
the
Yeah.
size of a cat.
Yeah.
I lay hands on it and cure its wounds.
Okay.
Hold on, here, I got a picture for Calista what she's looking like right now.
Okay.
It's
I got a
it's,
picture.
It's one of those, right?
It's
Yeah.
exactly that.
Yeah, no, I lay hands on it.
Okay. So when you lay hands at it, go ahead and make a saving throw versus cute. This is a charisma save.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yes.
19.
Here's Callisto.
14.
They're holding
Your
the thing.
heart.
Actually, hold
What's
on.
it?
Let me fix this. This is what she looks like holding the thing.
You'll have to send the link over to him so we can put it on the page for everybody else. Yeah.
Yes.
Back off!
Back off, man. The guy says, look, fortunately those things are nuisances. They were far less valuable than the price I paid. I'll take 100 gold for it.
You get nothing!
Can I
Those
pass
things-
the
Oh, no. You have... This thing has captured your heart.
Oh, yeah,
So,
no.
like, those things
no.
You don't have
But
a
I'm not paying
It's
a
done.
cent.
It literally, when it looks up at you, its eyes do that big cat eye thing.
Puss in Boots.
Yeah.
Sir, my moral code determines that you are no fair caretaker for this animal.
The 25
take 75.
copper should be no.
You will take our
Fif-
our leave and, you know...
You
Yeah.
cannot
well.
take property of mine
We
without...
gave you 25.
Do you want to
copper.
bet? Calista gets in front of him.
Make an intimidation.
Maybe we should call the Blue Veil and see what they think.
Yes,
about it.
yes. Let's.
No,
Red
no.
Veil, Red
Blue
Veil
Veil.
immediately. Don't trust me. They'll both come. Red Veil,
I
Red Veil.
am Red Veil.
Ooh.
You do not bear the rank,
Best bear the color.
We'll wait and see what they think about the animal abuse.
and they'll come up and they say, okay, A, animal abuse is a construct of modern era, not something that happened back then. That's first of all.
This world is
Second of
made
all,
up.
this animal
cat.
type is actually contraband. Both the red and the blue veil want to immediately take it into custody.
We will take responsibility for it.
Fine, then you'll pay the man.
You ain't getting nothing.
How about 25 gold?
How
You-
about nothing?
75 was a fair market value. I'll ask him, but I don't expect him to come down much.
Can I try to do a...
No, because you're going to be intimidating a guard. You want to intimidate a
So,
guard?
No, I'm trying to intimidate the guy.
You can't because the guard's
The
here.
guard's in the middle of us now.
Okay, Calista tried
So, like, the
intimidation.
man
and they
wants-
gotta hide
Oh,
this.
can I
Stay-
try to persuade the guard? With my charms.
Yes. Well, okay.
They're elephant like
Wait.
No.
Plus-
Okay,
I got
you're going to
plus
be...
4 to persuasion.
But the problem is you're so Twitter-pitted by the little dragon, you're at disadvantage on the
I'm
roll.
holding him.
I know you're staring down at it. Your eyes are...
I'm trying to...
You'll have to grab the other chair from the other room.
Wait, no. Let me try it, because I have
I have plus 4 persuasion.
plus 3 intimidation.
You can't intimidate. There's a guard there.
It's the guard.
You won't-
We're talking to
wait
a
a
guard.
You
not-
want, are you going to try to intimidate the city guard? Because that can land you in jail.
Yeah, no. I have plus 4 persuasion. Let me try to...
Fine.
Alright, so I'm rolling with... what did you say?
Disadvantage. You're rolling twice, taking the worst. In the box.
16.
That's the worst of the two?
12 and 13. 12 plus 4, 16.
Okay. I'll see what I can do.
Okay.
He comes over and says, okay, he'll go 60.
60?
Yeah, instead of 75.
Can I please?
All we have is 25 gold.
Pay later.
Can I pay you later?
Can we pay in
I'll be happy to.
Okay. The animal will have to go into impound. I can't guarantee its health if you can't pay the money up front.
Can I give you anything else? Do you guys have anything about it?
A ship.
Woo, cuckoo.
Can I?
There's just 3 of you.
Can I give you a
Can I
coupon
just
for a
steal
free
the
stay at an
plane?
inn?
Oh my gosh. Oh no!
There's a time to fight it and another time to roll with it. I think I'm going to be rolling with it.
I'm thinking I should just like stake it and run. Callisto can like outrun these losers.
We don't want you to get you out of jail too.
Do
though.
you
They
need
can't
dice?
catch me.
We don't
Callisto's
have
really
the money
fast.
for this.
John, do you need dice?
It worked so well
I
last
need
time.
mine.
Oh, okay.
I got knocked out
Are
last
you okay
time.
with us paying for this? 'Cause
If
I
I avoid that, I'll be
Alex is not
okay.
here.
No.
Alex thinks it's a
Alex.
great idea.
Yeah, okay.
I'm telling you, let Callisto just take it and run.
That's
He has it,
that's
though.
plan B.
Okay.
That's plan B. Yeah.
I'm just saying I'm not opposed to breaking rules. You might be.
I didn't realize my persuasion was so high. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's a good thing to have.
That is crazy.
Wait, what are you looking
Bunch of stuff, but these 3 will do for now.
for? I have not seen a comments.
Oh. We're just trying to find the best.
Haven't seen any comments?
Okay.
We're not getting
Oh,
any.
I can't. Oh, I just can't see them. We're getting them. I can see them.
Huh, okay.
Okay.
Here we go. Drum roll, please.
Oh!
How much do you have on you?
25.
back against the wall.
We're not.
I happen to have a couple of nephews coming in for that miners' convention. Will you be able to accept them?
Of
Yes, of
course.
course.
Sight unseen. You're gonna
How much? How much?
2 nights.
2 nights. Yeah, that's fine.
But how many?
2 nights, 2
Four.
kids.
You said, oh, it's nice to get
Oh,
Is that okay? You'll do that?
yeah, that's fine.
Which inn are you staying with?
Leave me Allen.
The grand opening.
Which one's that?
It's brand new. We just opened.
Oh, you've got. You're the owner of the Troll Skull, aren't you?
It's Leaf May Allen now, but yes.
Grand
Oh,
opening.
yeah. Once a troll, always a troll. Okay, we'll go with that.
Newly remodeled.
Under new management.
Our logo is a smiling elephant. Sure. So I take the battered dragon, the little
Okay.
baby dragon, and I hand him to you. And
I don't know,
But you
say
turned it
this.
to him, so it's okay.
well, you guys, yes, it's
Okay, so it's got a broken left foot. Left little front foot is broken.
Can I just
and-
eat the dude? This is
No.
horrible.
No,
No, not him. The guy who hurt him.
Also,
No, see! I'm not gonna hurt him.
I'm gonna leave it up to you both of you to come up with a name for it. So.
What was that purple dragon from Disney World?
Figment?
Figment.
I have a name for her.
What is it?
Nightshade.
Purple.
She's a fairy
The guy
dragon.
says, "Oh, and just so you know, since you're being a kind heart, that miscreant happens to have an entire menagerie of contraband creatures back there. I can toss you another one for the effort if you want.
Sure. What do you have?
Little pseudo dragon.
Wait, how big is this dragon? Like real life?
It's
Size
like
of a cat.
shoulder size.
You like the dragon from
Mushu?
Mushu?
It's like Mushu, but it's got wings.
Okay, so you both get pets.
It's not fair.
It is not a pet. It is a companion.
It is a familiar.
And that one hasn't been hurt, mainly because it's got a huge scorpion tail and can do poison damage. So
Not as cute, but still.
This is my kind of dragon.
What do you name it?
Munches.
just
Just a nightshade.
Lunch is the name.
Okay,
alrighty.
now can we go find the Borealis?
Yes, and now I think that we both have a way to contact my mom.
What does that mean?
By dragon.
You think you're trained to do that? You want to risk it?
She's looking at this one going, Munches don't look that smart.
No, more like I've been trained munches to come back.
Alright. Is there a harbor master we can talk to, or?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. He is, however, right now in the middle of an auction. You probably have to wait till after he finishes, but you can definitely go in and.
What is he auctioning on?
Oh, the latest supply of goods and such that come off ships. The merchants come down and make their bids on the
Okay,
properties.
but he's not the Borealis is not being auctioned on.
Or the stuff in it.
Well, I'm not certain about any of that. I don't know this vessel of which you speak. I know that there have been 4 impounds this last week, and 2 of them were actually scuttled. So
Can I check to see?
you'd have to talk to the harbor master.
Okay, I want to talk to the harbor master.
Hi.
Your mom's gonna kill
Okay.
you.
She's got her own ship, though.
Remember the last time?
I'm not the DM.
No, I just remember that I asked you to give me some the 10 gold pieces.
Yeah, you give it to you.
Yeah, you got the cash to get whatever you needed.
Yeah. So can I talk to the harbor master?
Okay, just a second. Yes.
Oh, no, you guys can.
Okay. So, the harbor master is auctioning off. In this case, he points over here to the wall of pillars, and you can see a chain coming from the pillar out, like something is being held in place that is completely invisible at each one of those. And he's auctioning off an entire shipment of invisible stalkers. These are trainable for security. They are vicious beasts. And
I've been one dragon.
No.
No.
You could bid me.
no, the bidding is in the range of 150 gold pieces per,
Yeah, no, we.
and they're selling the whole lot.
Yeah,
So
we're.
several of the innkeepers. One person you happen to recognize, and you could have swore you heard them say that he had left on board his ship, but Zardoz Zord, the captain of the Orange Veil, is standing there bidding, very clearly in broad daylight, big flagrant flowery feathered hat.
Okay, I kind of pull them aside and kind of hide us behind a corner or
Yeah.
something.
I kind of hide myself.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't want them to see us.
yeah. So
Okay.
anyway, he's clearly bidding with the others on the.
So that
the-
sort of sword, I thought he wasn't here. So something's going on.
Hey, Callisto, how clever do you think your dragon is to maybe fly over and get some more gold,
We can try. The first time seeing what
Well,
he's been trained to do.
I don't want to bid on these things. These sound horrible. But
While you're sitting there looking down at Munches turns his head and little puffs of black smoke come out.
aw.
I trust him.
I
Had
think we
munches
just
for a
gonna
day
bide
and a
our-
half.
Exactly. Yeah. Pretty much just for an hour and a half.
I say we just bid our time and then wait till the auction is over and then talk to the harbor master.
Well, there's breaks between sets.
Okay, well.
So the price you hear them go for is 1,200 a head, and somebody
these
can literally
for
walk over and
live?
signs a paper. What's that?
These for life, like.
They appear to be alive. They're on chains.
Oh, okay. No, okay, yeah.
Yeah, no,
Oh, then.
Yeah. So is there a break? Or?
yeah. So when the break occurs, the harbor master has to go over to his big. They got one of those big gratuitous books they use to keep track of everything, and as he's writing in it, you guys can approach him.
I'm gonna finish it.
Yeah. What can I do for you,
Have an issue.
Pac-Man?
Well, she might be able to.
On my travels here, I did not know anything about how to port my vessel correctly with your laws.
So we got a
and it was
docking fee violation.
impounded.
Impounded. Let's see here. And he flips back in his book. What was the name of the vessel?
Borealis.
Borealis. Okay. Bonebreaker. Borealis. Yeah, I have it here. Looks like 3 days so far. That's 20 per day. And they had to put a hold on the cargo. There seemed to be some discrepancies between the invoice and what was actually found on board.
So how much will it be to get the ship out?
3 days at 20 each.
You're the purple trade.
So 60 gold?
Yeah, 60 gold. That sounds good.
Cast Zone of Truth.
Okay, so now you cast it. Now you say what?
So how much is it per day?
20 silvers per day.
20 silvers. Okay. Unfortunately, we have no money left.
I've
Come back
noticed.
later.
Can we come back later and pay you?
You think I'm a fool? As soon as you get it cleared, you'll be off and out to sea. You'll
Okay.
drop the anchor and leave. No, of course
can-
not.
We'll be right back.
Keep it in your hands.
I will be at 20 silver pieces a day.
You guys will be back before the
It
day's
won't be.
Yeah, we'll be back.
auctioned.
We'll be right back.
It won't be auctioned, correct?
Oh no. Like I said, there's a discrepancy. They're actually they've already sent a boarding party aboard it to look into the indiscretions. It seems that there were some unregistered holds.
All
Okay,
that
you're
spice.
What? Excuse me?
Oh no, I said that in Pac-Man. You didn't understand that.
She wouldn't understand it either. No.
So he played
This is highly
song.
irregular.
It's a
Are you
joke.
accusing her
No,
of piracy?
It's a joke we play.
Well, once they come back from the inspection, I will have the captain's log from the ship, and I'll be able to verify everything at that point because I'll have the captain's name and registry and all of that information.
We'll be right back.
Okay.
That's all, folks.
And as she steps away, she's going to realize that if they find it's got Blackheart's name on it, even if it's got her first name,
So
the ship may not be
We're
able to come back.
screwed.
Oh, uh-oh.
Yeah. How do we go about this then?
We need to find a master of diplomacy. Who do we know could be a master of diplomacy?
I wouldn't call myself a master. I mean, I'm pretty good.
Somebody's honest today.
I mean, Zara Zord likes me, I guess.
Yeah.
But does he like
Zara?
black?
Zarda Zord is only one of the buyers. He is not the
You know,
harbor
he's pretty
master.
good. Vincent.
Leo has a plus.
I was going to suggest, I don't know, his new friend Daisy.
Oh dear.
They're not.
They hate each other.
And is it, well, we don't know that.
We-
don't know
yes,
that
he never
they're
told you any of
affected
that.
Badly.
Let's go back to
Yikes.
Leaf Mayallen and
Okay, and then you can at least figure it out. You do have plenty of time because it's not
Are
even
they home
midday
yet?
yet.
Are they home from school?
They're it's just now midday when you get home, so it'll be a while before they come home.
Okay.
Look at it.
Uh,
They're not home.
Did you want to? You haven't gone to see Fala for a couple of days. Did you want to go have a conversation or
It's
Vincent
nothing
or somebody while
important.
you're out? No.
It's nothing
I might want to
Okay.
do that though.
At 7:30,
Okay,
can we
so
leave
while
or
you're
whatever?
thinking about that, the other thing that will happen is
Yeah.
he'll all of a sudden start walking funny because his one ankle gets heavier, and you look over and you realize that Noka has basically doubled in size since the last time you guys saw her.
Jeez, what are you feeding that thing?
How,
She pulls her head up, and she's got a full hood. She's a
Oh.
cobra.
Yo!
That's nice.
This is a very good noodle.
You just got yourself a dragon. That's
Nuka
what
said
freaks you
nothing
out?
wong in her life.
well,
Yeah.
how big is
I'm
it?
used
Like,
to dragons.
Right, you feel it on your legs, so
Yeah.
it's wrapped around and around.
Can I roll for initiative?
yeah,
You're still
Try
afraid
it.
of it.
Try it.
Dude, are you kidding me? The Cobra's cool for
Nope.
companions.
jeez. How does Noka? Where have you been?
I got coronated.
You got coordinated.
Cobrated?
Cobra name.
Oh, coordinated. Oh, I get what you're saying. You got, I mean, last time I checked, you was like a little tiny itty bitty snake, and then
I thought it was a
Kinda-
corn.
Yes,
Evolved.
yes, and I'd be a foot and a half longer if somebody had delivered on their promise.
I still have it. But
Skin?
I kind
Because
of
he made a level, right? You made a level, right?
Yeah.
So you shed a skin.
That's
So you
gross
gotta, you
now.
still gotta give it to her.
Okay, that's really funny. That's really funny. The last routine goes, I gained a level and I shed my skin? That's disgusting.
It is disgusting.
You're a lizard.
Shush!
Welcome to our world.
Nasty.
I
But
can
here,
sense
I take my skin, I saved it, and then I just.
What?
Say it out loud.
Oh,
Just
tell
say
John
it.
to thank Duke for the sub.
Somebody subscribe to us.
Oh, thanks, Duke. You the man.
All
I
right.
take my
joining us.
They're using shorthand, and I don't read teenager anymore.
So,
You're
a
young
couple
adults,
things. We're,
thank you.
You're 12.
we're back with Leaf Mayallen.
Hold on, I take my skin, I'll just.
Throw it on the ground.
I give it to him.
Right. You get. She has no hands.
He didn't want to disrespectfully throw it on the ground. Set it on the ground.
I don't know, I try to wrap it around.
Oh, stop! Just stop! Put it down!
Put it on the
Just
ground.
give it to him like
Put it on the
that.
ground.
Put it
We walk
down!
in and we see
She
this.
says, I've always wanted to do this and in front of you, but I was ashamed. But now, and she disjoints her lower jaw.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Oh.
oh,
Oh, she's eating it?
oh. Inhaling it.
That's how they
Inhaling the
eat.
skin?
His entire desiccated body skin that he just shed. As he
Don't
gained the last
judge
level.
them.
So
So she'll lay out there in the street for a while, gorging herself on it. It'll make her about twice as thick as she normally is.
Do dragon shit?
Yes, they
The
do.
dragon, yeah, the dragon shed.
No.
Absolutely.
Well, dragons
You don't notice
will
when I
they lose
shave
individual
half the skin?
They'll,
They lose scales.
They'll lose individual scales. They're not. They're more like a fish than they are.
And
Like.
then she gets bigger after that? Like,
She will.
jeez.
Okay, so
Just don't do it in public, alright? You're gonna freak people out.
Alanis
Fancy.
is there,
And now
just
they're
like
just looking at my baby.
pushing, doing push-ups.
So, Alanis, we have some good news. We found the ship. It's a good condition.
You haven't seen it.
Well, I assume it's a good condition.
It's in great.
The point.
It was in great condition.
I have my own
what-
ship.
Well, you see,
No, you were a crewman.
um,
Your sailor background means
you
you're
get
a
it
crewman on the ship.
out
You're
of-
not. You don't own
out
it.
of what do you call
I
it?
mean,
It's
like
in,
it's
Impound.
impound. It's only 60 silver, so that's nothing. But there's going to be a boarding party going in, and they're going to find some things we don't want them to find. Now we figured the perfect person to talk them out of doing that would be your new friend.
Girlfriend.
I don't have any friends.
I can actually. Daisy knows me well.
Well, Daisy.
Daisy knows
Yeah,
me
he
well.
walks in. He walks in after dropping off his skin. Her Daisy's name?
Yeah, but Daisy likes her. She doesn't.
Yeah, gets up.
She likes me. I gave her those flowers, and then she like. Me and Daisy has a very good relationship.
Yeah, he still has a good relationship with Daisy.
Oh.
It was that this one hit her up with the tomato juice. Remember?
Oh, you and Daisy are not cool?
She walks past.
Okay,
Okay, we need
Mothra.
I'm gonna go off to the library.
No longer useful. Basra,
What's up?
I'm gonna talk to her in a minute.
can you talk to Daisy and try to convince her to help us?
Under one condition:
Sure, what's
What's
up?
up?
don't try to kill my snake.
Dude,
Ever again.
That is fair. That is fair.
Ever again.
Yeah, that's kind of
you
fair.
kill one snake and people call you a snake killer.
I mean, I like
I was
this.
saying
When you
Targeted
ask,
the baby ever since.
just a second, out of fairness, when
know,
you see
I
a
like the
snake
boat
and
ride.
say, "Can I roll for initiative?" There's a little bit of hostility in the room.
Okay,
I mean, I don't mind. The
I
Cobra
give you
being
my
with
solemn
us.
promise
As long
I will not
as
try to
long as it
harm
attacks
you.
the enemy.
As
I'm
a-
okay.
Dice go flying.
As
Down
a,
I go.
And just to show you that I turned a new leaf, I will not try to harm any snake. From now
Leaf
on.
goes, "Hello."
Wrong leg.
Alright, I'll
Sorry.
take
Goes
that.
back to the
But
kitchen.
look at my baby.
Do you have
Okay,
all your-
by this time it's actually started to because you've been kind to it.
Thank you.
3 things happen. Number 1 is you notice that even when you're not focusing on her, you hear almost constant giggling in a high-pitched little voice. But you also notice that nobody else is able to hear it.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
So you're hearing giggling. So which means you get an automatic advantage against charm checks because you're under her protection.
That's awesome.
Oh,
Now you can piss off Leaf and probably get away with it. I
That's
say
true.
probably.
Why would I ever piss off Leaf though?
So, can we go see Daisy?
Well, she was going to go talk to Fala.
Oh yeah, please.
So I'm going to make sure they
No,
get
She was gonna talk to
I'm
Alana.
sorry, talk to
Both.
Alanis.
Both.
Well, which do you want to do first? One or the other?
Let's talk to Alanis.
Okay, so you're gonna,
Can I actually go with her to? Because I want to pick up those flowers again and pretty
well,
much repeat.
they're not going to go to Fala right now. She's going to talk to Alanis
But
first.
you
She'll
can
go
come
with
with me
you.
when I head over.
Yeah, when she goes to see Fala, you can go together.
Yeah.
Cool.
Hey.
So there's a knock on your door.
Oh no, I was.
Oh, I don't
walking
knock,
out-
I just
I was
open.
walking out going towards the library.
No.
Oh, well,
So-
I guess I follow you. Hey, you!
Stops.
What's your problem?
What problem?
Oh, come off it. You've been in a mood all day. What is it? Because I don't have a nice bone in my body.
Out with it.
Jeez.
all I know how to do.
Fork with it. Fork it out.
Jeez.
We're going to
Did
see
Tim-
Daisy. You want to come with me?
You go away. I can't trust you. You cannot talk.
She's.
You trigger her.
Communications.
Just-
English is a difficult language.
For this guy.
turns around after hearing the Daisy remark.
No, he
No, he
stayed. No,
doesn't
she.
say that.
Good.
That was
Callisto actually just like shush, chase him off.
I don't know. Maybe it's, you haven't seen the lashes on my back from what I got last.
What
Yeah.
lashes?
Goes ahead and kind of pulls away the
armor
a
to
bit
show.
of armor to show.
Oh,
The
heck.
welts.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm sorry. What happened? Where were you last night? Here, okay, what happened last night? Let's start there.
I tried to talk Daisy out of going to the White Veil because she wanted to get clean,
Yeah.
and she tried to convince me to go, but I was trying to not allow such a thing to happen.
Okay.
And when she wasn't being forthcoming with information that could save the city, I decided to go ahead and do, by my judgment, the right thing and try to bring her to justice for what she's done.
I don't know.
So,
Okay.
I stabbed a hole inside inside that non-existence of a cult, and on the boat just to sink it to keep her from running away. Now,
You sunk a whole ship.
now,
Vandalizing city property, a religious property
now
that
she's
carries special circumstance, hence the beating as well as the stocks.
now she has gone to the White Veil, got clean, and is not gonna tell any information to anyone, practically.
About us or anything.
Most likely. So you can see why I'm a bit furious,
Well,
and I don't want to take it out on you guys. But
No.
my patience is being tested right now. Now I'm gonna go to the library and see if I could read up on anything about when
I
this
overhear
city was
it.
built.
It's pronounced library.
shut up, Soldier. Shut up.
And maybe,
Zelda,
and
you
maybe,
weren't there.
Just maybe I could probably find where this stupid vault is, so we could get the so we can be able to stop whatever's happening.
I could probably find it.
None of you are here. Nobody
So-
cares.
No, I can
Yeah.
imagine he's standing behind the
Yeah.
doorway because he already shushed him away once. And him standing by the door has called Zolder to come over, so the two of them are standing by the doorway. This guy with his big ear, just one big ear.
Yeah, she's like an ear flapping over outside the door. Yeah.
I go over and
But other than that, if I see her again, I am running her through with my sword.
Hey.
Now,
Hey, counter plan. Look, man, what you went through sucks. I hear you. But consider the following. How about you take out your anger on some stuff today instead? Rather than go to the library. Huh? Come with us. We're gonna beat some crap up.
Wait, I just hear that part. Since when?
Another face sticks around the corner.
Can you
What?
all mind your own bit? I told him the door. Shut up, guys.
What?
all,
No, okay.
All of you-
Meanwhile, the entire plant array. When you shout, the entire plant array of follows, which is across the street, as you may recall,
Wait, the what?
follows
Oh, yeah.
all of. Just as you shout like that, that draconic voice of yours carries, and just this huge array of insects and flies and grasshoppers and frogs just come leaping out because you just scared the daylights. But they were all also listening. Remember, Fala knows everything. So
Like a tiny dragon with a booming
I-
voice.
exactly.
I'm just waiting for Bothra's tongue to come out the door just to grab one of the flies.
Like underneath the door, like sensing
Through
things.
the, like a cat, putting his foot through the door. I'll step on that thing.
Okay, so
And you keep yelling, "Not the flies! Not the flies! That could be justice!"
So what are you gonna? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay,
So, how
you
about
gonna
that?
go with her to just go break things?
You go beat crap up? Underground fighting? Yeah? Come on, it's be better than a bunch of books. Look at that garbage.
Fight Club?
Hey.
We don't talk.
We never talk about Fight Club.
Rule 1 of Fight Club: you never talk about Fight Club.
That's why I was never welcome
She's
back.
pissed, and she needs to punch something, so she'll go ahead and nod.
Okay. Yes! All right.
All right, that's the spirit.
Okay, so
Go.
But she's quiet still. She's still
Yeah.
really upset.
You don't gotta
Still
talk.
breathing.
You just gotta punch, and we'll go in like 10 minutes.
okay. So you guys come back from school.
Look what I got!
Is it late?
Yeah, it's gimpy.
Yeah, we.
By the way,
Do I
it will forever now. Pull up the one little paw.
Do I see that?
So many things of how I'm gonna make it.
I have a question.
still
Can I
broken.
see that, please?
Yeah.
Please?
All right, no, hang on. Wait.
There's two people reaching for her.
Just let me see.
Oh, I
Can
see.
I see yours?
I see what dragon you like better.
No, you're not.
F you.
You're not
You and
here.
yours are hers.
You're
not
not
gonna
here.
stay.
At the library?
If I guess,
At Daisy.
yeah.
Okay.
For Daisy?
He
Okay.
doesn't understand why we want to go to Daisy.
Set her on
Daisy
the table.
Uh-huh.
Had
Bandages.
information
Okay.
on
Rapid.
finding what was
No checks for this, right?
No,
The
it actually
the-
acts like it's going to sneeze.
had the accounting information that
And a
she
big bubble
covered up.
comes towards
Yeah.
your head.
That was the
Make a
information
make a dex save to avoid it.
I don't know where
But
she got that from.
No, but I figured
It
out.
was well, the accounting information related to money to use them.
18.
Okay,
So
you dodge
these
it,
two,
the bubble
the biggest
floats away. It's got
suspects.
beautiful
For finding
sizzling colors,
Daggle.
and as it goes
And then
away
for
from
finding
you,
Daggle
you
and
see
for
it
finding all
basically
where the
segment
money's going
into a whole
to.
bunch of different
We
prismatic
find
faces,
where the vault
like
is.
a crystal prism, and then pops.
It
How
is.
do we just?
It is a really big
That's
red
really cool.
string that if we find,
What can you
we
do,
get-
Nightshade?
we
Yep.
be able to connect a lot of dots.
Okay, guys, we have 2 side conversations going on. We can't have that.
Yeah.
So
So therefore, quickly, let's find out what that conversation was about.
Oh, he no,
He was
out of
just-
game. He was just filling in as to why we need to
he
go
was just updating
to Daisy.
me.
Okay.
He missed out on that part.
Okay. So, just real, I want to catch you guys up. What happened? Find the ship. Ship's impounded. 60 silver to get it out.
Oh, that's cool. I give you 100.
But they also want to search the ship.
No, it's already been done.
It's been done.
Well, it's good. I mean, you're smart. You obviously didn't, sail under your Blackheart name, right?
She looks
Look at
around.
me.
Right.
So,
Luna, are you really a stupid captain and not telling us?
She's proud, Captain.
I am a proud captain.
Did you sail under the name Blackheart?
Of course I did.
What is wrong with you?
Everything.
We're on a team.
Yes.
all right. So what's been done, it's been done. We need to talk our way out of what the repercussions of that search.
First step is admitting that you have a problem.
If only we knew someone who was a fantastic liar.
Right.
I'm an amazing layer. I can help, right? Maybe?
Well,
Wait, are we talking
I
about
thought
Crib?
about you. I also Crib.
Well, liar does rhyme with fire, says
We
Grace.
also thought about Daisy.
Okay.
Crib's great at lying.
What's your deception? Sorry.
Oh, it's not great, but I can articulate pretty good.
Oh, you can RP. Okay, maybe.
All right, you both are pretty good at that. I'm terrible.
I suggest that goes against my code, and I'm pissed that we get another ledger instead of using yours, and have
I hear an
for-
espionage mission being planned by a fighter.
and we go ahead and have your name be in the clean one, and get the one that's
She goes, it's not unclean.
Yeah. It just.
It bears Blackheart.
So you.
I don't
Yeah.
need to know what you have in that ship.
Wait, do you have
Just
contraband? Luna, are you cool?
Technically,
I
the dragon
don't-
is contraband.
I don't.
Following the law is very cool, man.
Uh-huh.
You'd be a
Laws
great
of-
like dare spokesperson.
Yeah?
It's not the name or what's on the ship that's the problem. It's the name.
Okay.
Then-
Because it's hers. That's
May I make a suggestion?
What if you pronounce it differently?
What if you used my name?
That make
What
you
is your last
captain.
name?
and I'm not giving up my ship.
I'm
What did you
not
do last
going to
I will
feed
go
you.
down as a black heart like a pro, but I will never give my ship to you.
No,
That's not
I'm
what she
using
meant.
my.
But under
last
the
name.
law,
But in papers it would be.
Okay.
Excuse me, I didn't. The door was standing open, and I've got your paperwork.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. We're legal, guys.
We have the inn.
We have the inn.
Finally.
oh yeah, we
Operational.
have the end.
Took like 2 months to get
Wait,
here.
Oh, also, you see their pets?
Yeah.
It costs us 2 free stay, two rooms for 2 nights for free stay.
during the minor
Speaking
festival,
of
The minor
which,
festival.
is that one okay?
Should we open the restaurant?
minor
first?
convention.
She's
Oh, we can't
Why not?
because it hasn't been inspected yet.
Well, it's inspected. It's ready. I mean, we have everything ready.
I was
I
going to
designed
use
it.
healing hand.
It's beautiful.
That's what he did.
We
with
still
the
have the-
list.
No, no,
Okay,
no.
I mean,
No, the issue is you don't have the larder
Wait,
filled.
Lay
You
on
don't
hands.
have enough food to start a business.
okay, so
You didn't buy the big industrial-sized containers
oh,
of mustard and pickles and anchovies and all of that.
Jason, you were gonna go.
Jason did, but you did. That's what you were doing,
You're
right?
yeah, that's what he did.
Okay. So you guys are going, oh, we don't have everything. And he comes pulling up. Hey, guys. I was out at the market early this morning. Didn't get breakfast.
Oh, imagine I'm carrying like crate.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, cool. So we can just get that inspected and we'll be good.
Cool. Can Leaf,
Oh, he's right here.
can
He
Leaf-
just dropped on the paperwork.
Can you inspect our inn?
For you guys, anything. Now, I did want to mention little Sally's dancing lessons.
Jesus Christ.
get out.
No,
no.
please come in.
He doesn't have a daughter named Sally.
I do.
He does.
I have 10
Like,
children.
does
Wait.
now. I'm so sorry.
Was
he
it at 9?
Is a
No, I have.
Don't you go to
Is that-
school with her?
You said 9 earlier.
Yes, but my wife was in labor this week.
You know what?
Leo,
Another child is a blessing, and I give you another gold coin, Mazel tov.
Another gold piece. Bless you, brother.
Leo,
You
don't
should
go
start
to
your
school
own
with her?
faith.
Isn't she in your class?
No.
No.
No. Oh. No. He's upper class. We're middle class. We wouldn't be caught dead at their school.
So, is our larder up to?
Yeah, looks good to me. That's great. Pencil whip it. Boom. That'll take you till tomorrow, though, because I do have to run it by the cooks.
That's fine.
Even the
Cooks brigade.
bar?
Do we have an inn?
The bar I can't get because you don't have alcohol because he bought standard stuff.
Well,
Wait,
Wait,
hold
don't
on.
say it.
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
Don't.
Because you do not want somebody inspecting that.
No, because you guys,
Don't know it.
in game, you guys only know.
So you'll
the
have to
case.
explain.
we'll go by.
That we
We'll
already
go
gave
by.
away.
Actually, can we make our inn alcohol free?
Yes.
It's already
Let
ready
me
yet.
go buy
No.
alcohol. The 12-year-old boy.
No, we're running an alcohol-free inn.
For now.
What?
You can have
This is
milk.
my kind of in as a Mormon.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Crib, please
Green
back me
Jello
up
as
on
far
this.
as the eye can see.
Crib, back
Apple
me up
cider
on
for
this, please.
everybody.
Yeah.
Strawberry banana. That
He
was
wants
the
to make an
thing.
alcohol-free inn.
Strawberry banana.
No.
That's
No.
the one thing we're gonna be vocally
You don't
agree
need
on.
alcohol to have
Okay,
a good time.
okay, no, wait, stop.
Yeah,
Okay.
but it sure as hell helps.
It's. You're right.
I'm a hell of a
I
bartender.
grew up in a family where my dads didn't like alcohol either. However, business-wise, we will do a lot better if we do have a bar separate from the
With a pretty
restaurant.
lady
Alright,
serving
alright.
it.
Oh, and also.
And with Luna serving it, it'll be kind of okay.
So
I'm buying,
we'll
like, some gaming sets for.
Oh yeah, you're set up for that. Now the issue with that is that the gambling commission is completely separate.
Same.
That takes
So
another
am I.
whole set of circumstances,
milk.
and you're not set up for that because that brings you closer to the criminal element when you start dealing with gambling.
Can we?
You know what? Maybe.
You could have a card room though. You could definitely have a card room.
Maybe they.
A bridge club.
What's a good amount to spend on
Jonathan.
alcohol? Like 5 gold? 10
What's
gold?
that?
A
Abby,
good amount to
she's
spend on
a
alcohol, like 5, 10 gold.
You were oh,
Again,
Oh god.
1 gold piece is how many loaves of bread?
Oh yeah, yeah. I remember.
Okay.
Do the math.
Well, we don't have a full stock, so maybe 5 gold? Is that?
To spend on all your alcohol? No, if you're buying alcohol
For the bar.
yeah, you're talking about buying a stock of stuff. So yeah, I thought you were talking about an individual bottle.
Like 5 gold, is that good?
I'd go 10.
Can-
That includes all your
can I have
little.
10 gold?
Wait, you have, like, you have 75 gold on you.
Jonathan.
About that.
I was thinking maybe the customers would like to rent a gaming set, so.
That's why I said we're looking at the possibility of having game sets for sale.
So the money you get, we use 75 to.
To what?
Well, we got the inn inspected.
That was 75 gold?
Yes.
Yeah.
Was it 75 gold, sir? I just wanted to make sure that he
I'm
spent
trying
the
to think
money.
what else you spent.
I spent
And
20.
then-
No, that was
I was
all.
gonna say, that wasn't even close.
That was, yeah, it was a
It was
lot.
only a
Of
few copper.
it was only copper pieces
You,
for the
you
paperwork.
told me you spent 25,
You spent it all on the 2 animals.
25 on the dragons.
Oh, yeah. So,
Because I wheedled all of it out of you just buying the 2 animals. I did that.
no,
I intentionally
you
did
wheedled
that.
25 gold out of us. So
Yeah.
I still have 75.
Or we
What
broke,
was the
we saw
75?
pets.
Where's the money?
Oh, I have it here. So,
No, we gave a couple to the man. How
You,
much
Okay.
did we give? We
you
gave
burned
like-
off. You burned off at least 3 directly.
okay, so I
But
have
you,
some-
but as far as buying the animals, it cost you 60 out of the 75.
okay, so I have 40 gold though.
No, because we used 25 and then we put in the two rooms. That was the deal, wasn't it?
You're talking about
Oh,
2
that was
different
the guard.
purchases. That's 2 different purchases.
Oh, okay. So how much
Wait.
gold do we have left?
I think it was 40 gold that we have left, right?
Okay.
No, it's
I
less
could
than
have sworn
that.
they got cleaned out.
Yeah, I wheedled 25 from you, and then I took another 40 from you, another 60 from you for the animals. That took you to 85. Then you had to have some to pay him, so there was like 3 for that. And then you came back here and gave money away when they came for the inspection because you gave her more. So I think you're cleared.
Yeah.
I think you were done.
Look at the dragon.
Look at the
Look
dragons.
how cute
Look
she
at the
is.
dragon, Leo.
Look at how cute she is.
This is a
Look
good
at how
investment.
cute she is.
Shut up, Luna!
Okay,
This was
make a
good-
wisdom save. No, make a charisma save.
Me.
Yes,
Because you looked at me when you yelled, and the dragon's on my shoulder.
that's right.
I just
look
drew
at
my
No,
that.
I didn't even look at you. I was looking at Zolder the whole time.
You looked at her.
You
You
looked
looked
You
at
did.
her.
You physically.
at her. This is the way it ends.
I have so much power.
Okay.
Name
I
tag?
want to save my
Yes.
No, that's
You gonna take it?
I just drew my dragon. He is the goodest boy.
That is a 9.
Okay, you are almost in tears. The look of terror on Nightshade's face.
You horrible human being.
Make a save. Make a second save now at
Why?
disadvantage because you brought your face close enough for her to blow a bubble.
Oh!
I want to see what the bubble does!
That's a natural 20.
Bubble, bubble. Really?
Because I get disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Okay, so that's a 7.
Yes. So you blow hers, and she goes, and a little bubble comes out, goes right up to your face, and pop,
What happens?
nitrous oxide, full dose. You are giggling like a madman.
Good
This was a
dragon.
good investment, guys. This is.
That looks like it's better than Burple.
So,
Keep that guy.
What? What happened?
as you can see, Leo, this is why
It
you're in
has
charge of the
nitrous
money.
oxide, laughing gas.
Okay.
Concentrated laughing glass. He got a full dose of it.
Oh,
As
God.
you can see, this is why you're in charge of the money and I'm not.
As he's
Sucks
laughing.
so bad.
I'd be mad, but I can't.
I'm gonna kill you in your sleep.
I love my dragon!
Yeah, that's a good dragon.
So how are we gonna get
Good dragon.
that ship?
Yeah, good.
How much is
Are we
it?
gonna-
Laughing-
No, it's not
Okay,
even that.
so
It's only
one couple
20
things you
silver.
need to know about
Yeah.
pseudo dragon,
Well,
real
that's
quick.
easy. We can just.
Wait.
Pseudo dragon,
How do you spell this?
PSEUDO, as in fake.
Oh.
Pseudo dragon is what it's called. It's actually draconic. It's a far distant relative, so they don't have full fire, don't have a full breath weapon. What they do instead is they are really, really good at stealthy things. They fly silently, they crawl with extreme stealth, and they are basically at better than standard human intelligence. So they can be given, over time, they can be given intricate commands.
Wait, can you understand English or do you speak Draconic to it too?
If you speak Draconic, it takes it as a command, and you have to worry about pissing it off.
Wait, what do you mean?
Okay, so you talk to your friends in normal language, but if all of a sudden you start using $4 words and talking above them, it sounds like you're insulting them. So
I see.
they,
Okay,
they
so
don't
no
like
Draconic.
it. Yes.
No Draconic.
No, it's okay every once in a while if you need it. Like for example, if you are in dire need, you could scream out in Draconic, and she'll take it seriously and come and save you. But it's also they respond to that as a command. Now their only major susceptibility is real dragons, because if a real dragon is around them, they become docile, and you can't control your
I'm not considered a
pseudo-dragon.
real dragon, right?
Yeah, because she's like Dragonborn. Right?
She's dragonborn,
But I'm not a dragon.
but true dragon are different from dragonborn.
Okay.
Dragonborn means she's of the bloodline. She has draconic in her bloodline, but she's not actually a dragon.
Oh, okay.
But true dragon, if she comes into the presence of any true dragon, the pseudo dragon will immediately change allegiance and serve the dragon.
Oh heck no, guys! Kill any dragons you see.
All right.
On site. On site.
So
Yeah, wait, that red one. Oh wait, no, that's mine. Okay, but
Yeah.
so the clarification is they're really good at stealth and they can communicate telepathically after they bond with you.
Oh.
So
Got
it
it.
takes some time for that to
Okay.
happen.
so
Was he
I
I
think
true?
Awesome!
He is the good boy.
Awesome!
Aw.
Oh, that's
My baby.
Oh my god, wait, we have to explain the one.
Okay, so wait, Abby, what we want you to draw when you have time.
Oh, boy.
So Luna and I were arguing. She asked me if I had a death
Uh-huh.
wish.
Heard that.
I said I had many.
And I said, honey, me too. And then I clanked my wine glass and hit with his milk glass.
His milk glass.
Yeah.
That's
The
it.
straw. I'm gonna try it.
Okay, so we have to decide how we're going to approach this ship business.
Bosra and I are really stealthy. We can always
Married
sneak
name.
on.
Oh, I don't have marriage papers.
How about we go take a look at Renar?
Too bad you don't have somebody in the party that
Maybe.
could forge documents or anything.
I can forge documents, guys.
Are you good?
Really? You have Charlotte?
No, as a human, I have 2 proficiencies in tools,
And
I
you
have
listed that?
Forger's
You
and
listed it?
forger's kit. Yeah.
Maybe we could go over.
Oh,
Renar.
looky there! Little guy becomes utility.
So you are useful.
Get out of
I
here.
don't want to ask when you have forger's tools, but we're...
I've had to get out of
No,
many-
'cause he's
If
been-
we
he's been
can
getting away from
forge
school forever.
Documents.
How about we,
Sure, let's go with that.
How about instead of
How about
I didn't have to forge passports
I don't
and legal
want
documentation to get out of country.
change
So no.
my last name entirely, but I will. I have a name. A nickname my mother gave me, Little Red. So instead of Blackheart, I'll be Luna Red.
The hood.
Okay. From the hood.
Okay, so we're gonna... That's fine. But now, after that, how are we going to do the switcheroo?
Okay, so Bosra
Stealth.
and I can sneak in because Bosra's really stealthy and I can follow his lead.
Change the papers.
We find the papers where you tell me where they are and anything else that we have to take out.
They already have the.
No, the problem is the ship's been
How about
searched.
you try
They aren't where she
the
left
ship
them.
has been searched,
Do you
so
think-
they have in the office.
So
the
we have
papers.
to sneak into the office at night, find the papers. I
It'd
can.
be too late.
Why don't you try
And docks work
asking-
24 hours.
Once they give that paper to once the main ship, the
If the harbor master
harbor
gets it.
master sees my last name on that paper, it is done for.
Then
because
let's go
he's
right
seen
now.
me, and he knows that I
What-
am in charge
What
of it.
if you guys just send in Noka?
Noka can't forge papers, so.
No.
Wait,
after
wait,
you
are we
forge
trying to get the
paper.
papers from him?
So yeah,
or
what are we going to do? We're going to switch the papers, get the papers, or try to talk our way out of it?
How many papers have your name on it? Is it just the ledger?
It's the captain's log.
That's
It's
it.
the log.
Nothing
Yeah.
else has your name on it.
Wait a
No.
minute.
Okay.
What
Do you
if we
think a
go-
small dragon can go get in there and grab it for you?
Maybe they're not trained. You just got them.
So
Yeah.
it'd be Noka if anything.
Your dragon's literally biting its own tail right now.
He's doing little circles.
What if we go?
He's going.
over
It's
to
like running
Renar's?
his teeth, running his
Raynar's
tongue across
not
his
here.
teeth. I have tooth.
Renar's-
I have tooth.
I'm sure they're
A lot of
my
stuff's an
bag.
idea, everybody.
Say it.
What if we go to Reynar's home? I'm sure there's Reynar's probably has a seal there
Seal of approval.
for wax and such, and
He
then
wouldn't leave that laying around.
Yeah, I don't think that's a...
But
well,
we-
there
we-
is an
we-
office there that
We've seen Raynar's seal of approval. What if I forged that?
You'd have to.
We're digging ourselves deeper and deeper into crime.
We are already
You're already pretty deep.
pretty deep.
On that note, can we take a 5-minute break?
We don't
Let me
wanna
point
know.
out, all this started
7:35.
when
Take a break?
he
Well, let's
Yeah,
finish
let's-
this up and
let-
then take a
Okay,
break.
let's take a break with us staying in the room. So if anybody has any questions, if there's any comments, we need to
Let's
take.
finish up this conversation.
Okay, so what do we do?
So what's the plan? What are we gonna do?
Are you guys trying to
I think
steal
we
the
should change
papers, the
the name.
documents?
Okay.
Change the
What do
last
about it?
name.
So
That
you
would
actually
be
want to
fine.
steal the document and then change it, or you want to make a duplicate logbook and slide that in? You will have imperfect knowledge of what, like for example, the cargo that was on board the vessel, because that's something that
we just
captains
change it.
have to do
Change
every
the
time.
last name.
What if we just change the name? Nothing else on the ledger because I don't have that much knowledge yet.
And I can't
But the
remember
the
everything
challenge
that's
with
I
that
vote
is
sending Noka in.
the
Noka seems pretty smart.
why don't
chance
you
of
try-
having the wrong ink and all that kind of stuff to do a forgery on the fly is really dangerous.
Why don't you try writing a pardon from Raynar?
Why would Rita doesn't have the power to pardon?
Or wait, no, my bad, Mir.
Mir doesn't have the power to pardon us. He's not as a city official.
But he has been on the docks.
Yeah, but he's not a city official.
Right. He's a former official of the former Daggelt Neverember administration. Daggelt was thrown out with in infamy for stealing the money, but they never found the money.
Yeah.
I'll have to just bring all my inks because I have a forgery kit with multiple inks. You'll just have to give me a while to,
Yeah, the problem is giving you a while inside the.
So-
It's not a
we do
wise way
have
to go.
letters from them.
So what other options? What are our options right now?
Well, they was talking about sending in Noka.
That one doesn't seem too far fetched.
But still, that doesn't solve the problem. Crave, what do you think?
What?
That's right. I wasn't paying attention, guys.
I'm so cool. Look at me. I'm the baddie.
What are your what
He's
is
just
your
over there
thought on this?
studying his book.
Okay, so we're still trying to resolve this shit.
Yeah.
My last name on it.
Do we know where the papers are stored exactly?
No.
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 We'll always just take the damn shit.
No, you'd have to
I
find
like the way you think.
Hmm?
it. You'd have to find it. It's in
Knows what it
impound.
looks like, right?
I know
Shows what it looks like.
but not where it is.
It's if
You
you
were-
look at how big that port area is. It could be anywhere.
I'm sure Basra could find it, but still, I don't. We have to take it by force, and then how are we going to come back? I mean, we're going to be wanted people.
We
just
don't-
got the inn running. I don't want to.
How bad
There are
of a
the
pirate is your mom?
sewers.
What is the best name exactly for the impound? Specifically.
What's that?
60 silver pieces, and that there was a difficulty with the paperwork because there was an inconsistency in the records of the vessel because they found
Wait a minute.
spaces specific.
Does the harbor master have children? Wink, wink.
Oh,
Don't know.
No.
You're becoming a
You're
monster
gonna
with this
fund,
trade.
yeah, fund a
We're
whole like
supposed
country
to be
school
intermission.
system.
We're going to go.
Finish
They're
this
going to go in
conversation.
intermission as soon as they finish this piece. They wanted to.
I just want.
Did you put us up on
Well,
intermission?
we're already on intermission.
Okay, let's stop and.
Well, no, they're still visual. It's just,
Yeah.
hey, here's the room. We're taking a break.
Okay.
Alright,
Alright,
let's
let's think
just
about it.
take a quick
Well,
break.
while you're doing that, you can, if there's anything we need to answer or whatever, feel free to
Yeah, go nuts.
look into that.
I need to get some of this.
I thought he needed to go anyway, so that's what we're way breaking for.
Oh, John, can you pass me my
Oh
phone?
yeah,
Sorry.
dream my boy.
That's actually a brilliant
The
idea.
goodest
What?
boy.
Putting a camera above Abigail.
What? Kill me.
Oh, drawing.
Specifically putting a camera above you to see your drawing tablet.
Well, I was saying maybe we should
possible.
buy a new camera, but we all have to pitch in because I can't really afford
No.
it.
Is there any way that I can like connect, or like, cause I have OBS and such like that, so I could stream from my tablet, but I don't know how to connect.
Slicing it into this stream would be a project. I mean, it's possible.
No, and couldn't she drop it to one of our sites and then you just update when it's been dropped to the site?
Or I could just attach my own channel to it, like a separate link or something. Because I do have my own.
Well,
Well, the option.
Well, that would be the same thing that we were doing
do
with.
you mind if I see it?
This?
Yeah.
Here.
Luna,
Oh, good. Hold on, let me see.
you have so many followers right now that want you to do a TikTok meme.
Yeah, a lot of are asking for memes.
Oh, we've already got subs for
We
that.
already did that. I already did
I was
that.
on top of that.
Oh, we're gonna be doing some of those. Excellent.
Here, see what you can do with
I
this.
just need to see the edges, see what kind of inputs it is.
Well,
Oh, this thing's hefty.
Yeah, it's heavy. It's an older model.
hefty.
It's just the USBs.
Are you saving them onto your machine or are you saving them into the cloud?
Say what?
Are you saving those into the cloud?
No, it's just on my thingy. Then transfer it to my actual desktop. But for now, I just leave it all on there.
Just go straight to the
Mostly there's no internet to use the cloud for.
Let me look into some stuff because I think the best way to do it would be to splice it in to have it as a separate window on that.
I'm gonna try if you don't think it'd be too crowded.
No.
But I thought we wanted to include another camera for our faces too.
We'll
That's
cross
your
that bridge when we
future.
get to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's one of those
I've-
things that's
I
like
already,
when we
I already
Well-
tossed in my pitch for that, and that is probably the best way we're ever gonna get it.
we
No, I think
cross those bridges.
I think we are gonna all pitch in for a camera, and maybe we can use the sub money, or if we get any sub money from that.
We actually did
that.
just get a donation. didn't we?
Let's see. Don't talk about this stuff.
depending
You never,
on-
never heard The Gambler? Come on, man.
No, it's so
Never
It's
talk
gotta
about,
know when to
never
hold
talk about the dough.
And you gotta know when to hold them.
Nah, I know. But
Alex.
Yeah.
You go through. Okay,
Oh, excuse me.
What? What is it?
What? Never mind. I should verify. Oh.
Alrighty.
Why do you make things so difficult?
Me?
Yes.
This isn't difficult.
This is
Why
the
can't we just
easiest
have-
day we've had.
Actually, yeah, I think something okay.
Things aren't burning.
Oh.
People aren't falling out of windows. There's not people screaming to their deaths.
I killed bad people and I was in
We
self-defense.
got cute dragons.
Well, that's on the bright side. No destruction.
I'm looking forward to what I'm going to do next on Friday.
Guys, you'll have to create a distraction of some sort so that me and Bosher can sneak in and forge the papers. I need time to study it. That's
That's what I'm thinking.
the best way this can go.
That's what I'm
You
thinking.
know, I'm still in the guard.
I don't think so. I don't know.
Wait, say that again. You still in the guard?
You're in the guard?
Yeah, I remember my first playthrough of this session that
Well, he went down. No, he went down and tried to sign up to be a recruit. You hadn't finished your training. It was similar to what you did when you went to
Oh.
join the Veil.
I still
I
have
think
my
you told.
I still have Zara Zord pin actually. Yeah. I still do.
Yeah, you still have your organizational identification
I have
pin.
2 organizational pins.
Wait a minute. That's the easiest thing we could have freaking done.
What?
Go to Zardazord.
That's what I said the first time. You
Yeah.
guys didn't listen.
Go to Zardazord. Ask him to see if we can get that ship.
He would want it for himself.
Not.
If you liberate another ship for a pirate's going to take it. As a pirate would know.
Zardazol's a pirate.
I thought he was just an
Black
importer
Heart.
of merchandise.
He's an importer of merchandise. He totally is above board.
We're not gonna.
No.
If he
Look up
finds,
what,
if he would find out that Luna is there and Luna's ship is
It's
being
how does
impounded,
it,
he's gonna take everything in his power to get that ship because my mom is one of the most powerful pirates.
find out how Zardazord gets away with having his ship at dock.
Okay, we don't have time for that though.
No, it's because I ported it and I didn't have my licensing to port it.
She did not
And
know.
she's
She
a-
literally docked the boat and jumped off and came looking for you guys. And then while she was away, the ship got impounded.
Because that's what a smart captain does. Forgets easy
No,
stuff.
the issue is that she's forever been able to depend
laws.
on the name.
I know.
And you drive up, you fly, you sail up, and you do what you got to do, and you get back in your ship and sail away.
Please say that again as about pretending I'm a 5-year-old kid.
Okay. I think Leo's.
If I have a rowboat in the water,
Okay.
I think Leo's
Now
idea
we're
is the
getting
best idea so far.
Do you want to bail dance again, Luna?
Well,
I'm up for that.
we could go over to Raynar's place, look at his writing.
Again, Reyna doesn't have
And
authority
that's
over
not the
that.
problem. He can forge.
And the problem is time. They're gonna look at it in a couple of hours.
But I mean, it doesn't matter what Reyna says.
of
Reyna
course,
has no authority.
of course,
over
you could distract the harbor master with something else.
it. That's what we're. That's whatever. That's what Leo's idea. That we distract them while you do your thing.
I have a quick question. Since I have that Zara's
I could flirt with
am
him.
I part of his crew
It
or
has to be
anything like that?
Luna or Alana.
Okay,
They're pretty
The
ones.
little
That-
tiefling girl told
Alanis
you
is pissed right
you're
now.
officially part of the
Alanis
guild.
isn't going to be in
Alanis is not going to be to anyone's help. She wants
Okay.
to.
And the
She
harbor
wants
master
to
knows
deck
it's
someone
my
across
ship,
the
so
face.
if I am trying to
So,
distract him.
I just
he's
now-
gonna know.
I'm hurt by that.
I do not know.
You're
But
a
listen
handsome
up.
and locks it on, but you're not
Thank you.
beautiful.
Listen up, listen up. I just know, I did not know about this. Or at least I forgot. That I'm actually a part of Zara's Zord Guild.
No,
Or,
the X Guild.
oh,
The
the
X
Xanadar
Guild.
Guild.
Yes. You
Yeah.
joined the
Okay,
your
so-
action finished your membership in Xanathar's guild.
Are they like,
You ever seen
Partners.
Goodfellas?
He's a
I
man.
need to rewatch
You ever seen them? You ever seen any mafia movies?
You're a
I
made
just
man.
recently watched Pulp Fiction.
I haven't
Okay.
seen Zootopia.
Okay. Yeah, this is okay. Pulp Fiction isn't really a gang film per se. There's some tough guys in it, but they're not a gang. Gang is like the mafia, the Gotti family.
The
They-
Sopranos.
Like The Godfather.
Like The Godfather. Right. So you just made a deal that got you signed on with Mikey.
You are like the recruit, bottom of the ladder right now.
You're the guy
You're the
thinking.
scrub with
So
his
like, I'm
gonna
pretty
say.
much dirt then.
No, they're
No.
gonna. Odds are they haven't done it yet, but odds are they're gonna call you to go do something that's borderline
But
criminal,
like here, I
and you'll
don't know
have
what
to
spells
because you
do
owe them because they gave you
because I haven't
something.
studied like that far into it, so I'm making
My question is like, what's the relationship with Zara Zord and the Xanadar?
I have like a list of
Zardoz Zord gave you a job and said you'd get to join his team, his crew, if you will,
but
if you finished the job. When you got done, they said, "Yep, you're now a member of the Xanathar Guild." What does that tell you about Zardoz Zord and the Xanathar Guild?
They're both the same thing.
Did you already
There we go. Now you know how he's able to park his ship.
Have you tried going on D&D Beyond?
I could probably do that then.
Did you already bring up the other
Let me
well,
think
I've
about
got
this.
The what?
rules on dash?
And so I just needed to write
Rules
it.
on
It was at
dash?
his house, so I needed to write it. I need to write it down.
Last few messages.
But like, you know,
Rules on dash.
I don't
Well,
know
okay.
people.
I mean,
Okay.
I'm part
So
of the
the
Zara.
I can
So
hear
one, okay, answering the DM to DM question. The rule is that dash is a bonus action that allows you to move your movement again. When you do that, however, it does take away your actual base action. All right, so you can use it only when you have the available action space, so to speak. So you do your normal action, then you can use a bonus action to dash, and dashing takes away any physical action you can do in that round. You've already done that.
Yes.
Okay, no worries. The other question: why don't we use D&D Beyond? Mainly because
I do.
I use it.
I do.
mainly because I'm old school, and I've been doing this for 40 years, and so I prefer the paper character sheets. They may use D&D Beyond to track their advancements and things like that, to update. I think the reason why they're asking is they probably want to know why if there's a possibility for them to look at the character sheets.
Yeah, it's easy.
So
Can you through like the computer?
I
Really?
mean, you get the PDF and then put it
there's
up.
PDF and
Oh,
then
right. Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll look at doing that for you guys in the future as far as that's
Yeah, I
concerned.
mean, I use
So-
D&D Beyond, but I still print out my sheet.
All
every
right.
week.
I lose my sheet. That's why I only use it on my phone.
I'm making my.
Did you see her
All right.
sheets?
I did see it. It's amazing.
Pass it back.
Oh, no.
Drugs.
Drugs?
Yep.
Did I do it?
You guys got any more questions?
Alright.
So,
All right, we are reconvening. We are still on the brink of actually doing something in reference to the impounded vessel.
Are we reconvened?
Yes.
I say that Leo's original what do you call it?
Plan.
Strategy.
Strategy was is the best choice.
All right, but then here's the next question. What do we do to
Good job,
distract...
sweetheart.
Thank you. What do we do to distract the quartermaster?
We have two
Harbor
rowdy
master.
babies
Harbor master.
who can fly.
Huh?
You ever seen an elephant tango?
She's thinking beeline two
I'm saying,
Two
you have
dragons
two rowdy
flying
dragons
formation.
Can get away with no
I'm
problem.
gonna be honest. Okay, it'll take me, at most, 20 to 30 minutes to do it all, since I don't know the ledger.
Well, how
Listen,
about
I'm gonna say that I probably won't be able to help with this because I will be too tempted to tell the truth or too tempted to
Crib.
not break the law.
Yeah.
So you stay home.
wait? How about we just get one of the other ledgers from another captain,
Oh, I'm all for
and,
shit.
No.
and we
All right. The one time you're not.
take
at
their
any
take
help.
their name out of that one, put her name in that one, and get the
No,
ledger
because
that's
I
They
there.
want you to be a
Poor
distraction.
guy?
Oh, distract. Well, I can do that.
Yeah, so
Well,
Crib is gonna help with that.
And you take your pseudo guard since he's at least got the uniform, so he can dress like a guard.
You can do fire or something. I don't know. Well, wait,
Can I do fire?
you're some kind of wizard.
Yeah, that way they'll blame Leo when you're done.
Oh my
Come on, say it again.
Kind of
Say
wizard.
it.
little.
No, the part about I lit one fire. That's my one of my favorite.
One time, guys.
Never forget.
It wasn't self-defense.
you
No, it
killed
wasn't.
5 people.
They were part of the
Five
Senators
Kenku,
Guild.
right?
That's true.
No, I did not kill the Kenku. The Kenku
No,
were
the
killed by
KQ,
something
but
else.
that was a consequence of what you're
Okay,
actions.
okay. Let's.
Alright.
Are we good?
Yeah, we're good.
So, I'm gonna step out of this operation because I will not be of any help. I need you guys to come up with how are you gonna go about this.
So in other words, the elephant has taken himself out of the room.
Okay, guys, what if we...
I'm not being a part of this either.
Please, Alanis.
We might need you, sweetheart.
Alanis, you're a terrible paladin, but you're a great distraction.
She's better than you, mister. I can spend 20 gold to resurrect myself.
I'm sorry, but
That was one time.
I'm sorry,
Told
but
twice.
who's the one here that questioned their faith?
Ooh.
I have.
So-
that's true.
Girl.
Don't question me about who
Oscar's
has
got
faith.
something.
Basher, yes.
Well, it just dawned on me that I'm part of the lowest rank of Xanathar Guild. I could probably get
I
the
don't
ship
want
like that.
anything to do
But
with
it's
those
kind of
people.
like
No.
They're
crime,
If
criminal.
he
bad
knows
people.
that I'm here and my ship is being
Available?
impounded and
I don't
available,
think he's talking about the pirate.
Wait,
That's still
Xanathar, the
Yeah.
chief of the city's crime syndicate.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah.
want those people involved.
no, no,
Yeah.
no.
What are you
I-
talking about? They'd be perfect for you and your mom. It's the best people to talk to for you guys.
It's like calling the mafia.
Aren't pirates bad guys though?
more like
kind of?
Just call the Gaudis. They'll get along real well with the Bono family. It'll be fine.
Kind of big Valentine's Day party.
you'll make them an offer they can't refuse.
St. Valentine's.
Yeah, big Valentine's Day party. Nice resort in Appalachia.
I could probably talk to what's this?
No, Basher, we don't have time. We have to go right
yeah,
now.
I don't think that's the way to go about that.
Okay.
I think.
Okay, so you're going to head back down to the.
But I think your stealth is going to come in necessary in this.
Oh yeah.
We both
like-
need to get on that ship.
No, not on the ship.
I mean, in the office.
In the
sorry.
office. Right.
All right, and I can hang. I'm going to bless you guys, so you have better luck. I can't do anything else.
Alanis, what if you knocked out the harbor master, but did not let him know that it was you that knocked him out? We hide him, tie him up, throw him in the closet, do our operation. Then once we're done, we let him out without being caught.
That's your way
So,
of like
alright,
letting go of
alright,
some of
alright.
that
Alright, I wanna-
aggression.
What is
All
what
of
is
a sudden,
the main-
Crib steps up and goes, wait a minute, knocking people out. Okay, I draw the line.
Well, no, it's
Stealing
when
a
it's-
ship,
This
that's
is getting
fine.
really messy. If we want this to work, it needs to be a clean operation.
I-
So what's
That's
the
why I
primary
called
goal?
you in here.
Sneak into the office, give me 30 minutes to forge papers.
So we
Wait,
just
wait,
need
wait.
to buy 30 minutes.
Yes.
Okay, it shouldn't be that. Maybe.
Complicated?
Wait, how about this? We knock him out, but after we're done and put it in the closet, done with the operation, but then we bring a cup and put it by his hand, thinking that he was drunk and
Yeah.
passed out.
Mm.
That's not terrible.
It would be pretty clean.
Can we drug him? Like give him? I still have.
Burp.
I don't know.
Bro,
that blue
you're
purple.
dragging.
That's
Make
one
him.
that
Oh
you
no,
don't-
you're not.
Oh, the bubbles!
Yeah.
You can have a giggle fest.
I had a tiny dragon. Her name is Tiny Tim.
No, no,
Don't
no,
they
no,
like-
no, no, no,
In
no.
the background, I
It's
just-
baby dragon.
And don't,
No, you're not putting that in my head.
Okay.
No.
Sorry, Crib. What was your plan?
Well, no, I'm just trying to get us organized. Don't get, I'm all for it.
Okay,
Plan.
but we just need
to organize.
we just
And he
need
didn't
a,
want you stepping up to bashing people in the head until you.
we need a good distraction for the harbor masters. 30 minutes.
One theory was pseudo dragon strafing run. Second was bubbles in the face.
Giggle bubbles, just tons of them all over the place.
How about
What
we
else?
don't use the dragons that we just got, so they don't get shot down by
I have
bombs?
an idea. If you need a distraction.
Yes.
Well, because of my snake is like very fast, you can like cause a distraction or something like that.
The more
Well,
we
he's
put
now
our
a
animals
cobra.
out here,
I'm sorry.
He's now a bigger snake.
Remember, we need
the
30
more we
minutes.
put the animals out there, the bigger of a target they're going to be.
He won't get
30
caught.
minutes.
That's what I'm saying. And I'll probably give you enough time for him to do his forgery.
I'm willing to sacrifice a snake for this.
Hey! You promised.
You promise not to harm any snakes.
Oh, that's true. Okay, never mind.
He's not harming him, but we need a distraction, and like, I think Noka could probably do it.
Nuka has been pretty trustworthy about getting stuff
And he's
done.
like super fast. And,
But can Noka distract him for 30 whole minutes?
I mean, he's fast now, but he's super fast.
Okay, but what if the harbor master gives up after 5?
Do we have a description of the harbor master?
Yeah, he's about 7'2", dark black of skin, clearly not a native from here. He was brought in because of his operation in the land of Colt as being a fair and just man.
So he's a good man.
Fair and just. Well, taking him out for drinks is shot down, apparently.
I can preach the good word of the Blue Veil.
Oh
to
my
him.
gosh.
Honestly,
Well,
we could
considering he's a red veil, it probably would not go over as well. But he is a man of fairness. He's severe, but he's fair.
As of right now, I'm not looking to get into any fights with the Red Veil yet again. As I go ahead
That's
and
true.
gesture towards my back.
I see. Oh, that's kinky.
I swear to gosh.
She is like done.
All right.
What if you guys faked a fight?
I'm going to be faking.
So it's just only one person there.
But then
We
you
don't
guys
know.
would be getting
We
arrested,
don't know.
possibly.
Not
Are you
for
going to
a
go down and at
skirmish.
least case the joint, so to speak?
Okay, let's go and case the joint, and then at least if it looks good, then we'll cause
Okay.
distraction.
So the good news of going earlier rather than later is that that there's still bustling commerce going on. The harbor master apparently hasn't been able to make it to his desk yet, so things have been piled up on his desk in the office without him being there. As you can see, he's standing on top. He's actually inspecting some crates that have come in from one of the vessels, and he basically has to verify the documentation. So he's got a big clipboard, basically, of the materials that he's going over. There are several attendants down below that are scurrying back and forth within the area near his office, but by and large, there's only maybe somebody in there for about 10 to 15 minutes out of an hour, as far as the actual time they spend in there.
Okay.
Usually they just go in and get back out. So there is a possibility of getting a gap and getting,
Okay.
but you have to find a justifiable reason to
So-
have there be a time for you to have the doors closed if you're going to be actually trying to forge a document. The other thing to note is that there are 3 ships left in this sortie before they clear the dock areas and prepare for the outboarding for the evening shift, so to speak, and everything starts to flow backwards.
Is one of those ships Borealis?
Good idea.
No, the Borealis is nowhere to be seen,
Yeah,
and
we
you
don't
don't know
need
where
to
it is.
without setting a fire.
I don't want anybody to get hurt.
Hmm?
Nobody can get hurt though.
Just torch one of the sides of the ship.
He wants
That's
to,
not-
now he
that's
wants to be
not the
Dillinger.
problem. Because if the people who were
Remember, arson is the
My
number one
ship.
rule in the crime books.
if the
Which
people
is
who
weird.
were going through my ship wrote my name down, unless they're ignorant, they know who I am.
We're
So
trying
we
to
have
give distraction to forge the documents. Setting one of the ships ablaze. is
What if they
pretty
go in
difficult.
there and try to talk to him about importing import licenses for liquor for inn, which is technically true. We do, one
You
of
can answer that in 5 minutes.
I am a very talkative elephant.
You're a terrible deceiver.
I'm not trying to deceive him. I'm
He's trying
very
to get
interested.
legitimate information.
I'm very interested
Okay.
in
He
licenses.
needs to get legitimate information. He needs to make
Okay,
sure he has all the
That'll
details.
buy us at least 10 minutes.
Okay, take Kriv with you. I'll sneak in. I'll find the ledger. I'll take it out. We'll find some alleyway or a restaurant. I'll forge the papers in private, and then we have to put it back in.
Okay.
So you're gonna need therefore Jason over there in his guard garb, standing out front like a guard, just to keep people from looking in that general direction while you're.
Okay.
Does that make sense? To have
That'll work.
Yeah.
All right.
Everyone okay?
So
If worse comes to worse, improvise. I'm looking at you, Callisto.
Plan B's.
I'm not coming.
Plan B's.
you have to come.
too close to the water for her.
I don't do water, and we got some time to spend to go beat some crap up. And I gotta
Okay.
see Paula.
This is a little bit more important. Just
I
a
don't know.
tad.
I don't do water.
She doesn't do one.
Callisto,
I don't know,
listen.
but goat sounds good to me. Good to me tonight, guys.
Okay, you can sit
Nothing.
this. You can sit this one out. I understand why you don't want to get in trouble.
Barbara, you want to help?
He's
Yeah,
helping.
yeah.
He's
Oh,
helping
he has
you
to
get
help.
it.
Okay, he's already helping. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go see the harbor master.
Let's do this.
Alrighty. So models, put them over here in front of the guard shack.
Think like
Oh,
Ocean's
right
Eleven
here?
No, inside that curve. Just
Oh, inside.
yeah, inside that. There's a little underhand there.
Abby, put your model.
Got you.
Abby,
Oh, who's this one?
your
No,
model.
she's not
My
going.
model. No, I'm not
Oh,
going.
you're right. Never mind.
Who is this one? Right here?
That's Jace.
It's Jason.
Okay.
And you're bringing Nightshade down here again? Because Nightshade acts kind of like climb over your shoulder, scrabbly. Because remember, the sights and sounds and smells are not favorable to her. She was just in a bag,
Oh.
getting beaten up.
No.
Can I bring, if
I'll-
it's possible, can I bring
I'll
Mocha
take
with me
care of
as
it.
well?
Actually, Noka's
Yeah,
Noka's
okay.
in. I thought you'd never come back out. I was waiting. We need to talk.
Oh, why?
I was doing part of my mission again.
Oh,
Stay home.
what happened? What happened with your mission?
Well, I can tell you that when Dad left, he had 3 people with him: a blonde-haired guy, a red-headed guy, and a well, it smelled like a person, but it looked like an ape.
Oh dear.
When Dad left. What do you mean?
When Dad left,
Well, who did Dad look like then?
Oh, that poor orphan.
Dad,
Oh,
who are you supposed to be finding? Hello.
I'm not here.
no, because I can never
Dad?
pick up on those.
Well, and I can see that because Noka's doing this. Her head over there.
This little mocha noodle.
But I
Or
thought
as,
you-
or as somebody pointed out this week, Noka is more like this, right? I can't if I get out of the camera.
Oh yeah, it was.
Okay, so last time he told me that he said sell
Yes.
on the.
And he went with a blonde-headed guy and a red-headed guy.
Oh, okay.
I gather more information. That's what I do.
Oh, thank
That's
you.
what she does.
Well, we got I have a very important mission, and I want you to come with me,
Oh,
please. That's what friends and.
are there mice?
No. I will give you mice. Yes.
Do you have to give me mice, or are there mice where we're going?
We're
So
going to the
there's
docks.
probably mice where are we going?
Well, tell me where we're going, and I can tell you whether there's mice.
Soda?
The docks.
We are going to the docks.
Mice!
I kick. Is Noka's
Mice
running
and
away?
rats and rats and mice. Mice and rats.
Wait, hold
I
on.
got
Is
some on my
Noka's
ship.
running
You
away?
want some?
Like right now? Is trying to run away?
No, she's
Oh.
happy.
Oh, okay. I thought he was trying to run away or something like that.
No, mice.
Okay,
I got
okay.
some on my ship.
John,
if you want
do you
some.
want something to drink?
Coke Zero, please.
Trust me, if you help me out, if you help me out on this, there's going to be like plenty of mice. All right. And,
Okay.
All right. While they're doing that, I'm going to be praying for their success.
Okay.
And you
So-
bless us all, right?
Yeah. I'm casting.
Harbor Master is currently in the process of
I
auctioning.
have invisibility.
You can cast it on me.
Yes.
Why didn't you say that before, Crave?
I forgot about it.
Okay. So I'm blessing.
He's just got that in his spell book. Just got here.
I'm blessing
Yeah,
Leo.
I could just give him invincibility and he
Boss
would just
friend.
chill in the office.
How long does it last?
until
Oh
I
my
tell him to stop.
god!
What?
All this work, and you're invisible.
That's fine. That's perfect.
Come
We still
here.
got to keep watch.
High five. Invisible.
Sorcerers and wizards. This is what we have.
All right.
Alright, he's invisible.
So the harbor master in this at this point is actually auctioning off a giant troll. They've just pulled it off of they pulled it out of the yielding door and are getting ready to sell it to offshore to somebody who will take it off the continent. Some pitch bidders include 2 Undrins, a Trolloran, which you've never seen before, a person with shock white skin, pink eyes, and very pronounced Eldrin ears, as well as a very sophisticated person wearing almost like samurai armor, only the fur sticks out from everywhere. It is a Betanor.
Is that like a bugbear?
It's, if you think of Knoll and Flind, their more sophisticated, more intelligent form is called a Betanor.
Oh wait, no, I have to go. So I blessed him. I'm gonna go talk to the harbor master inside.
No.
He's outside.
You just go talk to him outside.
He's actually auctioning right now.
Oh, okay. So wait till
Alright,
you.
yeah, just wait. 'cause
Okay.
He's invisible now. He can just go in and do his thing.
All right.
Well, there are people in the building, so you have to be careful because, like I said, there's people in there for about 10 minutes out of the hour, so you'll need to still have distraction. So putting Jason at the door, telling people that they're not allowed in, because he's got the blue veil armor emblems as if he's a city police.
I am passively in stuff. I would like to check for if there's any traps with my high passive wisdom.
Okay, so when you walk into the room, the wall screams safe. The floor screams trap door escape route. And the ceiling screams it needs a paint job.
What
The
else?
So
worst
a
of them
trap
all.
door, not a trap, but a trap door.
Yeah, it's an
Little
escape
hatch
route.
to-
Yeah, it's a
Okay,
hatch.
so
for
we're
you.
inside right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm outside. I'm just keeping an eye on it.
give me a second to keep watch. I'm gonna look for the ledger. And
Okay.
I look for the ledger on his
Okay.
desk.
So you turn to look at the desk. There must be 30 ledgers.
Mother effer.
You know what you're looking for, right?
Blackheart.
Black
Okay.
order for you.
Do I do an investigation check, I guess?
Let me.
Okay. So let me ask you this. You have a stack of 30 books, only one of which you're looking for. How are you going about the search? Starting at the top and go. No, wait. Alphabetic. You have to alphabetize.
Well, the
them.
ledger, your name would be at the very front somewhere, so check the names.
There is a stack of books. They all look the
Okay.
same. They're all log books
Okay.
from sailing vessels. They're all basically the same size and shape. Some have different colored covers. You'd have to literally open each one of them. But I want to know: are you starting at the top and moving down?
I'm sorry.
Starting at the bottom and coming up?
Yeah, I was.
Okay, I'm gonna start from the top.
I don't think they have them.
Wait, okay, wait, hold
How
on.
many-
I'm sorry.
I saw it.
Pause. Swear.
Hey,
Then go back up and change.
Go exchange it.
Then go exchange it.
Thank you very much.
No, you go ahead and
How long
change it.
has it been impounded?
Just walk back there and say, yes, say, I got this one, I need to change it.
Okay.
Also,
Before you start, if anybody
do
comes,
you want
I'll give you
vanilla
like a
dark
little
or-
silent
What's that?
sign,
Vanilla?
like
you
a
don't like
clicking
vanilla?
sound or something.
Clicking?
I just opened it right now. I didn't touch it.
If I see anybody coming,
Is that canon?
Okay. Okay, you know what? Since I know
stay hydrated, everyone.
Coke Zero, sponsored by.
you never go with water.
Hashtag Coke Zero Sugar.
Okay, so John,
And
since
Lay's.
I know the ledger's been here for like 3-4 days, I'm gonna start from the bottom, and hopefully,
The vessel's been here 3 or 4 days. The inspection was done today.
the inspection was done today.
Yes, they stole, but you didn't get that critical information.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. You look at the stack. Where are you starting?
Well, since I don't know the.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You walk in going, oh, this is going to be easy. Holy crap, there's 30 books to look at.
Okay,
But where do you start?
even number, I start from the top. Odd, I start from the bottom.
You're blessed.
Even, so I start from the bottom.
Okay.
Okay,
But that's
so
alright.
so how are you stopping? You're just going to turn the stack over? Are you going to slide them all off? Are you going to try to keep them in order? Are you going to...
So I am definitely gonna make sure I keep them in order. Every time I look through a book and I know it's not that book, I'll put just a tiny little X on the front page bottom corner, just like that. Not even noticeable to like tell myself I've checked that book. Keep going.
So you're going to then use
Should
the
they be
pencil
in
and mark if you
alphabetical
go.
order?
Why don't you just put it in another?
Yes.
Because I am frustrated. You got. Oh, okay. Okay.
Sorry.
Jeez. I'm not even doing this in real life, guys. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna. So I am gonna make sure that they're still in order.
Just a second. Let me get 3 of those books.
Just think, the faster we find the ship, the faster we find the father who abandoned you.
I don't care about
You
cows.
need to stop speaking.
Okay, stack of books.
Get the monster manual. I heard
Okay,
there's
so you're pulling off the bottom.
Nope.
Stop.
Yes.
While you're in the middle of this, the guard starts to have trouble up front. You haven't got to the second book yet. You realize there are now 2 stacks where there was only one a moment ago.
Huh?
You pulled that one out and made
Yeah.
a separate stack.
Yeah.
Just just want you to be aware of that.
Okay.
You realize somebody walking in, if they knew there was 1 stack a minute ago, sees a second stack.
Okay.
Is there somebody out at the door, or
Yeah, they're arguing with the guard right now.
Oh,
They're arguing with Jason.
can I try to intervene and try to be distracted?
You said you weren't here.
No, I said
You're
You
paying
said-
attention to the harbor master.
You're watching him do the auction on
You're
the
there
deal.
though.
Yeah.
Okay, what do I see? Because
Okay,
I'm
stop.
there actually.
I get what you're doing. You're doing it far more efficient. Remember, there's 30 of them. So.
What do I see? Because I'm outside watching.
Okay. Well, the guy just says, I've got to turn these documents in. I just got these off of some of the impounded vessels. I need to take this inside immediately.
He's saying that to him.
Yeah, and he's saying, no, I'm sorry, you have to stay out here. We're in the busy and they're doing an investigation right now. We're taking care of some legal documentation, blah blah. Making whatever story you told him to tell, he's telling.
There's 2 ways I can go about this.
Yes, 3,
Burn.
You're
2.
the smart one.
I'm
One.
walking up.
I'll take in the documents, but you have to stay inside.
Oh, really? Sign here, please.
I'm signing. Let me sign. I got
You
it.
walk up. He goes, wait. I'm sorry. I can't allow you to sign. What is this? Wait. You're not even guard. That's a novice's mark. You're in
Just roll for
training.
investigation. That's actually good.
But
Okay,
I'll
so
go-
now roll. You need to make a dex save.
Crap.
My
Okay.
ship is going.
We'll get your ship.
Dex save. Okay, I have a high dex
This
save.
captain
Okay.
didn't go down with the ship.
That's what I'm pissed
Nope, I am
about.
rerolling. He's in my name tag.
Immediate reroll.
And you're blessed. Here we have blessing.
Oh, that's plus 4.
4.
D4.
D4.
Yeah,
Okay, well, that's
you
still-
had-
I'm
you
sorry.
had
Wouldn't have
a
been
D4
enough.
roll.
Wouldn't have been enough. He's
Okay, 21. Plus 3 or 4, 25.
No,
it's
you
a
have to
D4 with
roll.
D4. So
It's a
just
D4.
roll the
Roll the
D4.
D4.
Well, it's
just
21
to
anyway.
turn. Okay, it just means that you didn't top tip over the stack because you were moving through there so fast.
Okay, yeah, so-
Wanted to see whether the stack slipped or
23,
not.
23, cool.
So now there's a foofero at the door, and the guy says, "No, I have to put this on the desk. I don't know who you are. Are you gonna let me in, or am I gonna have to report this? I have to take this directly to the harbor master.
Whatever you know. I think I
Guard, you gonna let me in?
Let him in.
Can I hear this?
Yes.
I pull out my wire. And I tell the guard, and I'm going to change my
Jason.
voice. No, the guard that's talking to Jason.
There isn't a guard talking to Jason.
No. It's a dude bringing in ledgers.
Okay.
Just
Just tell Jason to
yeah,
let him in.
Jason is the guard. He's protecting you.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I'm going to talk to the guy with the ledger, but I'm going to change my voice and be
Okay,
like...
can you do that? You can't see them. It's outside.
Let's see, message, hold on.
I think you have to know the target.
You have to know the
You have
target.
to know who you're talking to.
Dang, never mind, that's why I don't do that. I just...
Tell him.
Pulls out a wire. Lots of static. Nope, that doesn't work.
That doesn't work. Keep going. I just...
Okay, if you're gonna go
Change
ahead and
the
keep going, make
channels
another check.
over.
Nope. That's not it. Okay, 13 plus 17.
Yeah, you're fine. Okay. So you're gonna let him in?
I can.
Do you have
Fine,
orders?
fine. You just wait here. What's your name? Jason. Do you have a family name?
Born.
Who's your supervisor?
Zolder Earthshaker, I think is his supervisor.
I see.
I
I'll have to
he's wandering
check
around the dock board somewhere. It might
No,
be
he just, I'm fine. I'll take care of this. And he starts walking over towards the harbor master with a handful of paperwork in his hand, including at least 2 logbooks.
I go faster! Jeez.
I wanna
guys.
run up and catch up to him.
Okay, so you run up to catch up to him. About this time, they've just sold the beast to the Troloran. And he says, "Ship it inland." They all nod. He turns and walks away.
Okay.
Harbor master turns, starts to walk towards you.
Oh, Harborman. Sir, remember me from earlier today? How are you?
Yeah, what are you doing here again?
I wanted to ask you about importing wine and liquor from overseas.
Oh, that certainly can be arranged, but that's actually not handled by my offices. That's through the Beermeister and Vintners.
Well, you know what? I figured that it would have to come through you.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Now, about this time, the guy's gonna. You're stopping. Trying to stop the guy. What do you want? What do you want? I don't know you.
It's okay. It's alright. It's the dude in front of the door. He doesn't know.
I know, but I've
you-
got to take care of my business. What
I
do
know.
you,
You can drop off the papers. It's cool.
You let me in?
Yeah, we're letting you in. It's
No. Wait. Who are you? Why does that matter? You're not.
no. We aren't anybody. It's he was just
Mystery shopper.
Have you heard the good news from our lady cerulean?
Oh
When
my
in doubt,
gosh.
when in doubt, turn to religion.
John. Looking at the little fairy dragon, $5, 5 gold says that they're gonna be in trouble. You should probably get going.
no, I don't.
Leaves
It's
the inn to go
no.
over to the
I'm
doctor.
just letting you know. There's no problem. Like we weren't like guarding anything. It's you're just standing there.
Standing in the doorway telling me, no, I can't come in.
Yeah,
That sounds like interference with the job.
No.
Matter of fact, that is interference with government official. He does. Do you see this badge?
I see that.
I have official business authorization to be here. About this time, the guy's talking to you, and the guard, he looks past you, and he sees this kerfuffle. Goes,
I'm like trying to cover it up with my ears.
go ahead and make a dex save.
14.
Yeah, dang it! Okay, I'm sorry. The normal business hours would apply. You'd have to bring that in tomorrow, talk to one of the people that are at the counter. For some reason, Daisy hasn't shown up this morning. We don't know where she's
Oh, do you know
gone.
Daisy?
Of course I know
She's a
Daisy.
good friend of
Oh
ours.
my gosh.
Where do you know Daisy from?
She
I'm
works.
just killing time.
I totally get that. I totally get that.
Do I roll again?
Yeah, one more time.
Don't F me. Okay. Dex, right?
Yeah.
Okay. 20, not natural, just 20.
Okay. Yeah, you've gone through the last one. There is no black heart amongst them.
Right, I know exactly where it's at.
Can I make a quick?
So he goes, Harbor Master.
No, look, there's no problem.
So I says, Harbor Master says, I'm sorry, somebody's calling for me. Just let me say. So
No, there's.
they're turning past each other. The only thing you can do is try to make a stealth grab for it.
Yeah.
Sleight of hand.
Yeah.
It's going to be a disadvantage, but
But you're blessed.
You are blessed.
you are blessed.
I am.
Basha, you're blessed too, by the way.
Use your name tag if you have to. Use your name tag.
Oh man,
Oh,
here we go.
oh no.
We're having a bad day.
How long does it take for me to get there?
You're not there.
You're not there.
No, we just
11.
opted out.
11. Yeah, you knock the papers. They go scattering. Books go sliding.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I'm a little. Clumsy.
What's all this
Can I
then?
see
Harbor
if I see the paper on the ground?
Yeah, well, there's three books on the ground.
Can I see if I see
You can
one?
literally grab one of them.
I grab one.
Yeah,
So you're gonna grab one. You're the only two that can grab them.
Probability.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab. I'm gonna. Pick
So you're
up
gonna like
some
help some papers
yeah,
to help him, and then
just
grab
tuck
one.
the back one in my
So
pants,
so roll. Each one of you roll a d6.
Oh no.
One of you needs to roll a 1 or a 2.
One.
Three.
Okay. So you each have a book. He picks up this paperwork, goes over and explains to the guy. Harbor Master says, "I'll take care of the office. What's going on?" He says, "Well, some guy over there," and he points back. And of course, by this time, Jason's kind of wandered away from the door. So he's not standing there at the moment. I swear there was somebody over there in a blue veil. It was. You're Zolder, aren't you? You've been in the office enough time, and we even saw the fly.
Yeah,
So, yeah. Do you have a new acolyte or something you're working with? The Yahoo was standing over there blocking the doorway.
I quite honestly don't know what you're talking about.
You separate, you go your own ways. You've got the books.
There's just
You literally have
joy
two different logbooks.
So,
But you don't have time and stuff to do it here, so you've gone through the entire stack. You realize, holy crap.
okay. Just to make sure, I want to put everything back the way I found it.
Okay,
And I
therefore you have to make a wisdom save.
Man.
This is a child we're
Still
talking
blessed.
about. There's
Still
no
blessed.
wisdom among this.
That's a 19 plus wisdom.
There you go. No,
21.
no problem.
Okay.
Even adjust the stack just
So
exactly.
can we meet up somewhere else?
No
Well,
one's-
no. Then you look out and you realize your guard is gone.
F.
He's so invisible.
Can I make
Yeah.
one investigation check just to check around for anything?
Okay, what do you want to look for? Something
ledger.
written? Okay, go ahead and make a roll.
4.
There's a scroll, really old scroll in a tube. On the end of the tube is a symbol that's 7-sided with runes representing the names of the 7 high races.
I look around.
There's nobody in there. You.
I take it under my cloak so it's
Of
invisible.
course you
also.
did.
Of course you did.
Of course you did.
So that it's invisible also.
All right.
And then I'm gonna go to the door.
Just
I
then
wanna-
you see the harbor master walking towards you,
Mother effer. I go to the far corner of the room.
staying in the room.
I don't want to open the door.
When he opens the door.
Oh yeah, you're right. I'm done. I'm gonna wait till he opens the door and try to
Sorry.
stealth my way out.
Okay. Go ahead and make a dex save now.
Oh God.
Mother.
Don't F me, Terry. Okay,
Did you
that's.
name your dice?
Of course I did.
He named his dice.
That was a what save?
Cruise, I need to know.
That's wisdom. I'm sorry, dex.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
I like the dirty 20.
Yep.
Bit dirty.
Out the door. Slip
It's
by.
a cartoon again.
And again, you don't want to look at it till you don't dare mess with it until you get home. So you're heading back to the.
Where are we meeting up, by the way?
The house.
Okay, let's go back to the house.
All right.
All right, so this.
Before we do this, I need to step out to the car to get something really quick.
I don't
no.
trust this.
No!
Going all the way to the car.
Yikes, this is
Where did
big.
you go? I have
like
no idea.
I like that.
Hey, good job. Here, cover me.
Okay.
Good job.
I'm training.
I like that. The DM disappears.
Yeah, but sooner or later it's going to be an argument.
You can talk amongst yourselves.
We did pretty well, I thought.
Yeah, sooner or later there's going to be an argument. You and me about
I knew he
leaving
wasn't
my
act like,
post.
so he wouldn't be lying. He said he didn't
Oh,
have an
no.
act like.
Oh no, I was
Why have you forsaken us?
full on ready to go down there with that with that little
I
dragon
actually-
saying,
just
"Hey,
sit in the
have you
chair,
guys
sit
met my
back.
friends?" And then just have it breathe
Lean forward,
that gas to the
Any
two of them.
questions in our stream?
all the way back. Okay, yeah, that works.
Yeah, you guys got any questions
Guys, this feels great. This
Yeah.
feels.
Get out of that chair.
Have you ever run
Filthy
against?
for us? How
heathen.
dare you stand where he
Filthy
is?
heathen.
Let me tell you about my childhood. I was born in the lonely state of Utah in
Get
19...
out of that chair.
We will throw you out.
You were born in
I will
Utah?
throw my phone at
Bobbit?
you.
Orem? Yeah, I was born in Orem, and when I was like 1, we moved to California. So I don't tell people I'm from Utah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never told anyone from
I'm
you.
from Hawaii, but I never tell people I'm from California.
Yeah. Because Mormons are cool, but Utah Mormons are...
You're a little out there.
Oh, I
Hawaiian
know.
Mormons are pretty good.
I wasn't very happy after you. I wasn't. Anyway.
Not gonna lie, some of the happiest members, though, were surprisingly in El Salvador.
You know what? Idaho Mormons are weirder than Utah Mormons.
Oh, I
What's
know.
Utah?
Oh,
What's
I
Utah?
know.
Just alienate
Just say
a
Mormon
massive
land.
portion of our chat, why don't you?
No, I'm not saying that. That's a quick way to get reported.
Oh, you're right. I can say that because I am one.
Wait, what?
You get the cheat code.
The cheat code.
Yeah, no,
So,
I
we're off to a great start today.
Hey,
Oh,
this has
Lord.
gone great.
Yeah,
No, I don't mean sarcastically.
So
I mean, it's
far-
been wild, but like,
You got a cute
We're
dragon.
okay.
You got a cute dragon, and
boy.
we're doing pretty well.
We're
All I
I was
ended
gonna
up,
say, we haven't, like,
I got ended up
done
with lashes
good.
on my back that will never go away.
That was your fault.
just hey, we now look like
I love your
absolute
thing.
bad
That's so awesome. You need to be selling those.
Oh, no.
Oh
Oh,
god.
Oh, shit.
Store notice. Formally, today is Customer Appreciation Day, Gameology in Upland,
Aww.
Corner Mountain and Foothill. That includes everybody that comes in the store. Gets 20% off on most items. It won't be everything, but most items. There'll be some that are excluded. But literally, any purchase you make in the store for the rest of the day is 20% off.
now I wish I worked today so I could have gotten that.
I wish I had one.
Here?
Here, right now.
I should have asked.
You're talking about
I could have got
So-
myself some Warhammer.
So we'll have to take a break. So,
They're already holding the box,
Is that the thing I got?
so we already.
of course it is.
Can I hold it but not open it?
You can hold it, but not open it.
I'm like illegal
Okay.
on this team.
Yeah, let's not do
You
that.
wouldn't put 20 on top of that.
Oh, what is it?
It's the scroll I got from the thing.
It's the scroll that he stole.
Oh,
Oh, you were ready for this. Dang, profit.
Oh yeah.
okay.
Our prophet finally has his.
I rolled a 14.
Okay, so you get back to the house. Okay,
You do that.
you're gonna go make your purchase now, are you?
No, I'm gonna go have them put something behind the counter.
Oh, there
What are
you
you
go.
gonna?
The druid spell first.
You guys ditched me.
I'm sorry.
I
We saved you!
Were you?
Saving you from getting caught.
Really? Because when I stepped out, everybody was gone.
You know, the sea is just
We
looking
had
so
to run
beautiful
so they
today.
wouldn't get suspicious.
And you couldn't have, I don't know, waited for me? You're at the house.
You're just seeing
Leo.
Alanis laying down and holding the dragon.
I believe you.
Hey, I wasn't
Wait,
here.
why
I
are
was
you
at
out of the house?
No,
Yeah, you're not there.
I'm at the house.
You're not. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
at the house.
You came at
Yeah, I'm
the
at the
Oh, yeah,
house.
right,
I'm
sorry.
holding like the
Ah.
dragon and petting
Did,
it.
the ledger wasn't in the office, though.
I
Thank
mean,
you.
Is that the ledger?
If
Thank
it,
you.
if it wants.
It could. I don't
To
know.
go to
It's
you.
in
Yeah, I
ledger.
can see. He goes over and goes, I'm playing with it. It's like, ah! I just want to pet it and call it George, and it's my friend.
You're like Gary Busey, give it back!
I love you.
She is not like that at all.
Well, when she saw me, you know.
So we have the ledger, right?
We have two.
You have
A
two
ledgers.
ledgers.
Okay. So we have it.
You
Joe,
don't
You have
know.
2 ledgers.
You haven't checked it.
We have 2. We don't know which one.
Open it!
Open him.
I was about to. So I checked the ledger.
Okay, the one you have,
Yeah.
because you didn't roll the one he did. You open it and it says, the Wind Swift, the registry. It's being held awaiting inspection due to a rigging violation. Apparently, had too many sails.
Wait, that's
or something
not
like that. And the amount of the impound is 13,000 silver pieces due to extensive over delays. But it looks like there's been a waiver filed for by the owner by the name of Kelso Fiddlewick.
That's not it. Now, we have 2 though. Craig, can you check your ledger?
Right.
It says the captain's log.
Luna Blackheart.
I was gonna say after all that, please.
God.
Alright, here you go. Take care of it.
Cool. Hey, I have something.
You watch your book go from his hands to his hands. You're like, oh, finally! Wait!
I gotta forge it, remember?
What do you
Ironic
have to,
that
why
it's
do you have to
in your
forge it
hands.
now?
But we will do it together.
Why do you have to forge it now?
Did I say now?
No, boy, do you have to forge it?
I want my book back.
But
Give
won't they
me
be
my book
suspicious? I give it back.
It's been stolen. It's a document that allow her to move her ship. It's
Yeah,
it's
no,
her.
it's ours.
You've stolen it, which is a capital crime, but you didn't get caught.
I didn't steal it.
I said
For
it's
the
been
record.
stolen. I'm just clarifying. Collective we have stolen it.
I am not involved in such.
So as you're like,
heinous
oh yeah, go ahead and
crimes.
start forging it. And she goes, yoink, no.
My book.
I have one more thing. I found this thing with a familiar symbol on it. I showed
Open
him.
it. Open it. Open it.
Where?
That's the 7 shards.
Oh,
Open
God.
it. Open it. Open it. What is it? What is it?
It's not for children's eyes.
Wow, that just keeps going.
Oh yeah, it goes.
Oh
It
my
goes,
gosh.
And it goes.
Good gravy.
Did you tape papers together?
Do you know where to get links?
Okay, here's the clarification.
Amazon?
I taped papers together in 1995.
That's a damn good
It's the
tape.
same age as me.
Oh, I've had to repair it from time to time.
It's the
Wait,
same
I see,
age as
I see, I see.
Leo.
Let me see. Let me see.
This thing is like almost 24
Oh.
years. It is 24 years old.
You can tell I printed on a freaking dot matrix printer.
Herein are the articles of the argument by which horrors are increased. An irrational I can't read the symbol.
Do you want me to read it out loud?
I can't read the symbol.
Mar between me as Nycos and thee from beyond. Do bind our
Destruction? No.
You want me to read it?
yes.
Easier,
Please.
because I wrote the damn thing.
Wow.
You let people look at it. I got to read it.
Crave doesn't want to let it go.
The entire time they were starting to go through it, I was just rolling it up.
Exactly. Herein are the articles of agreement by which the horrors of incessant and irrational war between we of Nycos and thee from beyond do bind our descendancy and thine. The dice drop. The enduring and continuous nature of this pact affirms our dedication to the common needs for life, freedom, and racial expansion. Though we know not whether thou wilt hold to this, we unilaterally and unanimously recognize the medium of exchange that thine actions have acclaimed, and hereby concur and affirm to process our demands as necessary with thee using this medium. We further acknowledge that thy wishes may not be comprehensible, and seek only to placate those which we can, and to avoid investigation further, as we also know thy secretive and incomprehensible ways, and are aware that thy vengeance is swift, should this disregard point to this too easily.
This is a peace accord between Nycos and the other.
The other.
The other.
Article 1. Thy need for servants will be fulfilled with the most malleable, most rapidly replaced, and the most selfish of races, the mortals known as men. Article 2.
This is your people.
You guys suck.
I didn't write this.
His people too.
That thine voraciousness does not despoil the whole of that younger and unnatural of species, the grim have undertaken the training and oversight to maintain a constant population buffer of the hardiest of the mortal kind in the mountains of the Silver Blade near their origination point. Article 3. The closest racial analog, the Primus, endeavor to breed out from among their numbers of specimens the taint that could pass for human. And then, when these, properly indoctrinated, will be slipped into the population of those held by thee, that we can discover the conditions under which you will keep them, for we do not wish them destruction or enduring harm.
Slipped into the population.
You guys suck.
You know he's
The midge will
He's not-
provide
it's not- they're not
sustenance
humans.
for feeding the human populations that will induce a more suggestible and compliant nature. For their uses in the warrens wherein you will maintain your populations. Article 5. The Shelton gnomes will create a means for communing between we and thee,
Whose fault is that?
to ensure that there are no breaks in the chain which we herein bind, and to give ours and thine a means to share concerns and resolve issues between each kind before they go further. Article 6. The Betanor will care for any specimens you find untrainable, combative, or otherwise unmanageable. Further, it will be the Betanori raiders that will limit the human populations to groups according to Article 8. The Rook, as is fitting given the depletion of their numbers by the humans in the most wilderness areas, are to provide spies and intelligent gathering, for they have control over virtually all rogue guilds between the human populations. Their ability to spread untruth and disinformation provides us and thee
This is a great time
access to any city of humankind you will, save for the great Nexus. Article 8. Human family groups of less than 100 people are considered by we and thee to be of little import and will only be monitored for size and inclination. Those that grow too large will be rated by the Betanori, and those that show an inclination towards rebellion will be centesimated, leaving 1 out of 100 alive, as a reminder to them and to others. Article 9.
We don't know.
We, the 9. So, we, the tribes of... This is all of these sentient species that I've named, except for mortals, are co-signers on this. So the Betanori, the Shelton, the Secgen aren't part of it.
Okay.
The Secgen don't even exist when this was written.
And it's a peace treaty between them and
Between
Yeah.
all of the 6 races and the others.
others. And they talk about this changeling.
Everything has to do with controlling humanity.
It does.
There's
Because
something-
humans were the flaw in this time when
That's
this was
when
written.
They slip changelings into humans to study their ways and learn how to better control them.
Yikes.
As the humankinds have infused their culture within the majority of the whole of the world, all cities will remain intact after the populations have been removed
Whoa.
and may continue to operate under the same guidelines as before. Those races not dedicated to this agreement will be suffered to commune in these areas, as it is the best way to salve their consciousness and ours. Fear of thy return will be fomented and promoted for as long as written documents can be found, and we will allow thee free reign for 100 years each season to raid any and all cities before we, the select, will protect them. When we do so, we will account to you the threefold from the reconditioned and most docile of the Remontadado captives. Article 10. Humans in the open and without security provided by our combined forces are subject to summary collection, processing, and transfer to your collection centers at Septis Cerbitatis until such time as this agreement meets with your approval. Details of the individuals, their families, and their lineage will be stripped and destroyed before they reach the processing centers. Article 11.
Oh my god.
As this transfer may be objectionable to one or more classes of our brethren, we will position the habilitatus in the valley between the old home gate, so visitation can be made to see the ways in which the efficiency and humane are being by which methods they can see the efficiency and humane treatments by which we are processing their relatives. Article 12. Recalcitrant humans should be dispatched in an appropriate fashion. We recommend scaphism, allowing the visitor to be responsible for their demise rather than our membership. This will be a warning, and as such, allow that the subject is alive when taken to the adjudicator.
Oh, scaphism is horrible.
Tell what scaphism is.
Oh God.
What?
Let me see,
Describe
let
it.
me see.
Describe it.
I'm scared.
I'm just looking. I can't. I'm just looking at pictures now.
Let me see.
It's like the Puritans.
It looks like you're buried in something.
You're buried up to your neck in property that's known to be controlled by the other. So you can't escape, and they can come and dispatch you, and therefore it's not their fault. Article 13. Humans with defect, crippling disease, or malformation would not be acceptable to you, we are certain, and wish to be seen as compassionate, so we will allow those birth infirmities that cause a person to not be acceptably human to allow that person to remain alive, both to pollute the human population further and to allow the perception of mercy.
My gosh.
You're covered in honey.
This agreement shall remain so long as the High Council wills it so. To overthrow the vote by the High Council must be unanimous to revoke as it was to create. Article 15. One copy of this document shall be in the possession of the families of the signatories for all posterity, and one shall be sent to your palace at Vafthrunda. While we act upon this agreement unilaterally, we anticipate that you will accept some stipulations, and by accepting them, we consider the details of this to have been accepted. Stipulation 1.
Oh.
Agency by your members will be supplanted by our actions. Your actions will only be taken under cover of darkness in your warrants and within your city, Vafthrunda. You will not work in the open. Stipulation 2. Prisoners made of our peoples shall be ransomed by fivefold from the medium of exchange as described above, from the docile and retrained specimens. Stipulation 3. All other commerce shall be allowed without limitation, save in your city, Vafthrunda. Stipulation 4. Should we divert from the tenets of this agreement, we realize we may be in jeopardy of your vengeance. For this reason, we bind one another to this agreement by a unified will that should such occur, the others will strike out upon our own number.
Suck to be a human, huh?
Desperate
I know.
time calls for desperate measures.
What was this doing in the harbor master's office?
So creative. How bad does it feel to be human?
Well, he's not. Maybe he was part of. He wasn't a human. He was something.
He's Goliath.
He's a Goliath.
Not the same Goliath at the festival.
I don't think so.
What's that?
Not the same Goliath at the festival.
No, it was the Goliath that was auctioning them.
Okay, just making
You
sure.
know, suddenly I don't want to be in the city anymore.
This explains a lot. This explains a lot about you.
Shit.
No, it explains about the bad people that came before me.
No, I'm not. I'm not blaming you. I'm saying
Hey,
That
not all of
explains
us
why
are
you
bad.
the why.
By the way, there is a copy of this on Nycos D&D for you to look at anytime you want.
Oh, okay. That explains. You know, the dates and everything.
Yeah, it's messed up.
Yeah, it's there.
I'm supposed to monitor you guys?
1994.
Yeah.
Oh boy, that was before
I
I was
mean,
born.
That's
think
when I
about
was
it.
born.
You as a monitor, you're not the skills for
The
that.
paper is old.
I take care of your
This
money.
paper's older than all of y'all, huh?
You said
You're
1994?
1992.
94. 94.
Nah, you're older.
I'm
older
as
than
old as that
paper.
paper.
Yeah.
I say,
Oh, I feel old now.
well, this explains a lot, but I think right now we shouldn't focus on this. We still have the task at hand.
Never undermine her. You're right. You're right.
Do we think? Do
We
we
need to
need?
secure that boat first.
Do we need
Thank
to?
you. Thank you.
I think
might
they
wanna
need to go
wait
to see
until the
Fala
heat dies
because
down.
they haven't done that yet.
Yeah.
Wait,
we're-
what?
I
Yeah,
was-
they wanted to go
I
see
was
Fala
curious
real quick.
They haven't done
Oh
that
yeah.
yet.
Alright,
I'm
then
gonna step up to the back.
Okay.
real quick.
Go ahead. So you guys want to go see Fala?
Ooh,
I gotta
Callisto,
go see
I'm going
ask
to
if
go
they
get
have
some.
a potion of water breathing while you're there.
Wait, you guys are gonna go
what?
see Follow?
A potion of water breathing.
Water breathing. Okay.
All right.
All right.
You guys are
Tell me
gonna go
about
see
your-
Follow?
You want to come with us?
Wait, I have an
Sure, you may have.
I'm inviting you.
Okay. So the three of you go over to
Yeah.
see Fala, and
I
the
got this, guys.
the curtain opens as she approaches.
Hey, fella. Long time no see.
Yeah, it's been almost 24 hours.
Really? Oh, it's been a couple.
Maybe
Visit
2
her
days.
every day.
John,
Come
are
on,
you
Liz.
ready to open up the tavern?
No, we're not gonna open it till tomorrow because it's still the same day. With the evening
In
and same.
game tomorrow or
In
Yes.
In game later on.
okay.
Fala, I'm in some deep shit right now. I need some flowers.
Wait,
Those
what you
same
do?
flowers that you gave to me when I was talking to Daisy.
Oh, you got a second date with Daisy, do you?
Something like that, yeah.
I see you're molting again.
Do I look any different?
Well, yeah, your arms are like inside the skin there.
It is
Broken
very
up.
cold outside. Let's just say.
Oh, you should have told
And I'm like half naked. It's very.
should have told him to shut off the air conditioner.
You can do that.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
Hey, yeah, Jacob, could you run out and tell them to shut off the air conditioner now? It's getting plenty cold in here now.
What?
It's not right for me.
I know there are
Yeah.
several people in here have asked.
How's the damn dog?
Some
But
people-
I just came here just to pick up those same flowers that you gave to me last time.
Oh, sure. I can get you some more
Yeah,
of those.
that'll be super.
Do you remember what they were?
I
You didn't write that as a note.
I didn't think I'd need it again.
Daisy.
Follow?
Oh, I see. You're a date 'em and run kind of a lizard.
Oh my gosh.
Honestly, I didn't.
Ask for daisies.
No,
No.
No.
she likes morning glories.
There you go. I told you.
Oh yeah. Okay.
No, I told you, and he's supposed to overhear. That way he can say wisely, "Oh yes, I remember. It was morning glories."
Can I have morning glories, please?
Sure.
That would
I'll
be
get you
great.
some morning glories. Wow, you don't look like you feel well. You need some salve?
Do you have anything that could help out with pain and or burn?
I got something better than that. She
What?
goes back in the back, comes back out with a salve. She says, "Now, whatever you do, don't put this on your eyes. But
No.
rub it in to wherever the wounds are and completely cover the surface.
Thank
Don't
you.
miss any, but don't get it in your eyes."
Okay.
So what can I do for you, Khaleesi?
I just want to know if you've heard of anything suspicious lately. Where
Yeah,
is
I heard that you guys got a what do you call it? A pet criminal.
Pet criminal.
Yeah.
Just don't tell nobody, alright?
Oh,
Red.
you mean Munches?
I can just see you picking up that way too, grabbing behind the front legs, so it's like
Yeah.
Lion King hanging there.
Oh, I've already drawn
I
it.
just imagined
Did you
it
do it
having
that
a
way?
big
I'm
dumb
drawing
smile
it.
with
Nice.
his tongue hanging out.
Nice.
Just
Dragon
don't tell
prince.
nobody, alright?
That's awful cute.
That's her toothless.
Nah, that one won't get that big. I hope not. To be
No,
awful.
but I had a quick question about Daisy. This is not like the same.
Look!
Shut
I
up.
don't give dating advice.
It's not dating. Well,
Well, walks out of there.
she's not the same Daisy that I talked to before. She is White Veil, and she not my.
Oh,
be the
you got her
same.
sent to rehab, did you?
Well, I didn't get. She sent herself to rehab.
Oh, smart girl.
I
mean, hey.
like, would it still be the same? You think, or like?
Oh. Once you go white, it's always a fright.
I'll take.
I'm right there. I'm with.
What? I got an eye roll for that? I got one for all 8, all 10. So
I look towards Paula. I hear you, sister.
They are non-binary. They, them. Thank you very much.
Oh, that.
Like me.
She's got a point.
Rolls.
They've got a point.
Rolls eyes and walks back towards the inn.
Yeah, you're so sensitive.
We're looking also for a
Alright.
potion
We're
of,
at Paula.
like, what the hell did he say? Potion of.
Oh, well, yeah, water.
Oh,
Breathe.
my
Water breathe.
potions are all well, what's the tier of that
So what?
level of the spell?
That's why I'm asking because I actually don't know.
Well, it's 100 per level, so whatever level breathe water is.
So 100?
You have to look it up and look in the spell book and see what water breathing is, and then that's 100 times that level.
100 gold?
Silver, what are you, crazy? Do we have to have the bread discussion again?
I think we do. Or not. Well, just for him.
It is
Once every 4 weeks
It's
or
level-
5 weeks we'll
it's
talk
level
about the
3.
bread. What?
level 3 spell.
Yep, so 300 silver.
Yep.
Cool.
That's what, 3 gold?
It's 300 silver.
Yep, 3 gold.
So
Give me 2, Abby.
You
Okay.
have all the gold.
Oh, that's true.
No, wait, do I still? Yeah, you took all my gold.
You're not responsible.
I am not.
alright, so like if we give her, give they 300.
If you give them
Silver.
300 silver, they'll give you a potion of water breathing.
It's-
1 dose.
Just one dose.
Yep.
Alright,
But
I
one
have
dose
gold.
affects 3 people.
I have gold, and I'll pay her. I'll pay they 300 silver.
Pay them.
Them?
Yeah, it's always you go with the plural either way.
Oh, okay.
It's they, them pronouns.
It's we, they.
Okay. I'll pay them 300 silver.
Okay. They will appreciate that. All right.
And
Please
she
hear
gives me
no
the-
suspicious stuff. Nothing from.
Oh,
It-
I heard that the let's see.
Nothing about Kenkus,
No.
goblins.
There's all kinds of stuff. Now you mention it. Yeah, the Kenkus were released, and by released I mean they were disappeared.
Yeah.
He
Disappeared.
disappeared. The ones
Yeah.
that were following us.
Yeah, the syndicate took them out.
Oh. Oh.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, the Black Syndicate. They were all found together. They're the Kenku are descendants of the Crows, so it was complete murder.
God damn it. Really?
Sounds like a casualty.
It was a caution.
My gosh.
Nevermore.
But it definitely wasn't anything to crow about.
These are looking quite
This is what we
sweet.
put up with.
Okay,
Our-
these puns are awful, but it sounds like they're just winging it, so...
Follow.
Get out.
Go back to Utah now.
Follow.
Just give him 2
I
weeks.
remember-
Go to Idaho.
A while
So-
ago,
so much
she
for being a
ordered
good feather.
some labor wood. Do you still have that?
It was delivered to your house a while ago. You guys
Yeah,
had it
we
on the
got
basement.
dude.
We haven't
Yeah.
got you.
We already have it all
Everything.
done.
What do you
Oh.
want to do?
That's why they were able to finish the house.
Oh, okay. Then never
We're
mind.
set on that. So Kenku are dead. Anything about it?
Okay, well, why did you mention that? I thought that was handled. I thought you guys said it was resolved and Mary came back.
Don't be mad.
Elotus is just like,
Follow.
Yeah.
go get it, bud. You
It's-
got this.
It's all our problems right now.
Let me
what do you
explain. These things.
It's-
Shut up, you idiots.
Okay. Tell me, Callisto.
We did kindle a few of them, yes, but he's also evolved.
He what?
He looks like a scorpion. Taurus
Oh,
thing.
okay. He's not throwing bolts of lightning yet, is he?
Little
But
late
you
for
should
the
say
lad.
that. He might be.
Might be. How do you not know
He's
whether
also a
he's
dragon.
what?
He turned into a dragon at some point, right? Did he not?
No, he unleashed a storm at the Orangeville Hospital.
Talk to me before you went over there. Talk about
How about you come next time to things and pay attention?
Yeah, I agree with him.
I'm sitting right. I was there.
You darn well know what's
Yeah,
going
actually,
on.
I can see you at the second story window, looking out, going, "Guys, we probably should have talked before. Don't say
what's going
anything
on,
about
fella."
it. till we get a chance to talk.
Well, these two dingbuggers are going.
They go.
I didn't even know what you guys were going over there to talk to him about.
Oh.
I'm always talking about it.
And
Oh,
Bathra will stick his head out and go, too late!
This
These were goes loose.
Is that
Fala, if
no? That's not good darn. In the thing, is
It is good.
Good darn it.
Miss. Good.
it? Good darn it.
Fala, this demon is gonna kill us all, man. Like,
Yeah. Mute's down there too.
Anyway, like I was saying to Fala, he is
Where are they
throwing
gonna go
lightning.
after?
Us.
Is that bad?
Maybe they're
Was
gonna
that-
go right
He is throwing lightning at Telfala.
You believe he's throwing lightning?
We've seen it.
You have.
Yes.
So he's all shiny
there. Yeah,
then.
we're gonna go.
Uh-huh. Please help us.
Oh God. No. Look.
Did look.
No. It's oh God. It's
oh, are you about to do
Uh,
something good, Fala?
yes.
By Ithraka.
I'm about to
Can't.
pull up my roots.
Oh, you about to kill Ithraka?
You're gonna leave?
I mean, it.
I'm going to leave.
No.
That's your problem.
No. I did not tell you this so you can leave us. I like you here.
That would be a logical fallacy.
Fala.
Can I come with you?
Doesn't matter.
I don't know if we can find one that would follow that.
He's ready to bail.
He leaves. Fala.
Jeremy, it's not their fault.
Love you.
Yeah, that's good.
Well, he left the second time, so I guess that's a relief. Ah!
He's gonna hate rewatching this.
Oh God.
Anyway, guys, Fala.
We just gave him an
on Twitch.
aneurysm. Thank you.
Fala, just doesn't matter where you go. Doesn't matter what.
No, okay. I'm being cynical. I'm not leaving.
Okay.
Are you sure?
Yes,
Thank God.
because the only other real choice is for me to retrench and just not take any outsiders in. I mean, you guys have been kind of like lost puppies, but if this is the instability that we're
This
unleashing,
is the end.
well,
You need to shut your mouth.
You are not helping.
you haven't come over. You're not here, right?
I'm not here.
Okay.
Yeah, we're still.
If you would at least give me a chance to talk to the last of my kind, I would greatly appreciate that.
Great. Where can I find it?
Across the street.
Oh,
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that thing. I
That
can
thing?
go get him. Listen, I tolerate that.
Thing?
The kid. The
You
kid.
call my relatives a
He means the
thing?
abandoned
No, I just
child.
call it the thing that's been plaguing my life.
Well, I was actually talking about Leaf, since you told me she's back alive again.
Yeah, about that.
you. I think you need to know about that.
No, we already know.
Oh, you do?
You know that Leaf isn't quite hurt.
We know everything.
Listen.
Wait, if you know everything, then where's the vault?
Well, which vault?
The vault that's supposed to be under Daggle. It's Daggle's house, right? Never
Not
Ember.
directly beneath.
Never Ember. Not directly beneath.
Oh,
but close.
I don't know of any vault there. I know of several hundred vaults in the City of the Dead.
Several hundred vaults in the City of the Dead.
Yes, it's usually where they bury people.
Not directly under. It's under the pantheon of Never Ember.
You.
You're not here. So
No,
stop
I'm not.
helping.
But just,
Ixnay on the Ixbay.
she receives my inspiration.
Hold this and shut up.
All right, I will go ahead and say, all right.
Soldier.
Uh,
Do it away.
out of curiosity though, the high board, the trying to remember what it was that you're called now.
Lola?
High elf?
The Primus?
The Primus.
What about us?
Exactly how many of you are in the city?
As far as I know, I was the last until you brought my relative.
What can he do if he doesn't remember anything about himself, though?
Well, apparently there
If
is
he
no-
comes here, I could capitalize upon his youth and thereby gather information critical to your operation.
The vault is.
and
I can go get him.
You've now appeased
well,
It's not my fault that they have really bad ones. Get it? It's not my fault.
He just came
walked
back. He's still standing.
I still got a whole rack of GW stuff I can look at.
Yeah, but if you leave again, then now I get to say it, you can re-leave yourself.
Grab him.
Is it these only stuff also on sale?
There's 2 boxes of intercessors.
But then again, you'll have to vault over
Zolder.
Zolder in order to get out of here.
You get both of them, and you have to find them as well.
Okay, sorry. Back to you.
Well, there's more than just Leo and Leaf that are here now.
Wait.
There's one other person.
There's another Primus?
Yes, apparently he's going by Leo's father.
What?
Karis.
Carolus is not a Primus. Never
not?
claimed to be.
Never claimed to be? He
No.
always claimed to be Leo's father, though. And Leo's a
Yes.
Primus.
Because technically he is, but that's not what Leo's looking for.
So, okay.
Okay. Carolus is a liar. Because there are the term you're using, you don't know it, but Carolus, the goddess, the lady of the blue veil, is not Carolus.
It's,
2 different spellings of the name.
it goes on Friday.
Yeah, I know, but you guys were playing off of it because you
Yeah.
All right. Then what's the real name?
of what? Of the Troloran that you helped release?
Not me.
Well, it's only theory that it's released because you heard from exactly who that the mirrors were broken.
Well, it is because looks over to
Callisto?
Callisto.
What do you want?
They told us about how he was set to be married to.
Oh, this is going to get good. Just let me get some popcorn. She points at a branch and starts popping.
Is this still
That
is this
Hello,
Leaf or
get the
Follow?
window.
This is Fala.
Oh, it's
How he was set to marry. God, what was her name again? It was.
Who?
racist lady?
Yes, the racist lady.
That's what her name is, racist
Lady
lady.
Grolin.
In my book.
He wasn't
By
going to
the-
marry Lady Roland. He was gonna
But
Mary Roland's daughter.
yes, he was set to be.
What does that have to do with anything?
That Carolus set up the whole entire thing.
What are you talking about? I'm still trying to hear you saying.
The fake liar Carolus.
Yeah, I get that. I know of whom you speak, but I'm asking. You guys are assuming that Carolus escaped
Yes.
because somebody told you Carolus's mirror broke.
Yeah.
Who told you that?
I can answer
Mirrors?
that, actually.
Oh, okay. Oh, you saw on the bush. He goes, "Oh, you're looking good. Got that new shiny skin."
Well,
Oh, I got a meme for this.
in a mistaken identity, I thought it was my friend, but it was actually one of the demon's minions at the time that told me that Carolus escaped.
You let a demon in?
What are you talking about?
No,
Larry.
it was he was disguised as my snake. I forgot what it was.
Larry.
Larry, there it is.
Larry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did Larry tell you?
He told me that lightning came down because of
Oh, yeah, he told us all that.
and
Yes.
shattered the mirror.
Yes.
And they sent the pieces.
Larry
Yeah.
told you. So you've been out to the house and verified the mirror was broken.
Well, not yet, but we're
Not
we're
yet.
Heading, we're heading
So
there
you've been
today.
to Misty Shores? Yeah. You've been to Misty Shores and verified that the gateway to Carolus's dimension is broken.
I mean, you gotta understand, a lot of things is happening.
It's not my fault. I don't know what's going on.
There's too many notes.
Okay.
That's what I'm
let's
saying.
just put it to a point that
This is you every
no
time
matter
you should.
what or
We're not
how we
the
look at it,
best team.
this is no matter what he may or may not be out. But
Okay.
the point is-
So if he's not out, then how do you know Rainer is left?
Every time he does.
because we got we all went looking for Raina.
No, we haven't. Let's go look for Rainer. Stop
We're
talking to
not there.
Fala.
That's him every time he molts.
Wait, what?
Did you give me wings? Or is that just
Oh,
skin?
that's just the thing I found. I didn't draw it.
Oh.
That's him every time he molts.
Nice.
Feel, Becky, feel.
Check it out.
Seems so erotic for some reason.
What?
Yeah, you let your snake have it.
Girls do that.
No, it's a girl thing. Every time we shave, we're kind of like, oh my gosh, blah.
Speaking of which, no.
I shared this morning, guys.
Nice.
Last night.
Feel Jonathan. Are we about to hear the crickets chirp, or are we going to see the werewolf come out?
So can we
I
go?
played
Can
Moana.
we get,
They finally come.
Shiny.
Woo!
can we get going to Neverender Manor now?
Now they come back over to the house.
Okay.
I was like,
They go, oh my god! Oh my god!
Leo,
Yeah.
she,
What Primus thing do I have to do now?
no, it's that.
That look in your eyes means it's Primus related.
Okay, before
Am I
we get,
right?
before we get into that, I asked her about the vault. She said there was no vault under Never Ever Manor.
Where did she say it was?
She said there are vaults.
She
There's
said there
some
are
in
vaults by the city of the dead.
Yeah.
Now can I go?
Now you.
The Pantheon, or the grave of the Never Ever people. That's where the vault is.
what are you doing here?
No, you're back to the house.
Oh, I am?
Yeah.
Oh, bye, Follow. I love you.
Yeah, right.
Luna's.
Aww, that's so cool. Guys, that's where the vault is.
Okay.
I figured something out before Crib.
Putting on my coat. All right, let's go. I'm already like halfway out the door.
I haven't
No.
finished my glass.
Grab your holy symbol because you're going to.
Guys, the vault is not the most important thing right now.
What is?
We have to find Rainer, see what.
Okay, we go to the vault first because it's right here next to us, and then we go out to sea.
Luna, what do you think?
No, well,
Where is
We-
Life May Allen? Oh,
Life May Island is off of the main street, north-south,
North.
on the
south.
left-hand side.
Okay.
Yeah, right about there.
And
City of the Dead
so like we're
is.
kind of close there.
right
It's
here.
like right here. Then.
Yeah, City of the Dead is closest.
So
Okay.
yeah, so like we are close then.
Yeah, well, you're about the same distance because if you go north to you have to go to the coast.
Okay.
So now it's kind of farther away.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's go stop.
I still say
when
I vote. Let's go investigate the Render Manor. I want to know if Rainer is actually there. One of the mirrors broken.
We can hit
City to
Do
death.
I
City of the
even
Dead,
have my
and then we
shit?
can go
No, it's not.
Securely have my shit.
You have the ledger.
No, you have the access now. You can just walk down and say, I need to pick up this ship because you've got the actual
Oh, okay.
logbook. The issue is that the logbooks basically act like the keys to a ship. If you got the logbook in your hand, it means that you've been cleared by the harbor master.
Okay. Let's go.
Let's do that.
Luna, what do you think?
first.
It's your
The
call.
ship?
Yes.
Wait, we could
It's
probably
Luna's call.
split up to do this quicker.
We're not. I don't think it's
No,
good.
we're not splitting up because every time we split up, something goes wrong.
Luna, did we go to the
That's
City of
not
the Dead or did we go see Rainer?
100% true all the
Do we have
time.
city map?
Yeah,
You guys do what you
No, I
want.
mean,
We're
like,
gonna
yeah,
go
physical
punch some
city map,
things
yeah.
out.
Sure, it's part of the
In
decoration.
game?
Yeah.
No, but you have yellow pages you could ask.
For a city map?
Yeah, or you could ask any of the religious groups who will tell you how to find their temples, which will give you a lot of maps.
I just need a map so I
I'm
can
agreeing with punching things
point
out.
down, like, look, you go this
Sure.
way, take
Agree to
this
it. We're
route.
gonna
Sure.
you and me.
I can. This is my territory. I can.
No, you just sense it. You don't even
Yeah,
have
I'm
to.
just trying to
Or
explain
just-
everything.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Alright.
more than likely, since you're at the house, she'd scowl. She'd actually have to use a spell point, but she'd actually create a map for you.
Okay.
Oh, Leo, I got that.
Leaf.
Underbreathing potion that you wanted.
Oh, sweet, thanks.
Oh, and one more thing.
Under
Leo,
breathing? Were you trying to hyperventilate?
Maybe.
Or
Leo, one
Paper
other
bag.
thing. Follow said that guy that was in the mirror, he's a complete freaking liar.
I knew it! Told you. Wasn't. Not my dad.
Hashtag not my dad.
Because I asked her if he was Primus himself. She said no.
See, I'm probably not even a Primus. See, I'm good. I'm just
No,
normal
you're definitely a
human boy.
Primus.
Yeah, definitely a problem.
Follow,
No,
by the way, Follow would like to speak to you.
Follow actually said that you
what did I
are.
do?
You guys have the attention span of squirrels.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, shit.
Okay, you're right.
Now the captain's out of the room, so you can get something done.
that's right.
I'm not saying that.
Oh, you aren't? I thought that's what you were suggesting.
All right, let's focus.
Okay, vault.
Alright.
Vault.
No.
No, he needs to go to
Later.
No,
Hang on.
later.
We're gonna handle this. Alright, we need to get this done systematically. First thing, we're taking care of the ship, we're getting it moved, and we're gonna get it paid for so we don't have to worry about it.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Let's do that.
Then from there, we're gonna go City of the Dead, we'll do a little bit of investigation, and because City of the Dead is on the way to the manor, we'll do it in that order. City of the Dead, then the manor.
Okay,
That
so
works.
we're
Alright, cool.
so
Everyone settled?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone got everything
Pirates
they
Bay, ghost busting, then going back
we
over.
go.
Okay.
Can we
Alright.
do that in montage form?
We sure can. Actually, it would be serialized. So it's just we're going to go to the first one. We're going to do it since we've got since your objective in this case is to get the ship cleared. All you have is the book, so you actually have to find the ship. You have to be careful about dancing about that because the book you got you didn't get. It hasn't been stamped.
Wait,
So therefore,
is there a
stealth.
symbol?
Mr. Urban here has a chance to track it. All she has to have is something from the ship, which she has.
Alright, yeah. Alright, so assuming she's here, here's
So
the book.
she waves it in front of your face. Find it, boy. Find it, boy.
Oh god.
Anybody have a collar?
We actually do.
Wait, hold on.
Wait,
He
you
still
still
has
have
his
that collar?
leash. He
So
still has
this
his
is
leash.
collar.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Oh, wait,
Yes.
you do have the
Don't you have
Wait.
a muzzle? No, you have a muzzle.
Guys, if we're taking a picture during,
No,
No.
not
Absolutely
No, we're
That's
not.
so negative.
Absolutely not.
No.
Alright, so he's got the same.
You can see
Yes.
you guys anywhere.
I am second command of
So
this
get to
photo.
make your tracking.
Can I use
Alright.
your
I am not wearing a collar in church.
Alright.
Not in my house, oh Lord, you're not.
I'm already outside. I'm like, come on, guys, let's go.
I follow.
Can I see your mark?
Alright, come.
Everyone,
The model.
come on, let's go.
He-
Everyone,
he's already right down the
Yeah, let's
carriage.
go.
let's go.
I like to make a note, even when tracking, forging,
That's
and other
cool.
stuff, I'm alert to danger. Following on,
So
I know. Make your tracking.
How are we tracking the ship? Is he using it? Do his
Yeah.
guys?
He had the book, so he goes.
Okay.
Okay. So,
He's just gonna make a dice roll or two.
Since we're here, can we help
What am
him
I
with
rolling?
advantage?
Tracking with it. Well, he's got the book. He's got
I get
advantage.
it. Oh, cool.
Do I
okay.
roll with
Bless
wisdom?
him, bless him, bless him.
Tracking. Whatever your tracking skill is, it's survival, right?
I can spend another spell slot and bless him again.
All right, sure. All right, thank you.
So you
Bless
get-
this D4.
Yeah, just roll that at the same time.
Roll that and then roll a d4 with it.
You just roll it at the same time.
D4, 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 D4.
Before.
No.
Triangle.
Pyramid.
Triangle.
Pyramid.
Yeah, I know.
A triangular pyramid.
That'll be a 20. Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, it doesn't take you very long to find it. It's actually down one of the shorter shoals, tucked in, back in behind the dock area. It's got anchor chain standard, but it also has 3 extra anchor chains thrown over it to hold it in place that are marked with the harbor master's symbol.
Smashy, smashy.
On the side of it, it's on the side of the cabin. There's a basically a note that's been plastered up there, and the note says impound due to unclaimed cargo space on board.
Now, do I see like any guards patrolling or anything?
No,
like
they
that?
put these anchors on. It's kind of like putting the boot on a car.
Okay. Can I break the chains?
Go for it. Strength check.
Wait, I will bless you and give you. I think it's.
You can bless too.
No. I
priest
mean
thing.
enhance ability. I'm sorry, enhance ability. So,
This is a non-saving throw strength check. So, yeah.
so I give you
Do I just throw or?
full strength, so you have advantage on strength checks.
It's advantage.
May I also?
Well, there's multiple chains, so you can pull on different ones.
19.
Yeah.
18.
Okay, so you basically are able to rip the chains off the ship. Are you throwing them in the water, or are you going to pull up the anchors and like leave them on the dock?
What's a better idea?
Morally, you're not destroying property. You put
Okay,
them on the
that's what I'm
dock.
doing. I'm putting them out. Leave them safe for there.
Okay, as he does that, I'm pushing him in the water.
Okay, let's go and see your strength check to push them. Disadvantage because they're really heavy.
Oh, wizards! They think they're so strong.
7.
What's your...
Ow! I broke a nail! Damn it!
Well, let me assume he cares about his nails.
Hey, Crib, you're nailing this. Good job.
Well, that one was terrible. Come on, you can do better than that.
Don't push him.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
And I rip off the thing, the sign that said, you know.
Okay, when you rip that off, however, it does trigger an alarm. So now the alarm spell triggers and it's going. Meh, 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 meh.
Cheese it. We got the ship to go
You gonna leave?
now.
Yes.
So
Or
do
are
I
you
see
gonna
like,
board, are you gonna board the vessel and try to get out of port?
That's board the vessel and try to get aboard.
Come
You
on,
realize
Luna.
the alarm is coming from the ship.
Oh. Luna, you know everything. Please turn off your ship.
Yeah, wouldn't Luna know that?
It wasn't her.
It was put on by the.
Oh.
The harbor guard.
Wait, we have the book. Don't we say that we have the key and just say?
There's
hey,
nobody
that's what
here. The ship is sitting. It was been inspected, found to be impoundable. They put the impound note on it, including the defensive alarm on it. And you guys broke the chains that hold it in place,
Nobody.
so you can pull its anchor up. Yeah, there's nobody here.
Nobody.
It's just sitting there.
Okay.
Just like a police car, it's just impounded and put in a place where they know where it is. But when you pulled up that tape, it triggers the alarm.
We found your ship.
You're on board the ship. They released the police. The police had put basically anchors to hold it in place. They broke his strength check. The two of them broke the chains, pulled the chains out of the way. Now the boat's safe to go. They pull up the main anchor, and then strip the tape off that's got this ship is impounded note. But they didn't think about the fact that actually has a spell triggered into it. So when you pull the tape, it sets off an alarm.
Don't you have dispel magic or something?
Set the ship sailing.
Oh,
Sure.
yeah. No, I have to
Okay.
spell.
You have dispel magic?
Yeah, I think so.
Alright.
Let me just check really
Okay,
quick.
while you're checking, he's yelling, "Pull the thing! Move the thing!"
Well, since
Well, no,
since it's
Drop
a
the
alarm,
car
It's like
alarm.
the alarm can only last for it's only got a
Right.
finite range. So
Right.
just get out of the range, it dispels.
Right.
Weigh anchor.
No, you're not going to dispel the range. The boat is the spell is cast on the boat.
The boat is the range.
Turn off your car alarm.
Exactly. She can't.
Don't you have your key?
So the only thing you do is make a run for it. And the music sounds like run music to me.
If he's got dispel, we're okay.
I got it. It's a second level spell.
It's not first as much as I wish it was.
Okay, guys, let's go now.
Yeah, let's go. Just raise anchor. Let's get out of here.
I grab Callisto and just.
I'm not there.
We're
Oh, you're right.
leaving.
No,
Okay.
we're taking the boat.
We're stealing the boat that belongs to you.
We're stealing the boat that they've rightfully kidnapped.
I
Leaving
mean,
the boat that belongs in you.
where are we going?
As the alarm's going off, you are the only person with any sailing experience on the boat except for...
Weigh anchor. You know what to do with the sails. Go. Let's.
He's telling him to play anchor. She's calling for you. She's saying you're the only other crewman on board.
Are you not there?
I'm
Wait.
there.
Yes, you weigh anchor.
We just did.
She goes, "What is
You-
that?"
Sails.
No.
Ah.
Okay.
Okay,
Captain,
so
what
you
do I
know
do?
about sails because you're a sailor.
Yeah.
You're the only one here that knows what she's yelling.
What does
She's
full
going,
anchor mean?
"Raise the anchor!"
Raise the anchor.
Raise the
Oh, raise the
anchor.
anchor. Okay, so I raised.
Where
So he's
are we
running.
gonna put the
He's
ship?
running windlass. He's running the windlass. You hear guards coming, running. There's horns in the distance.
Oh my god.
I'm not using my
Just
trunk to blow
another
air
guy on
into the
the
sails.
Okay,
You're
hold
going
on.
stealth mode, or are you going to go up and do what she said, which was raise the
try to
sails?
hide my identity in case the guards see.
You're on board the ship that's got an alarm going off on it. Are you going to climb in the rigging and do what your captain said? So you climbed up into the, and you're starting to
Yeah.
unfurl the sail.
Is there only one path leading to our ship?
No, it can come around either way. But the water only goes one way out. You gotta go out to the
Okay,
bay.
so getting on the ship and making sure after everybody else is on, I'm gonna cast darkness on the area that gets on the ship to at least confuse them.
Okay, what is the range of that?
60 feet.
Okay, at 60 feet.
That's how
That's
far,
how
I
far
can
away.
stretch it.
But what's its
15.
size?
It's only 15. That's why I'm
15
saying,
feet. Which, okay, I love this. This is a classical level 1 blunder. You have a 35-foot long ship. You have darkness centered in the center of the ship.
No, not the ship. On the pathway leading to the ship for the guards to confuse them.
Oh, I see.
No,
what
there's
he's
roads
saying.
on both sides. So even if you cast darkness over there, there's gonna be there's gonna be a way to get here from here. Because the boats, where'd my boat go? My boat's over there. Can't be just any one of those little boats. It's right there, the little one. There you go. This is not to scale, but your ship is sitting here.
Uh-huh.
You have to get it out of here, turn it around, and go out to sea. This is the end of the. They literally parked it in a cul-de-sac.
Oh, crap. Okay.
So you cut it free. She's dropping the sail. Where are you dropping the darkness?
You know what?
My mental picture was you're going to drop it on the deck of the ship and just go, boom,
No.
just be a little
no,
dark
no.
spot. As the boat drifts along. Hey, where are the lights?
So we have to go this way, right? Up there?
Yeah.
You know what? I'm just going to drop it right here in this
Okay.
general area. That's it.
Sure. Now the guards will come running out of the places, but at least there'll be darkness in that direction. All right. So let's go ahead and roll initiative. Let's have some fun here, folks.
Guys, we're rolling initiative.
First action.
And it's not to kill a snake.
That's why.
That's a 17.
2.
Oh, what are we rolling for?
Initiative. We're gonna fight.
Possibly.
Is I am there?
No, you're not there.
What's that?
Because you're a coward and you're missing the action.
The one time we actually get to
I
fight.
know, I was gonna
and
say, if you gotta
Callisto's not
get
there.
combat, I'm messing
I
up.
thought she. Oh yeah, she wouldn't want to go to the water. That's
Yeah.
right.
16.
Okay.
I was just go beat stuff up to Lannis anyway.
So Leo got a 16. I heard that
Lothar got a 17.
That's what we're here to do.
Zolder
we've got a
2.
22.
Especially
Zolder's
the
at a
red
2.
veil. Oh, she's not
You're
forgetting.
at
15. Callisto isn't
Wait,
there.
Wait.
Alanis.
Alanis?
Alanis not there either, right?
Alanis,
No, that's
I'm
right, you
not
were there.
I thought you guys were gonna go
I
beat
got
stuff up.
17.
You're gonna go beat stuff up.
Oh, yeah.
You will. We just go wait for.
So you're gonna get your own fight here in a minute, but that isn't.
Jason,
We're
what
missing
did you
out a
roll?
real fight.
Jason, what did you roll?
Roll, oh, I did, wait, roll.
Roll initiative.
It's a D20 Dex mod.
I roll 19.
All right.
I roll 19.
I heard you. All right. So you can hear the whistles in the distance from the guard, but they haven't gotten here yet. Chris' first action as the boat is turning slowly. Just the first part of the sail is down. The boat's really kind of just drifting with the sloshing of the tide inside the bay. This is not high tide, so it's not going to make exactly the best of speed getting out.
So my first action?
Yes.
Where's Leo?
I'm right here.
Specifically.
I am on the ship right next to her waiting for orders.
Okay, what have we done on
Okay, so for this sake, go ahead and move those 3 toughs off the ship. Don't move the ship, but just put those 3 toughs on the shore. Don't put them in the water. There you go. And then put your guys on the
11 temp HP.
put your models on the boat.
Alright.
So move them from there onto the
No.
boat, wherever you would be.
Okay, that's alright.
Put me in the back. I'm turned around
Is there any little stuff in here? You guys-
a little bit. No,
It
in the
just
back,
now got a bit
where the-
stuffy. It was cold earlier, and I don't want it just to interrupt.
Okay.
Did you want me to
Yeah.
Yes.
turn back on?
Give it a little bit if it's okay.
Is this actually little Leo
Yep.
with a missing hand?
I just fixed that model. What did you do?
Ask my sister. She did it
I
again.
held it. That's all it took. I didn't drop it. No, Ashley was holding while trying to carry all this stuff, and
Do you have the other part to
Do you
it?
have this-
Yeah, it's in the car. We were hoping you wouldn't notice.
until someone said it out loud. Hey, his whole thing
No
is
one told
broken,
me
guys.
it was.
All right.
Bothra's
So
with us, right?
are you? What's that?
Bothra's with us?
Bathra's with you.
Oh, I didn't see his other.
Yeah. Why did you put these? That poor merchant's going. Wait, why am I here? I didn't have anything to do with this kidnapping. Help! I'm being
She's not
kidnapped.
here.
Okay.
Oh, right, she's not
She's
here.
afraid of water.
Great.
Yeah.
It's okay. We can go back with the dinghy.
All right. So
We're
just set up
safe.
where you are in reference to the shoreline. That shoreline being this shoreline. As you both turned around.
Luna, is there anything on board that can help us?
Got some cannons. Got some gunpowder.
We are not opening fire on the city.
Yeah, no.
I mean, like
Ask the
protection
captain.
spells, you know?
Maybe we should just turn ourselves in.
That is an awful. Why do you do that?
How did I even get here? All I'm wondering.
Looks
how far
towards
are the,
Crib.
guards from us?
We haven't seen any guards yet.
I am surrounded by
Okay,
the.
yeah,
I just need to know what your action was for this first round.
Well, my first action was to cast Word of Dawn on Leo.
Okay.
Protect HP.
Okay. And Jason,
What?
what's your
Guardians of
action?
the Galaxy.
Oh, well.
The alarm is going off. Your ship is drifting down the shore. She's shouting at everybody. She's shouting captainly orders. Raise the mizzenmast. Throw off the lines.
Weigh anchor.
You're a sailor. You know this stuff. She's already got you in the rigging. You're actually pulling the rigging down. You see the guards. They're about a block and a half away.
Faster,
You
faster.
can see them coming through the
Is the ship going,
buildings.
still going?
Well, it hasn't even
Slowly.
caught up any. It hasn't got any speed because it hasn't caught any wind yet. You're still lowering the sails.
Keep
Okay.
doing that.
Right.
Well, I
By
think
yourself,
all
it's going to
wind.
take a while. You just now pulled up the anchor.
I want to try to do something.
Sails
But
Okay, well, it's not to you yet, so. Bathra,
What's up?
what you doing? She's yelling, she's shouting, move that thing and that other thing.
Put it in the most simplest terms that I can
That a
understand.
5-year-old can understand.
Are you gonna do what she's telling you to do?
I don't know what she's trying.
We're
She's
trying to get
trying
the ship
now.
moving.
All right, so what do you want me to do?
I need you to climb up in the rigging, and I need you to help.
Help the sail.
Help the
Help the sailor.
Which
Get
is
the
him,
sails
right?
down.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So
Okay, so
I-
he
I'm
climbs
gonna
up
go-
to the rigging.
Yeah.
You find you have a natural ability
Okay,
in
maybe
climbing
not, but
that's
yeah.
going to give you advantage on the checks in the rigging.
Is that with my talons?
That's
Possible?
basically what it is. Yeah, you're actually
okay.
able to climb really quickly.
That's why I said do that.
All right, Leo.
Okay.
She's shouting at you. You're getting a little stressed.
Yes, Captain.
Do what?
You have time to do that, but.
Hey, help me with this.
Okay, wait. Are the sails down yet?
They're just now lowering the main. There's actually there's a running spinach. She's actually saying, "Go to the front of that boat. Pull this line."
Do that.
Yeah, I run and do it.
Okay, so you're pulling this rope, and you look behind you. You realize it's pulling a long piece of triangle yard from a box up on the deck. As you're pulling it, it's raising it slowly in the air. Make a strength check.
Oh my gosh, no!
Oh yes,
Faster!
I have a -1.
Luna. What are you doing after shouting orders? Anything in particular you want to try to do? He did
Just
let you know
steering.
you're about a block away.
That's a 6.
Yeah.
Steering the ship.
You see the spinet fall and drape across the front of the ship because he pulled it out far enough that it's all the way out, but he didn't get enough strength to pull it up.
Kriv,
Yep.
go.
You're asking the weakest wizard to come help the weakest sorcerer?
Yes, because
You
at
know
least
what?
that way
The anchor's already up.
the
Yes.
anchor is
Yeah,
up.
go.
Get off your phone, Solder.
Help, strength.
Oh, what do you need?
I can't get the sail.
Okay.
I
So,
want to try something to get us moving
Sure.
faster, actually.
okay, what's that?
Can I go to where the ship is touching the dock?
It's really not. You've already drifted
No,
away
we're
from the dock.
already
Okay,
drifting away.
alright, never
You
mind.
just
We
to
need
pull on
wind.
that sail up.
Okay, so I try to pull the sail
Strength
up,
check.
and while I'm doing that, blowing
advantage
into the
because
thing
I'm
with my
helping
breath.
Would that help us?
I am
All
gonna
wind, I
use
guess.
Oof.
my 17.
Okay. Pulls it right into place,
Thank
ties it off. So you at
God.
least have the spin. So now you have at least a little bit of nav control. The nose, with that sail, you can actually move the nose a bit. So therefore you're starting to catch up a little bit of movement. So I'll move you up a little bit. Back to the top of the order, Kriv.
Where's?
I'm helping him pull up the sail, so I'm with him now.
Okay.
You should be standing next to me.
I should. Yeah.
Yeah, actually you've run like a little bit forward and a little bit backward because she's pointed two different things to do, and so you're like.
You're standing with me though. You're my cabin boy.
Oh my goodness.
Go fetch her some wine.
Not yet.
Wait.
We wait.
Later. That'll come into effect.
Well, I got some.
That's
What are you doing?
I just pulled up the sail with Zolder, so I'm with him.
Okay, so he's not like attacking or casting. Or
No, I'm not.
All right, so just tap you on the shoulder, invisibility.
Here we go.
Just in case.
Okay.
If shit goes south, I need you to get out of dodge.
I'm cool. I'm cool.
Dex it.
Can you
No, I
swim?
mean save against this spell. What's your DC?
What if I just let him do it?
You can breathe underwater now.
He's not yet competent enough to do that. You have to try it. You actually have to have active resistance until he gets proficiency at it.
Which one?
It's gonna be you're
My
based
DC
on
is 14.
your wisdom, right?
Yeah.
No, your strength. Your
Intelligence.
intelligence based.
So I have to beat a.
Intelligence of 14.
Oh, my intelligence is 18.
Yeah, I know. Therefore, your save is what?
Oh, yeah, 14.
14, right?
14 exactly.
Okay, so he makes it.
So no invisibility.
Right.
Yes.
Oh wait, he does. Or no?
You have it.
No, invisibility you already had as a spell. I thought you were casting the ray, the
No,
defensive ray.
He was just casting
No,
invisibility.
just tap
Oh.
him on the shoulder like
Okay.
you're going invisible.
So I'm invisible.
So you're invisible. I misunderstood.
Yeah, the word of dawn was last turn.
But whoever you cast it at needed to make the save. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, so now it's.
So roll against Word of Dawn. Go ahead and make
Okay,
it.
Okay, now so
you're rolling against the 14.
if I get under 14, I do get Word of Dawn.
Yes.
Right, you want to fail the spell.
Yes.
Fail the save.
Okay, and it's intelligence.
Yep.
All right, I have a 0 intelligence, so 4, perfect.
There you go.
Please
All
allow.
right. Yeah. So you still have to tap it.
I'm a 12-year-old kid. What?
And invisible.
Yes. And if shit goes south, you need to run.
Deal.
Can you swim?
Hold on. I'll do them in turn. Never mind.
Okay.
This bonus section.
That ship is now haunted.
Okay. So yeah, you've gotten the first sail down, and now the thing you need to do is one of two things. You can either let yourself down on a rope, pull that sail taut, or you can climb into the topsail to let the topsail down. Go ahead and make a, let's see, I'd make it a wisdom save to determine which is the better choice.
Wisdom save?
Mm-hmm.
D20?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I got 18.
Okay, so this is cool. So what you realize is both things kind of need to happen at the same time. You have some extra dead weight up here that's not a sailor. So
Am I helping him?
so while you're up there, you throw a lash around his leg twice. So there's a double loop around his leg. You hand him the rope and say, "Hold this," and then you shove him as you grab the other rope, pulling you up to the topsail as he goes down to the bottom, filling the mainsail.
Hi, this is what I like to see on my ship.
Wait, so now I'm like tied up and like.
Well, you look down and go, "What are you doing?" He just throws a loop around your leg twice and he just shoves you. So you're falling downward. Your downward movement is causing a rope through a pulley to go upwards towards the topsail. He grabs the other side. Your mass goes down while his mass goes up because you weigh more than he does.
So currently I'm hanging it upside down,
Well,
tied up on a rope or something like that?
Only for
You're
half a
fine.
second. No,
It's
no,
only for
only
like a second.
only for half. Just listen. Just listen. In only about a half a second, because then you hit the deck. Smack. You take 3 points of damage.
And guys,
You tumble. You tumble up.
angry about
He told you to hold the rope,
push-off.
so you're still holding the rope, and you realize the whole rope is now keeping the mast, keeping
Tie
this.
it down.
And she's shouting, "Tie it to that." Tie it to that
Tie it down.
belaying
Say
pin.
that.
guess what, guys? He's only wearing a loincloth, which
We're
means
good to-
Aw.
We have to be out by 11:30.
No.
What's that?
We have to be out by 11:30.
Oh yeah,
That's
we need to be walking
Well,
up to about
10.
10:30.
Well, we're looking by 10 if we want to go out and eat.
Yeah.
Yeah. What time are we getting?
About like 10:30? Is that cool?
About 9:30.
10 o'clock.
It's almost
10.
26.
I'd say
10, because they need to be able to go home after. So
Oh, okay.
that's why we're saying 10.
That's
We
fine.
gotta do the
So
work.
Oh, so make it at 9:30.
Get out at 10.
Out of time.
Shut it down. How much time we get?
It's
I know.
26.
But
9:26
my
right now.
mom's
What
gonna
time
call
do you
me.
shut down?
About 9:45 or 9:50, because we want to give them a couple seconds to ask any questions if we need.
Okay.
All right. So actually, as you stand up with the rope in your hand, going, "Hey!" she yells, "Belay that!" And that term actually means something. To
Belay.
belay something is to take the rope. You run over to there's a pin
secure.
stuck in the wall
Okay.
in the side of the boat. You throw a loop around it, then around the other side, and another one that's called belaying it. And what it does is that crisscross locks that rope into place and keeps that rope taut.
Oh, okay, I see.
That keeps the sail open and
Taut
full.
means tie, right? Or
T-A-U-T.
No, I'm saying
So
like,
it's
like
taut.
tie.
Like
It
tight.
means like tight.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Right.
I understand that phrase.
You understand taut?
Think of a guitar string.
Right.
You know how strings pull guitar to make that boom
Yeah.
sound?
Yeah, so that's
That's
because
what
it's
taut
taut.
means.
That's a good way to explain that.
Okay, so you're now at the top, and now you're unfurling the topsail. While you're doing that, she's also going to shout for you to run to the aft, because then you have to tie a rigging so that she can control with the wheel.
I don't understand. None of
I know.
Go to that thingy and do that with that thing.
She just shouts at you exactly what to do.
I'll go do it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's like just listen, you're fine.
Yeah, exactly. Alrighty, and Leo,
Okay. How close are the guards?
the guards. Oh, good point. They're within a half a block. They actually are being blocked up by some boxes and cargo and stuff in the way. So it's taking them a little while to get here.
Can
Okay, we
you
got-
possibly
okay, got
throw
blockade.
fire?
yes. I can also
This one.
cast
this one
Gust
and well.
so that our sails go a little bit faster.
Oh yeah.
Burn the boat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
that
that.
one.
Why didn't you say that? Yes.
Because you were yelling at me!
I don't like you when you yell at me.
Gust, man.
Oh, suck it up, sailor.
Yes, Captain.
While you're minding yourself at home, you hear Leif in the other room shrieking.
What the heck is going on?
Leave?
Leave?
Watch me!
It's because you're yelling at me! You need to stop yelling at me! I can't
Oh.
concentrate!
I didn't say anything.
You know what? Fine. Watch me, Captain, and I cast Gust at the sail.
Leave what's wrong?
Okay, which
At
is
that
really,
moment, I go over to the leave.
which is really funny because Gust.
F. I cast a spell. No, it's only if you cast a spell, it drops.
No, it's if you cast
If you cast a spell, the defense goes down.
wait.
Just like
Wait,
that.
I'm on top of the mast. I'm on top of the
Hide.
Well, not only that,
We'll show you where to
if you
hide.
read Gust literally can only push a cloak. It doesn't actually have any power to it. It's
What if I keep casting it?
no, it's a cantrip, so it's.
There goes my spell slots.
You didn't tell me this would happen if I cast a spell?
You
I
know,
told you exactly.
oh no, he's thinking that the reason why the Gust is weak is because of what you did. He's going, why? You didn't tell me this would do this to my spell. I knew Gus. I just learned it at school. This should be really going
Do you have
fast.
any oars?
Sorcerers.
Not on a
guess-
sailing vessel. They wouldn't reach the ground. There are oars for the dinghies. You couldn't even reach the water
We
line.
can pull a Pirates of the Caribbean.
If I get on the dinghy,
Get out and walk.
If I get on the
No,
dinghy,
the
I've got a jar
horse
of
and the-
dirt.
Oh, and the gunnels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
if I get on the dinghy and row, can I pull the boat?
You couldn't move fast enough to get out ahead of the guards. By the time you got the dinghy out into the water, guards would be alongside. Your best bet is just keep trying to get the sails up and
Shall we
build.
open
As a bonus action, I like to drink my potion of water breathing,
Oh, he's.
We're never gonna be able to set foot in this goddamn city again.
just in case I have to jump
And
into
whose
the
fault
water.
was
You
that?
realize
I
that
walked
when
out for
you,
2
when you
seconds.
take that, it causes you to switch to water
Just to let you
breathing.
guys know.
You can't breathe air.
Oh, come on.
also-
I'm pretty sure that's what it
Wait,
says.
hold on, let me double check.
That's the way it used to be. Anyway, while you're doing that, Luna, action. You're shouting. This is your first piloting roll. Go ahead and make a piloting roll to guide that ship between the shorelines.
It just says you can breathe underwater for 1 hour after drinking this potion. It's a cloudy green fluid, smells like the sea. It's a buff
18.
enhancer.
What modifier is it?
18. It's based on her nav, which would be survival if she doesn't have.
22.
All right.
Alright, so this is up to you.
So that means you actually start to pick up speed.
Thank God.
Dun,
So now that okay, we're not quite to open water yet. Zolder, action.
I look to Luna and ask for directions.
She's shouting to the back of the boat now to pull off the other because you got the second rope to tie off on the
So
sail.
I go and I do that.
Okay. Now you get as you're pulling that taut. Now you've got complete sail control. So now it's going to be pure navigation on the way out. On the other hand, Criv circuit, Criv's action.
Are any of you good at navigation?
No, at all.
I have intelligence of 0.
And survival is what you need. If anything.
Depends.
He can do it.
You can do it. Griff?
I mean,
As long as he's within sight of a city, he's good to go.
I have a plus
Like, even though I'm on a boat, I can still see, like,
See where the land is and orient
Yeah.
yourself. Yes.
okay.
Okay, wait. Okay, what still needs to be done on the ship?
At this point, just make sure she's got clear line of sight. So make sure that you stay out of her way, but you can do what you want as far as secondary support.
I'm
Ooh,
gonna
this is totally
Stand
escape
guard.
music.
I was
I'm
gonna
going to
say
the port side to keep an eye on the guards.
Okay.
appropriate timing.
All right. And okay, so Jason, Jacob's finally released the second sail, and so by jumping basically over the railing and riding the rope down, he'll pull that sail taut as well. He lashes it to the base of the mast. Alrighty. So now we've got this full sail operation. Balthra, now that you're finally got yourself disentangled from the rope, what do you want to do now?
I will go and try to navigate.
Okay, that just means tell her left, right. You're looking. You stand near the front of the. So move Balthra to the front of the ship.
So right now,
First of all, like, that's what you want. Like, I'm good at navigation as long as I'm near, like,
So you're just
the land,
shouting.
so-
You're just shouting left, right, left, left, right, left. As she's getting.
Port, starboard.
all we're gonna do is
No, he does. He's not
get
a
the ship
sailor yet.
somewhere where we can leave it, right?
If
I can
only
tell.
my,
Can I
only
take
my
that
other
to the
character.
alarm's going off?
So when you
Take it out
shout,
of the port.
you
Deal with the
translate.
alarms.
So you shout left, he shouts port. When you shout starboard, he shouts. You shout right, he shouts starboard. That way she knows what he. Ooh, I just killed myself. It's okay. I resurrected.
Aye,
Pick it up a little bit. A little more.
Starboard.
A little more.
aye.
Right there.
I feel much better now. Oh, that better nor. Okay.
Oh lord.
Tis the flesh wound.
All right. So we're getting out, and because of the fact that you got around the corner before the guards actually make it to the street, they basically get cut off by the cargo. So by the time you get out and around, they don't see you, and the alarm dies off.
Yay!
Thank God.
All right. So can we?
Not everybody's here.
where
Why
am I
is
You're
it
gonna have to
everybody
see.
here?
You have to keep sailing for at least a couple rounds to get out into the open bay.
Well, yeah.
So go ahead and make your second piloting roll.
Hey, Luna.
You get advantage because you've got a navigator now.
That makes sense.
Hey, Luna.
So you're taking the 15 and then plus 4, 19.
Okay, spot on. Matter of fact, you picked up a little bit more speed. You had to have him shift the spin it because it's actually in the way of line of sight for him. So you have to move the sides at that very tip, that pointed triangle sail, and you turn out into the open port. The good news is you're into the open port. If you'll notice, however, there are guard towers at each of the 3 primary exits from the main body.
All these guards.
Take us out to the.
No, they're just guard houses. But what's worse than that is suspended between them across the water at the waterline are massive chains.
Yeah.
Oh no.
We have to go through that.
Should I forge your papers?
No,
That one's at the
no.
bottom of the boat out.
Not go through.
Yeah, if you hit that,
Not
if you hit that,
literally go through.
So those are like water
have to
mine,
get through.
land mines or something like that.
no, they're just a chain stretched across the water, but it's held taut by 2 anchors on the shores.
And that would keep.
If you go through,
That
if
keeps
you go
from boats
through,
going.
your boat will get sheared off at the waterline,
Do you have to show your papers?
or you'll roll over the top and do keel damage as you go over.
Can we just go there and show that the guards are papers and maybe they can lower the chain?
Yeah.
The papers say Blackheart.
I want to look around the helm. Whatever.
Do we
doesn't
have
look right.
cannons, Captain?
No,
Look
we're
at
not
the
gonna
what?
shoot down the
I
guards.
want to do like a perception
No,
check.
no,
around the
we
house.
gotta shoot
like
the
any
chain.
rope that doesn't seem like it
That won't work.
goes to the sails.
What if I minor illusion your signature for a minute?
What are you looking for? I'm trying to see what you're asking.
That might.
He's
I want to see if
trying-
there's multiple uses to this boat.
Oh, I know what you're asking for. You'd have to go below decks to answer that question.
I'm going below decks.
Can I actually
You know
go
your
with
way
them?
around.
Maybe we'll probably be able to spot it. Maybe. Who knows?
Okay, so he goes downstairs with a purpose. You're like, why is he going below decks?
To give him a hand.
Technically, I relatively know the ship, right?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah, you know, like I
Oh,
said, you know
so
things
like-
about it. She doesn't know about it.
Oh, so never mind. I'll stay in my spot.
Oh, yeah, you kinda do, yeah.
He knows the
All right,
ship.
so I'm below deck.
Yeah, you're down here where you were when you were here last. Mom had you. Let's just say you were bound to the ship. She was trying to get you
Yeah.
out of town before you got to see a certain ship's captain. And so you remember something you saw down there, and you get down below, and in the main corridor off to the left side, there sits this mechanical device. It's about 5 feet long, about 4 feet around, and there is a scoop on the front of it. And now, only thing you remember is that it takes something of a magical nature put into that front to activate. And you've seen this on one other vessel. You were never aboard it, but you saw it from a distance. But you talked to people and found out.
Oh.
Wait,
Can I do a history check?
Sure.
Cricket finally doing a history check.
19.
19. Yeah, you have a vague remembrance of this thing being constructed by dwarves. Fortunately, you brought with you the encyclopedia. Wisdom save.
While I'm navigating? Oh,
He shouted. You followed him downstairs.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because you got her out into the open water. She's
Yeah.
good. She's good.
It's like left, right, then that's a Raven vision, you know? Just freezes.
Shit.
I have to roll. Oh, Jesus Christ. I have to roll
pulls a
below
face.
17.
Below 17.
Alright. Come on. Yes!
Nat 1. Okay, this is a lift device.
A lift device.
Put magic in, you get lift.
What is a lift device?
So when you call a lift, they
I
come
wanna
and pick you
hold
up.
a firebolt in my hands and kind of just. That's the thing.
So you activate firebolt in your hand. Why not in the front?
Well, no, that's what I mean to like just.
You just cast it. You cast it at
Okay,
the front.
that's
Yeah,
what I'm doing.
you just target the center of the little drawer at the front.
Yes.
All of a sudden, the engine goes. You hear a horrible wrenching sound from below
What
decks.
the hell are you doing, Crib?
A powdery black cloud comes roiling out of the underdecks.
Oh my
Oh.
god.
God.
Leo, what did you do?
Cantrips won't
I'm
won't
right next to
execute
you.
the spell.
He didn't do anything. This is Crib's fault.
You like him, don't you?
We'll talk about that later.
Scorching ray.
It's finally
There you go.
video.
Yeah, there we
Okay, that's the three bolt one, right?
go. Yep.
Okay, so roll 3 to hit rolls.
16.
Yep. Keep going.
That's 21.
Yep.
That's a 25.
Uh-huh.
And that's a 17.
Okay, all 3 of them max out. You all of a sudden the sound roars again. And when it goes to wah, you feel the ship lurch forward.
Oh wait.
So it's moving now.
The sails buckle a little bit,
Uh-oh.
like the boat moved faster than the wind pushing it.
Okay.
So they don't like.
Do you
they
know
just
how to
kinda
steer
like.
a
They
ship?
just like indent
I do
a little
now.
bit.
What's that?
So
Hold
okay,
it.
so
Go where you want to go.
Just a second.
no, I want to explain before someone rips my head off.
Okay.
What's happening?
Yeah.
So the ship. So you know the wind's pushing the ship.
Yeah.
The ship moved faster than the wind.
Yes, I know.
The sails are
I
fine.
know.
Okay.
I know.
I am like throwing up my
Steer.
guts over
All right.
Well, not yet. Not yet. Wait.
chains.
This is happening too fast. You're still in the stress of we're gonna get away. Okay, so you stand there and hold the
It'll be
wheel.
fine.
What?
I'm going below deck.
Okay, you're running for decks. Okay, so it's now purring. You realize that generally speaking, every level that you pump into it gives you 10 minutes of engine operation.
We're still going for the chains, right?
All you got to do is get enough lift to get over them.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm throwing another one.
So-
But
Okay, so
Okay.
hold
If we
on.
hit it with enough magic force, it'll
Okay,
lift
so the
higher.
ship's actually starting to slow. The nose plows a little bit into the water, so water splashes up. Anybody in the front quarters of the ship, fortunately Bother's not there anymore, but you and Jacob would get a little bit of a splash.
I'm gonna go downstairs.
no. Stay up
As
here.
you move towards the stair, Captain's running back towards you, going, no, wait here.
Okay.
Okay. So you're now on the stairs.
have-
You're casting your next spell. What level are you
Wait,
throwing at it
I
now?
have a
This is level
question.
2.
Okay, so they actually squares. So you get 40 minutes for
Well, the last one was level 2. It was scorching ray.
no. Okay, that was level 2.
Yeah, there-
So level 2 would have given you 40 minutes. So this will give you sorry, that one. First one starts the engine. Second one gives you 10 minutes per level. Third one gives you 20 per level. So you're throwing a second level in, a third level in this one.
The first one, no. All right. So the first one was a cantrip.
Didn't count. Would not
Right.
start the engine.
So the second one I threw in there
Right.
was second level.
Right. So it started the engine and keeps it, and that's all. It's running. So now you're throwing
I
in
threw in
another.
another second level.
Okay. So another second level. That's going to give you 40 minutes of lift.
All right.
Okay. So when you as you come down, you see him casting scorching ray.
Yeah.
Fire. He's throwing fire at your ship. But as the firebolt, as the scorching ray leaves his hand and hits the front of that box that you
I'm
never knew what it
slowly
would do.
getting my dagger out.
Yeah. You see the energy. Yeah. You see the energy though of his spell vanish, and the engine sound shifts again, and now it's a high-pitched whine, and now you get to make a deck save, as does everybody on board the ship, as this thing gets lift.
Fly.
10.
7.
22.
21.
Okay, so anybody above a 12 makes it. Everybody else goes down, and you on the stairs will take some damage falling down the stairs. So,
Goes down like overboard.
No. Like they just like the floor. Take it like an elevator.
Take an elevator that just
Ten
went to
times the spot.
accelerate.
Oh.
Like just 10 times.
Okay. So how much damage do I take?
You didn't take any. Only she on the steps. She's
Oh,
the
no,
only
I
one.
had 11.
Yeah, it just hits the deck. You just
Oh, okay.
you're just flat on the deck. She tumbles down the stairs. She takes 2 points of damage,
Soul right now. I don't like
and the
this.
ship's attitude is about 20% nose up. You're sitting there with the wheel going, "What the heck do I do now?"
I'm.
Leo, how are you steering this?
I don't know.
Well, since
Are
I'm
you doing this?
Call Jason to steer it if you don't know how.
I'm doing a great job by myself, Mom.
since I hear all this arguing, yelling, I'm
You hear an
done down
explosion
here.
in the kitchen.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
Leaf? What's going on in there?
oh, that's a.
Leave.
You okay?
Whatever
I'll go
that
up
last
there.
line you just said.
I'm doing a great job by myself, Mom.
Yeah. And Grace goes, wait,
I was gonna say,
dearie, what are you talking about?
Did you say something?
Oh, God.
Grace?
Can we land the ship on top of the inn?
I just screamed, grab whatever you're doing, do it
Get some
now!
pixie dust.
I hear him yelling
Just like the Jolly
outside the
Roger
ship,
And that's downright, you will find that that is a really downright cruel thing to suggest. Because to do that, you have to wring it out of the pixies, and that's not a good plan.
I knew of a certain pixie who tried to steal a certain man from you, so.
There you go.
Tinkerbell, coming for you.
Grind, grind, grind. Nice.
Tinkerbell tried to steal Creep.
So, yeah, what?
Peter Pan.
Okay, so the nose of the ship is now upward. You're still in the bay. Water is running off the ship backwards. The sails are now falling back into the mast because you're outrunning the primary wind.
Grab!
You fall, but when you stand up, you're standing up on a 20% canted deck. All you can think about is, for some reason, you've been scuttled and the aft of the ship is falling away. That's what it feels like. Since you're below deck, you can't see the horizon line, so there's no way for you to know what's really going on. And since you don't know what that whirring noise is,
And then I run up deck.
okay, so she
Okay,
scurries
alright,
up
so
deck.
she's leaving me. I was
Right.
prepared to invisibility, move around, throw another one into the.
Nice. Okay, so now that she's gone, you notice that there's a regulator on the side of it, and you can actually tune that. And the amount you tune that to is actually the elevation.
Oh.
So, is there any way I can see our elevation from? The
No, you just feel the nose going up.
How long has the nose been going up?
Since
6
I've been
seconds.
screaming
Oh, I'm leaving that. Yeah, no, we're gonna hold that for a minute. I want to throw a. I want to throw a magic missile in there.
Okay. At what level?
It's level 1.
Okay.
Keep going, keep going.
At this point,
So that now gives you an additional
at
40
I am doing
minutes.
Yeah.
everything you've told me to.
It gives me an additional. What?
40 minutes.
All right.
The gauge on there says it'll fly for an hour at this
Okay.
point.
at this point, I am throwing up over the side.
No, let's go ahead and make a con save, because maybe you're not.
Natural one.
20.
He's got sea legs, man. He goes, this is cool! Why have I never done this?
I think Vostra should do a
That's right, you're running to the front going, I can fly! I can fly! I can fly!
Laughing, you're like,
Well, no, it's the scene from Titanic. I can fly, but it is your ears
I'm
back.
flying down.
Can I run up to see?
I'm
where we're at?
you know, I hear lizard kings are not good in water.
Oh, he's down below.
Leo, put your hands up. It's fun that way.
I run up, I
This
switch.
might be a good place.
Okay, so we will stop with us going airborne so that the vessel has successfully gotten lift. You didn't stabilize it, so you're still in a nose up attitude, so we're still climbing.
Yeah, well, I don't know how high we are, so it's.
The little gauge says 50. You don't know what that means.
Wait,
Guys,
50,
we're going.
50 inches.
We're going towards the sun.
No, it says
We
5.
have
It
an
says 5.
alligator.
5.
No, it says 5.
So, well, that can mean 5 meters.
Right. You have no
I just-
idea.
Some poor,
We're above the water
some
line.
poor fisherman right there is all of a sudden going to get a big glop of
Grain.
semi-digested peanuts.
It's like.
No, you made your roll. You rolled a 20.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
You're like, no, this is awesome. It's the roller coaster. Remember, you were the one that wanted to go and experience all the rides. You're like,
Oh, that's
oh
right,
yeah,
yeah.
this is like the fair.
Hey, how's the comments rolling?
All right, so we will call it at this point 125 experience points
125?
for the only 125, but that's
Oh.
all you get for stealing a boat.
We
It's
also.
been an eventful day.
We also built
Yeah.
an inn. Do we get anything
We
to
built an inn. We did a
We finally
caper.
finished the end.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Make that 300 because you did actually finish a milestone. You got
That
the.
is a cool
1,325.
3,000 experience for my guys.
Are we close
Alrighty.
to level 5?
No.
God, no.
Luna, I drew your
Not by a
dragon.
long shot.
Wait,
We
so.
just got level 4.
Wait,
300, so
what?
We
I
have
drew
so
your
long to
dragon.
You
Oh,
know,
I thought you said I have your
so
dragon.
how
I'm
many
like, girl, my dragon's on my ship with
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Wow, she's like going down a deck.
So, any comments or questions from the
I don't
peanut
know
gallery? We'll definitely
Where
listen
is it
in
now? I don't know where you're at.
and answer any questions they've got. What's that? Okay.
Always
I'm
ask
just-
for changes.
I don't know.
We're getting ready to close out, but we're going to be here on air for a few more minutes. Feel free to ask any questions. All of us will answer if we can. We do have people monitoring the chat. Thank you again for joining us. Make sure to catch us on Friday at 7 p.m. for the Fellstone Chronicles. I appreciate you guys being with us, and thanks again. See you next time.
Give me a second. Yeah, I'll shoot up.
Actually, you know what? No,
how
yeah,
much
it's-
total XP?
300 total.
300.
3.
Guys, to leave me Allen is open.
Why are
It
you?
took us like 4 months to get there.
To be fair, that's like a
After
normal amount of time.
acquiring
No.
it.
And we have an inn, and we have a full functioning.
How much money do we get per week now?
Wait, really? 4 months?
You got to generate it. We haven't seen any sales yet.
Also, we need to. We still need to open up the bar. Though. Remember that.
Remind me
Yes,
at
We have the restaurant though.
Abby,
The restaurant
remind
is
me at
restaurant.
Denny's because I don't have.
Dang it,
service
I'm
in
so
here.
close to
Oh, yeah.
900 to level 3.
Put that down there for me.
So close
Where?
to level 3.
Is...
We've been through so much hell.
Yikes, it's been a while. Right.
Man.
Can't wait to see
No
your bar.
I
disaster.
can't believe you stole the ship.
There has been
That's-
no
That's
disaster.
nuts.
I mean, it's not even stolen.
I
though,
wasn't
right?
technically here to make that decision.
No, it's stolen.
That was an executive decision.
Zolder chooses to believe it's not stolen.
I mean, technically it's not. We have the keys.
It's your shit.
It is
Sure,
my
play
shop.
You have no. You're legitimate. I'm not saying
No,
that.
no, no. I like to imagine I'm explaining. He's like, no, we didn't steal the ship. You're right. You're right. We're
Well,
just
mainly the thing is that they had the alarms go up, and when they get there, the chains are nicely rolled up. This is not something that standard thieves do, so they know it's not the Black Guild, and they know it's not Xanathars, because neither one of them would have kept those.
Good job,
bunch
you
of
guys.
It's like we can't do anything right.
You guys are great at being pirates.
I blame the DM.
You're clearly going to have to live in Penza, so you can be the pirates
There's
of
the
Penzance.
Yeah.
Okay.
The pirates who don't
All
do
right.
anything.
Okay.
Them too. But the pirates of Penzance,
Abby.
they don't do anything wrong.
How much is your
Normally,
talent?
I thought we
This
got
thing?
Yeah.
I got it for cheap from a friend.
How much is it usually?
Like 1,000.
Never mind.
What you looking for?
1,500.
That's
I
Model.
know. I was looking.
Your
at
model's
it 'cause
on board the boat.
I've been wanting.
No, this
Six
one.
months
Well,
after
it's
the
like the
model?
top brand. There are cheaper things.
Yeah.
I don't want the cheap. I want
Honestly,
the top.
iPad Pro is cheaper than this.
I know.
Alright, I gotta get
I'm
going.
trying to
Give
look
it,
for
get your
one
model
for
back.
Are you gonna
Give your
go
model
through
back.
this?
Thank you.
You gonna come and eat with us?
And you have any
I gotta
recommendations?
be
I
up
played
at
with so many
6
of these
tomorrow.
guys.
Yeah, you work early, don't you?
Because I
No, I go to school
I
already.
want to
Oh,
learn
you
to
go to
draw
school already.
better
I gotta
on
drive to Norco
that,
tomorrow.
I
but
go to
do,
school.
Okay, well, we're gonna be
Maybe
at the
in
Denny's
2
if you
weeks,
want to come.
because like
Wow,
spring
what I
break
want
is
to
like
do,
in
like-
2
I mean, are
weeks,
you
so I'll
also
probably
using
be
like
going.
a bamboo, like a wacom bamboo, which is like a little cheaper? But
Aren't those old though?
Maybe.
no, bamboo is more a casual.
I don't know what the school wants, but I just want one for like
All right,
myself.
I'm closing
School
this
might
door.
provide it actually.
Jake,
Bye, guys.